Ui, gila ya. Waalaikumsalam DX Was. Aish hai. PSFF waalaikumsalam. Yang baru masuk minta tolong like and share. Kali ni kita tengok ni perlawanan ESL. So kalau tengok Snapdragon Mobile Challenge. Wih, apa nge-lag ni? Bukan aku yang nge-lag. Oh sorry. Sorry, yang mana baru masuk tu, terima kasih. Ashraf AZ, waalaikumsalam. Halo Zakwan, halo. First tak bang? Dia agak first lah. Dah tak buat live dapat diamond ke? Esok petang boleh? Esok petang, korang cuti kan esok? Zira, waalaikumsalam. Haras, waalaikumsalam. Bang main FF bang. Kita kali ni jadi macam caster. Training jap, alright. Abang ada kod ke? Belum dapat lagi untuk bulan ni. So kita tunggu untuk bulan ni, belum ada lagi kita tunggu je. Sound okey, semua okey Cun? Okay, yang baru masuk minta tolong share guys. Like and share guys. Terima kasih mana like and share. Aku ni minat abang sangat doh. Terima kasih. Patut letak sini baca komen. Kamu nanya. Lupa. Waalaikumsalam. Zakwan. Apa? Alay kok kena jelit. Kali ni kita tak main Free Fire. Kali ni kita macam tengok game. Kita tengok gameplay daripada player. Akil Fakrullah, waalaikumsalam. Newbie main team mana? Dia kan main yang aku lupa lah pula team dia. Sem 9. Dia kan Sem 9. Team yang ada yang Malaysia punya Sem 9, Anxiety, Expand, Farang, Exist, eSport. Yang tu antara dia. Okay guys, so kita tunggu lagi 38 saat lagi guys. Bang, konten tadi tak ada part 2 ke? Kenapa? Nak main sekali je? Bakpo apa? Cap ni apa? Yang ni kita akan macam tengok orang main tournament Kita akan tengok orang ni lah. Ni apa nama dia? Ni ESL. ESL. Tu korang boleh tengok ESL guys. Tu dah nak ni Snapdragon Pro Series. Ini permulaan dia guys Snapdragon ESL. Korang boleh tengok juga daripada dekat ESL Malaysia juga. Saya sokong expand sama lah. Kobra Iman, waalaikumsalam. Saya sokong BN. Abang ada hadiah diamond ke? Tak spin yang tadi Pak Tanah. Sedap doh bak damage benda biasa berlaku. Macam perkara biasa lah.
The Snapdragon Pro Series is brought to you by Snapdragon Elite Gaming, Monster Energy, and Kachi Shop.
Welcome to the Snapdragon Pro Series for Free Fire Challenge Group Stage Season 2. And we're finally going to kick off the Challenge Group Stage with representatives from multiple regions, not just from MSP alone, but we have Thailand, Vietnam, Indonesia joining in the fray as well. My name is Husky, and alongside me is Dana Lee.
It's really exciting to be here. I know some people probably thinking like, hang on, we're actually back again for Free Fire. And it's good because, we got ambushed just now. I hope some of you guys are getting ambushed as well. Because here's the most exciting thing, right? I love seeing different regions clash. You get to see these different play styles come into play.
Abang menang. Bukan.
Aku tak main. How the regions fare against each other, right? Because you've got these different levels of power. You have these different teams having to adapt to each other.
Kita tengok gameplay macam kalau korang tengok dekat tag tu kan.
Sometimes you stuck with that one style of play because that's the meta. But you don't really have a meta during day one of a cross-region event.
Game mana baru masuk ni? Ini kita akan tonton perlawanan. Dan ada 5 team daripada Malaysia.
It is a very good time for Free Fire, and it's a very exciting time to witness if some of these teams still have that momentum. But of course, I think before we talk about the game and all, we do have a format video for you guys, just to let you guys understand how it works in Snapdragon Pro Series.
Happy tak EP season 1 keluar balik?
Snapdragon Pro Series Free Fire Season 2. My name's
yang dalam video yang Kat tengok tu. Ni live kita live, kita tengok live balik macam tu.
Teams are divided into 4 separate regions, with 24 teams representing each region in the qualifying finals group stages. Only 12 teams from each region will move on to the regional finals. Teams then battle it out in the regional finals, and only the remaining top 3 teams in each region will represent their region in the upcoming Challenge Season 2. Let's check out some of the highlight moments and how they got there. Over in Malaysia, Singapore and the Philippines, there were intense shootouts happening between the teams. Shotguns seemed to be the weapon of choice here, as most teams tested their skills when meeting their opponents face to face. Auto knockout was seen as major threats after their dominance in the group stages. However, they failed to show the same level of gameplay in the regional finals. Most of the competition though seemed to be between Korang and Expand, with Expand getting 4 booyahs, thus giving them a dominant lead.
Takut kena copyright je ni.
An unbelievable performance too, getting the booyah in 23
Suara mantap Cap. Suara mantap yo.
Mantap
mama. Mantap. Serilah season 1 keluar balik. Season 1 keluar balik aku tak pastilah. Harap-harap Malaysia menang. Kita kena tengok, nak pastikan siapa menang kita kena sokong guys. Yang mana tengah tengok ni, jom kita sokong mana-mana tim dari Malaysia. Harap-harap bisa menang je. Jom kita tonton siapa yang menang. Kita bayar ni baru hari pertama ya. Ni baru hari yang pertama. Kita belum tengok hari yang sampai habis lagi. Ni baru first day. So nak korang nampak dekat bawah ni kan, bawah ni dia ada warna putih tu. Nanti aku akan tulis Day 1 Game 1 macam tu. Malaysia go. Oh Malaysia go Kalau korang Malaysia, korang pilih apa? S-Pen? Korang pilih Malaysia S-Pen ke apa?
matches between Heavy, Team Flash,
Moga Malaysia,
MDH
good luck.
Esports, and HQ
Kita
Esports
sokong
were
Malaysia. Yalah,
highly
Malaysia
competitive.
banyak kan.
Team Flash were dominating
Orang
early
Malaysia
on
yang
and
mana?
secured 2 booyahs, but Heavy were leading in overall points. Similarly to other regions, teams at Vietnam liked getting their kills in close quarter situations, and even got some vehicle kills. Roadkill! Beautiful grenade throws, multiple frags, and highly accurate shots also helped MDH Esports get a booyah and 20 kills in just one match. At the end of the day, the top 3 Vietnamese teams were Heavy, MDH Esports, and Team Flash. Finally, onto Indonesia. The battle for top 3 in the Indonesian regional finals was super close amongst all 12 teams. After a stunning group stage, OPI looked to continue leading the region. However, all the teams were fighting a close battle and were hungry to get top 3. With such amazing plays and tactics, Indonesia showed us why they have such
sama
amazing Free
Sem9.
Fire teams with
Sem9
glorious
pun
action
boleh
all
mana
around.
je.
At the end of the day, the top 3 Indonesian teams were
Yang penting
Sudara
Malaysia.
Esports,
Kita kena
First
support
Raider
team Malaysia
Eclipse,
guys.
and Dewa United Esports. And those were the highlights for the top 3 teams from each region.
Paling
These
baik
teams
kita
will be
support
facing
team
6
Malaysia guys.
invited teams from Challenge Season 1. These teams are Sem9,
Malaysia berapa team?
Zion,
Malaysia
EVOS
ada
Phoenix, EVOS Divine, V-Gaming,
kalau
and
tengok
Attack
sini ada
all
1 2 3 4 5.
Out of all the teams,
5.
which country has
Okey,
the
aku
better
sebut
Free Fire
Sem9,
players?
Anxiety, Expand, Farang, Exist,
I want to
Esport.
quickly answer that question. Thailand has the best Free Fire players. But before we take a look at Thailand as a region, we gotta look at MSP as a
Ya guys. Semua English. Iklan pula.
had a slightly roster change coming into this, so there's a lot to be desired. But we also have Access Esports, Korang, Expand, who qualified from the Open Finals. Expand, they just came back from the world stage.
They've got a lot of potential, these guys. I think a lot of people are going to be keeping an eye out for them if you're cheering for the MSP region, because we have to keep in mind, right, we're not just doing
Tu
this region,
antara
right? We've
tim-tim
got
tu.
with four regions total that we do need to keep an eye on.
Ni guys,
So
korang boleh
next time
tengok
we're going to take a look at Indonesia.
Nampak kan?
We also have to with Indonesia. Yes, maybe they didn't do
Yang ni
as
Indonesia. Ini
but,
yang invite dengan
they didn't get
qualified.
the crown. They're just as good.
They're just as good for sure. You know,
Kau
we have
berapa
EVOS
main?
Divine,
Kita
the
tunggu lah.
invited teams, but for the qualified teams, we have
Ni
Dewa
baru
United
start ni,
with
baru mula,
SCS
baru mula.
Outflank, and we're first rated Eclipse.
Malaysia
And
berapa
for
team dah beritahu
SCS
5
Outflank
tadi.
or Saudara Esports, these guys they also just
Damage
came back
dia
from the
pedih.
world stage, and they did
Kita
put
tengok
on
guys, kita
a
tengok guys.
pretty decent performance.
Kita
They
belum
were the
tengok
first
sampai
team
habis
from
lagi.
Indonesia going on to that world stage.
Sebab
So
ni baru
I think
awal.
they would probably carry their momentum and give us a good show.
Aku
in
buka
this
kamera
challenge
ada apa
group
kita
stage.
tunjuk
But
dulu.
for what I consider to be the strongest region
Supaya
in
ni
Free
aduh
Fire
aku
so far,
halang.
we have the Thai
Tapi tak apa,
region.
kita lihat guys
EVOS, Phoenix, and Attack all around the invited teams. One was the world champion for Sentosa, and one was just became world champion.
Semua pro-pro.
In fact.
Caster Malaysia tak ada ke? InsyaAllah aku akan jadi caster ke? Tak ada je semua English.
Yeah, I think a lot of eyes are going to be on
Alah,
Thailand
aku
and to
tak ada
see whether
caster,
or not
sambil
the teams
caster
can
sambil
keep up with
berborak
them,
kan.
right? Because the world stage is much more different than this. World
Ni
stage
daripada
it basically
Vietnam, guys.
happened over 2 days. But before that, we'll wrap up with our final team here, Husky. We've got Vietnam on the screen.
Siapa
Who have we
pemain
got playing
Malaysia?
in the
Aku
competition?
sebut balik ya.
V-Gaming as the invited team.
sebut
Heavy,
balik.
Team Flash, and MDH Esports are the teams that
Tim yang
qualified
Malaysia
from
punya
their
Sem9,
respective
Anxiety,
finals, and of course,
Expand,
Team Flash
Farang,
were also on that world
Exist,
stage.
Esport.
But they
Nah,
kinda
yang
suffered the
dua
same fate as
Sem9
Expand,
dengan
didn't
Anxiety
make it to
je
the
ke
play-ins,
kena
but
invite.
they were a thorn in the side
Invite
for
punya.
Expand in general, because they took Expand out in like 3 out of 8 rounds. So it's gonna be a bit of a rivalry in this group stage. But
Kalau
we're
menang
fully
dapat
amazed
apa,
to see
korang
how
pergi
these teams
tengok kat
fare against
thumbnail
each
ni.
other for
Thumbnail
the prize pool
ni
of
YouTube
30,000
ni live ni.
SGD
Korang boleh tengok
for the
dekat
first
thumbnail live tu.
Yeah, I think a lot of eyes are going to be on that delicious first place prize. I mean,
Kaci
second
shop
place
tu
isn't
apa?
too
Tempat
bad
juara
either.
diamond
You
kan?
got $20,000.
Siapa
So you just
pemain Malay?
shave off 10, it's not too
Mana
bad.
Thailand?
But,
Thailand dah beritahu
if
lagi.
anything, gonna aim for that first spot. But again,
Exist,
this prize
Exist,
pool, very, very
Esport.
delicious. Let's not forget, this is also just a reminder as well, this is USD, bit of a mistake on our behalf. But this is not the end goal for the teams, right? There's a lot of money on the line here, but the most important one is the
Tu
next
korang boleh
prize
tengok
pool that
hadiah
we're
dia,
gonna be
guys.
seeing on the screen. This is
Kat
the
shop ni kalau korang
finals
tanya
prize
tadi,
pool.
itu
So
tempat jual
before
diamond.
it was just stage 1. If you win
Price
that, it's
pool dia,
totally
guys. Korang boleh
okay.
tengok price
But
pool dia, hadiah dia.
$65,000 US. So first place if you make it to the grand finals and knock out first place.
You not only put yourself in a position to contest
Yes,
for
macam Koda
$65,000,
Shop.
you also
Koda
get to
Shop.
play in Jakarta
Exactly.
for the final. So there's so much on the line for these teams, and that's the wonderful thing about Free Fire, right? You get a
Tapi
piece of
dekat
the
sini
pie
je tulis,
at every
ada.
single stage of the league, but
Tapi
it
kenapa
always
je
depends
kat
on
sini
how
je tulis
big of
ni?
that piece you get.
Yeah,
Anxiety
exactly.
Malaysia punya.
So $65,000, it's going to be the big thing
Dapat
you're
kita
aiming
tengok je
for
lah,
in
guys.
that final. But let's take a look at our point system.
Kalau
Now,
betul
this is
4
pretty
je kot.
standard across the board. We haven't seen
Habis
any
kat sini
major
tulis
changes. It's 12 points if you knock out that
Anxiety
Booyah, 9 points
Malaysia.
if you get second, and you are going to go down that leaderboard. Now, 11th and 12th,
So,
you're going to
Sem9
get no points
expand
at all,
Farang
which
dengan
again,
Easy Esport,
very standard. And we have the
Kalau
usual
antara
1
semua ni,
kill
aku pilih
equating to
expand.
1 point. And this is a
Kita nak
great
tengok,
comeback
guys.
mechanic, especially for
Kita
teams
boleh
that
tengok
are pretty
dekat
kill
sini,
heavy,
1
but
kill,
might
1
not
point
be able to secure those placement points.
And we have seen a plethora of examples for teams that might not be the best at surviving until the end, but just garnered enough points
Aziz, kita
through
tak main, kita tak
eliminations.
dapat lah. Kita
And
kena
that
support.
was also a factor why Evo's Phoenix won the
Macam
recent World
pemain
Series.
bola lah.
Yes.
So do
Kita
get those
sokong
kills
dia kan,
rolling.
macam tu.
This will be today's schedule. We have Bermuda and
Dapat
Kalahari
mengharumkan
as our
nama
map
kita,
pool.
nama negara kita
Alternating
lah.
between both of them, starting with Bermuda and ending with Kalahari. For the first 2 maps, we have Group
Okay,
A
kita boleh
against
tengok
Group
dekat
B.
sini map dia.
Third and fourth map will be Group B against Group C, and the last 2 will be Group A versus Group C.
I know some people are thinking
Bermuda
like,
kalah hari,
hang
Bermuda
on.
kalah hari,
So
Bermuda
we've
kalah
seen
hari.
everything else. We've seen the money,
Korang boleh
we've
tengok
seen
kat
the
atas tu
maps.
A,
Yes,
B,
we're
A,
gonna be
B,
getting
B,
Bermuda
C,
and
B,
Kalahari
C,
from
A,
day
C, A, C.
1. But what are these
Dia ada
groups looking
group
like,
dia.
right? We're going to see it in just a second, and I think some of you are going to be looking at the screen with your mouths wide open because some of these groups are absolutely terrifying. So Husky, walk us through the groups. What's the situation here? What would you say is the toughest group, and probably what's the most complicated group?
I think Group A is basically the group of death. You have Evo's Phoenix and Nigma Galaxy, basically the 2 strongest Thai teams right now. You know, Sem9, MDH, First Rated Eclipse, and Axis Esports make up the rest of it.
So firstly, how did they end up in the same group? I think that's the biggest question.
And basically, we categorize them depending on their seedings, right? It's kind of a mix of
Yang tu duit, memang duit dolar je, bentuk dolar. Ni korang boleh tengok daripada group A, group B dan group C. Dia akan berlawan Sem9 ada. Dekat group A, Sem9. Group B expand dengan Anxiety ni. Group C, Farang.
And of course, one team from Vietnam, which is MDH Esports. So it's actually a pretty balanced distribution of teams, but we somehow ended with 2 juggernauts in Group A.
Yeah. But who knows though? Like again, we do need to reiterate that this is going to be a much more different competition. This is over the course of not just 2 days. We've got many play days.
Dah start game belum? Ini baru je mula.
Days where they're going to be able to
Kita baru
research
je
their
start.
opponents to see where what drop zones are, who goes for the blue zone during those drops, and maybe
Team to watch
playstyles as
ni,
well,
yes.
right?
Kita
Like some
tengok
teams love
team
to play on
untuk
the
kita
outer
terlihat.
circle, other teams
Tonton.
love to camp the center of the map, which again, all of this incredibly important when you're going into day 1 of the tournament. How does everyone play? Now, we've got some teams to watch. Evo's Phoenix, Expand, as well as Team Flash. I want to start this with a clean slate because I feel like we do have some information on some of these teams, but I feel like, especially during day 1 of any competition, it's sort of like a case of anything goes.
Yeah, it's like everyone is just testing the waters and to see how things pan out. Expand and Evo's Phoenix are actually scrim partners, so you know you can take a page off of each other's playstyles, and all of this made possible by our friends and partners over at Snapdragon Elite Gaming. When winning matters. Remember, this is not just for the cup and the prize pool, the trophy. It's also a
Yang ni lain, yang tu lain.
For some of these
Yang ni lain, yang tu lain. Tak sama, tak sama.
So I think, you know, coming into season 2.
Ini boleh tengok sini. Ni day 1. Yang ni lain. Yang ni Snapdragon punya.
They're really maturing, right?
Yang ni
I like to
ESL.
see tournaments like this where it's like wine. You gotta grow.
It ages fine.
Okay, I'm going to stop because it's going terrible. But you know what's not terrible? As you can see on the screen, we have the Jakarta Grand Final. So this is where the Grand Finals are going to be. It's on the 4th and 5th of February next year. So make sure you've marked your calendars if you haven't already. We did remind you last broadcast, but sometimes you forget, you know. Put in your calendar now so that you do not forget. I'm really excited for this because this is a LAN final. And I think LAN finals, they present their own problems compared to online. You're in an environment where you're with your opponents and you're out of your comfort zone. You're not on your couch, you're not on your bed, you're not wherever you want to play. Some people probably play in the kitchen and that's like the best area that they can play.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of players lie down and play and win games.
Some people are on bean bags, you know?
You don't get that on an offline setting, but it also comes down to a battle of wits, right? Because, well, at least from what we've seen, some players can be extremely loud for their own good.
Yeah, I'd also say maybe some players can get tilted quite easily, right? There are probably some people out there that need to play in silence. And then to be in an environment where you have everyone around you screaming when they're getting kills, you're just like, oh, this is actually kind of triggering.
Yeah, it's going to be quite an experience, but we will
Nak tengok kat mana? Aku ada letakkan link dekat description. Link dekat description ada.
It's kind of the group of death, but Group B is also not a cakewalk. We have the World Series champion from FFWS and Tosa attack all around in that group. Basically the three.
Okay guys, so perlawanan dah mula dekat sini.
Yeah.
Kita boleh tengok perlawanan pun sudah
So we
dimulakan.
are seeing a couple teams actually dropping right on top of each
Okay,
other, right?
kita
So we've got
expand tengok dekat sini. Expand dia turun di bahagian clock
on
tower
the right-hand side. We've
Tapi
got
ada seorang turun di bahagian
as
Anga.
well. So 2 fights are going on, but we've got 1 death so far, Husky.
First Raider is losing a member already, but we have a couple of brawls around the map. I mean, Deva running into Axis, Sem9 running into MD8, and Axis Esports just got completely obliterated by Deva.
So fast already, right? Day 1, game 1, Axis already out of play, no chance to recover, and we actually have another fight happening here, Husky.
What? So attack all around, okay, Jump God somehow getting a dock at least.
Yeah,
no eliminations for him, but attack all around. Basically setting the battlefield ablaze, and they're not done just yet. I think Evo's Divine is also in the vicinity. We are getting so many combats at the start of the rise. Actually, Evo's Phoenix God Crew showing up, our world champions. Not making
Yes,
their
betul.
presence known from the
Yang tu
get-go.
FFWS,
While
yang ni
the
ESL lain.
one versus
Tak
one
sama.
against God Crews, but it's not going to be a simple fight. Turns the corner, goes for the swing.
Oh,
ends up losing
nampaknya
anyways.
dinokkan.
So also goes down. God Crews wipes everyone.
Evo's flexing during
guys,
game
Evo's
1. They've got 4
bantai
kills
4-4 sekaligus.
already. They're going to be able to steal all that loot as well. Fantastic way to start as the world champion, Husky.
Absolutely. Probably not happy he didn't get crowned the MVP, but
It's
it's fine.
It's fine, you know.
You know the best part? He was the only guy from his team in that area. No one else was with him.
Oh man, just a one-man job, you know. You're a world champion. It's okay. I can do stuff I didn't usually do before.
Yeah.
It's all good. But this is just such an interesting way to start the day because we've had more than 10 deaths already, 2 teams already eliminated, and we've literally just started. I was expecting this to be maybe a little bit slower to have, these teams test the waters to get a feel of the competition. Now, of course, the eliminated teams are going to be disappointed, but I guess this is also going to be important for them because they can sit down and evaluate how the other teams play. Take these notes going into that next game.
This is going to, well, if this is how Evo's Phoenix tests round 1, I am very worried for what's to come for all these other guys.
Feel bad for anyone that just drops in with them as the game starts, you know. It's just, who's ready to sacrifice themselves so everyone else can get out? You might need 2 people for that.
We might need 2 squads just to stop Evo's Phoenix. I mean, it might not even be enough, you know. Zadi running into Expand. This is
Waalaikumsalam Vegeta.
Filipino team
Parang
in the entire challenge group stage,
parang
MST
parang ada.
competition, so them making it is a huge deal. At that point of time, AB Radicals was kind of the superstar team. So the
But
fact
they
that
just missed out though.
yeah, they just missed out. It was also under very unfavorable circumstances for them.
Yeah, it was a really weird grand final weekend really for that team, right? It's just they kind of exploded during that one game, but they didn't explode enough. So then I think they missed out on like 2 places.
Yeah,
It was pretty close.
the day one was pretty underwhelming. Like they were facing, they had a typhoon, and then they were facing internet issues and all. So
Yeah.
definitely not a spot they want to be in. But it's a team with a lot of potential, right? I'm pretty sure we will see more of them down the road. But for Anxiety, they are the invited teams. There's a lot to prove, honestly. Especially this squad has kind of been riddled with a lot of inconsistencies. And sometimes we look at them and we think to ourselves, is this really the team that, that can do wonders?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the team be able to pull off some fantastic plays. Like, the players themselves are very gifted. But I think we've seen enough of Anxiety to sort of get that feel that the team is still a little disjointed. It almost feels like at times when they're really under pressure, they lose that sense of direction, right? They don't quite know what they should be hyper-focusing.
It's a very leading team, right? The condition is step A, B, C. If one of those sequence gets messed up, they kind of get lost.
I also think it could be maybe a confidence sort of thing, because in the past, right, we saw Anxiety really pop off as a team, and I thought like, hey, is this going to be another upcoming team? But then they became plagued with inconsistency, and I think in the past the inconsistencies came from them not being able to secure placements. They kind of
ini live orang lain, yes, orang lain, tapi dia bahasa Inggeris. Jadi kalau aku bahasa Melayu lah. Okay, Aspen dia berada di bahagian clock tower. Kalau korang tengok dekat sini lagi mana? Ni Sem9 bawah tu. Dia berada di Mas Electric. Tinggal 2 sahaja.
This team came as fast went away as fast as it came. Right now they are just
they flashed.
Yeah, it's kind of those moments of brilliance. Though today
Aspen berada, Aspen dia berada di clock tower. Clock tower tak ada enemy
Chessman being the guy. Sure, there's a big shoe to
ya, aku sokong Aspen Cobra ni.
But good news is that Anxiety is still pretty much on the map. There's no eliminations for them just yet. They have not lost a single member. Expand also.
Malaysia apa bang? Malaysia tadi dah seberapa?
Which is a bit uncanny because they love this area.
Ya
I wonder if they
aku tak ingat. Aku tahu yang ada Sem9, Aspen, ada orang kata Sem9, Aspen, Korang dengan Exit eSport Malaysia. Yang Anxiety tu bukan. Ada orang kata.
Of course NGX, the team only formed I think earlier this year. And they have been tearing up the ties.
Boleh cari dekat saya, tak boleh cari.
They were the champions of the Open Finals for Snapdragon Pro Series, and they also were the champions of the Thai league leading into the World Series as well. 3rd place in the recent World Series, not too shabby, home ground.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, if your success ends on home ground, it's a little.
We haven't seen them on kind of outside.
Baru masuk, alright. Baru masuk tadi dah sebutkan nama tim dia. Ada 4 atau 5.
Your next level of expectation should be them trying to go for success outside of their region. So we got to keep our eyes peeled because again,
berkemungkinan nanti aku boleh je macam ni guys. Untuk account drone aku dah ada dah account drone. So kita tunggu pada besok. Kalau korang nak aku live besok petang pun boleh juga. Kita buat custom room.
Sometimes you just get punished, and especially for those drop fights, right? When you basically have to fight with whatever gun
Evos
you find.
guys, gila.
Sometimes you
belum ada lagi yang mati seorang guys.
It's like, oh okay, I'm fighting close quarter combat with the sniper. Like, okay, that's terrible.
And I think one of the things that separates some of these teams, at least region-wise, is that if we look at Thailand as a whole. Most teams there
ESL, korang tengok ESL.
They love to fight. They will not hesitate to take a fight. But then if we look at perhaps Vietnam,
korang sokong mana korang? Cuba kita tahu. Tim Malaysia korang sokong mana? Tu Aspen berdekatan dengan ni guys. NGX. Ui, posisi dia berdekatan dengan Aspen. Wih, kalau dia berdekatan ni. Apakah dia akan berperang guys? Oh, nampaknya Aspen mengundurkan diri. Diorang dah nampak Aspen. Peperangan dah berlaku guys. Okay, kita tengok posisi. Zone di bahagian mid, berdekatan dengan bahagian mid guys. Sem9 tinggal satu orang. Dua orang. Seorang lagi. Dia masuk dekat. Pergi dekat luar zona guys.
They are on the low ground as well, so it's not really
Mungkin dia nak tolong kawan-kawan dia.
Expand, but no one is really down. Seems like even NGX are sort of hesitant when they want to try and engage into
Mantap ah expand menggunakan taktik Dia tak perlu barbar awal lah. Barbar awal dia tak perlu. Santai-santai dulu. Tapi orang dah berperang dengan expand guys dekat belah kiri tu. Oh.
I can see on the map though someone's looking to try and flank.
Oh nampaknya expand dia paling boom. Expand tinggal 2 orang je. Oh ada lagi. Ada 4 orang kan? 2 orang gitu. Salam kat, sorry telat tertidur. Alright. Team cap. Aku mana team? Ni expand. Oh ya, expand berada di kawasan yang terbuka kan. Dia kena attack dengan NGS ni daripada atas. Dah kena target dah.
Unfortunate. I do believe that was
Tapi orang sini expand tiada yang knock lah. Cuma aku tengok tadi sebenarnya tinggal 2 orang saja. Yang seorang dia masuk, dia pergi keluar zona.
Very unfortunate. I think that's the second team as well, right?
It is.
Yeah.
I think we lost Axis first to Dewa, and then we lost Anxiety to E-Arena. Also another Thai team, right? I think we have like 4 Thai teams in the same lobby.
Look, you already said that Group A was just terrible in general, right? Because you have all these Thai teams.
Ngelag.
Yeah, Group A we have two of the strongest one, and then Group B is
champions.
We literally have a champion and an ex-world champion, so it's not looking good. I mean, Evo's Phoenix, they're taking on the
Ni
team
kenapa
that
pilih
took
team ni
away
Cap?
the World Series
Okey
from
lambat
them last time and
kita tahu okey
wiped
dekat
them
sini
out
ada
without
ESL
much
ni
effort.
dan ada
MDH
4
on the
team
other hand,
daripada
facing off against Dewa, down
Malaysia.
one man though, Dewa.
So sebab tu aku tanya korang pilih team mana? Macam aku expand ataupun Sertai. Tapi lebih kepada expand lah. So kita tengok lah dekat sini. Oh nampaknya MDH knock kan. Dengan seorang je Dewa di kill oleh MDH.
Nuke did such a good job there. Him alone being able to down 2 players just put his team at a massive advantage. So great elimination. We're going to be seeing a revive here. Sem9 is going to be finishing around in 7th place. Again, very unfortunate. All the teams from MSP are dropping like flies. So
kalau tim Thailand aku sebutkan nama Thailand dia.
Attack all
around. Evos Phoenix.
Very likely that we'll see one of these teams picking up Booyah for Game
Galaxy E Arena Team of Gamers Club. Indonesia pun ada Indonesia Evos Divine SES Alpine First Riders Elite Dewa United eSport dan juga Vietnam pun ada.
I think NGX is sort of
expand masih kekal lagi. Ui, mantap expand mendapatkan.
Luckily they're not going to be aggressed from that team who's actually rotating up toward the top side. Team Flash, the next team to be eliminated here is EA, currently sitting in a very favorable position. They're not kill leaders though. They got 9 kills to their name, but they're already looking fantastic. Looking to actually prevent these teams from coming into this next circle. And again, now raining hell onto MDH, and it looks like this is going to be the next team to be eliminated.
EA having such a great time, and don't cry, it's the only guy left alive. EA will be able to survive this. Bring shut up, back up, but unfortunately the blue zone hurts a bit too much. It's phase number 5, so EA will have to just abandon that buddy up there and try to go into the last circle. Think about Galaxy out in form, but we still have Evo's Phoenix, who are our current kill leaders and 4-man strong. EA will have to face off against them.
Oh tu ada Expand Cobra. Oh mantap. Expand Cobra tinggal berseorangan saja.
The circle is technically pretty favorable to them. They've got a lot of leeway. It's these other teams that have to try and figure out how to get in, because look, there's no compound, you hardly have any trees to work with unless you can hide behind a blade of grass, which that's not happening, Husky.
Abang main ke tak?
Cobra is somehow still alive. Evo's Phoenix saw him, but they couldn't get rid of him. And they are also in danger because E-Arena is shooting at them. So maybe Cobra can use this opportunity to just survive a bit longer. You see that Moshi is on the ground. Moshi, this is the guy that is the MVP of the recently concluded FFWS. There's a lot of promise for this guy. Cobra being forced to be turned by EA. Finally knocked out Expand out of the picture now. We've got the 2 Thai teams remaining. in this final circle is Evo's Phoenix against
Adakah
E
Evo's,
Arena.
guys?
Ready is already
Kita tengok
down
Evo's
next to the blue zone.
Phoenix.
Protege getting a
Evo's
kill.
Phoenix dengan
Getting that kill.
3 versus
Jonah also
EA.
getting sniped. Limit gets that shot in and it's
Alah,
all
Evo's
down
tinggal
to God Cruz. He
seorang je.
started the round with the bang, but can he end it just the same?
Oh,
Cannot do so.
nampaknya,
Arena,
guys.
ever booyah of the challenge group stage.
It looked
Boyah
like it was
jatuh
going to
pada
be Evos there, but just beautiful play from EA. They had a fantastic position, getting that knock as well, forcing basically
awal-awal
3
kena
versus
bantai dah.
1. Big advantage, especially when it came to those numbers. So,
Tapi tak apa,
man, already
Ini baru
E
game
Arena
pertama,
looking
guys. Game
fantastic
pertama
for this
baru.
team. And look at him, smiles all around, gonna be
Widih.
very happy. I mean, it's just game 1, but
Baik,
who
baik,
cares?
baik.
You've got to be feeling pretty good.
I mean, these guys are playing at a boot camp, and that's how serious they take
So
this.
dedicated.
Dedication to the max. But we came in this group stage having certain
Okay,
expectations
kita
that
tengok
when we look
game
at
kedua
the
kejap lagi.
region of Thailand,
Kita tunggu
it is a
dulu. Kita
region
tengok
filled
game
with
kedua.
raw,
Talent.
unadulterated aggression and just talent. Just teams that you have to take them head on, right? You can't run away
Oh,
from them. 'cause they
Arena
chase you
ini
down.
guys eh.
Yeah,
Arena
yeah.
dia
I
punya
mean, we
team dia.
did see it already. So I think a trend moving forward, and I mean, it's just off of game 1, but already you can see from the general play style that the Thai teams, they are very confident when they go into those
Waalaikumsalam,
fights. I
Daus.
love the way that they position themselves going into those engagements as well. I think it's that hyper aggression that's going to be scaring a lot of the other teams, right? Because they are so relentless with the pressure that they're constantly applying. I think a great example was Nigma Galaxy, right? We saw how they were leapfrogging towards Expand. Like, most teams would just be like, oh, you're running away.
Expand
It's
tu
okay, we'll go in the
gila.
other direction.
Tinggal
They kept
seorang je
leapfrogging
guys.
forward, chasing them down. I mean, ultimately,
Aku
yes,
rasa
they
kalau
didn't
dia
get that
bertahan
kill,
tadi
but
boleh tu.
I think that aggression might
Dapat top
shock
2.
some of those teams just because it's not a conventional
Tim
play
Malaysia
style.
siapa? Expand ada,
It
Semnai
feels a
ada.
bit, and I say this in good faith, maybe a bit of just,
Expand nombor
disrespect
berapa
because of
tadi?
how confident they are in their own
Aku rasa ada
capabilities, right? You
ulangan
just
dia.
get-
Oh, ini game
Maybe.
kedua, game kedua.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, bukan. Ini
Although
tadi.
looking into this game as well, we did
Takkan
see
game
E
kedua
Arena
terus kan?
getting the blue
Expand
drop point.
mungkin
Oh yes.
So
keempat,
I'm
kelima kot.
wondering if that was also maybe a factor to this team's success, because we know if you're going into the blue zone, you're going to be getting much better gear
tu
than
ada
everyone else. The
Sem
only
9.
other way to really
mana
outdo
yang
it
minat
is,
newbie
let's say,
ada.
you completely wipe another team and you completely loot them. Like, that's the only way I think you can outcompete with a blue zone team. But
Vegeta, benda tu
I
aku
mean, right
tak
off the
nak
bat, we're
tahu
just
lah
seeing
Vegeta.
all of the Thai teams just killing
Sorry, tak
everybody,
baca
converting
komen.
themselves. It's not Halloween anymore, but they're basically playing like vampires and werewolves, and they're going around sucking everyone's
Ya,
blood.
ESP
This is
Cobra oh.
Basically,
nombor
both
4.
Arena
Dia tempat
and
keempat.
Evo's Phoenix are playing whack-a-mole, right? It
Oh.
doesn't really matter who gets the booyah at the end as long as it's from
Tak bagai,
Thailand.
ini baru game
You
pertama.
kinda
Kita
know,
tengok game yang
how
kedua.
strong they are. Just
Oh
as
my
based
gosh.
on
yang keempat.
round number 1, E Arena placing
Wih,
themselves.
guys.
Look at the point
Tiga
discrepancy
total
between
markah.
second
Untuk yang
and third.
I
awal
mean,
ni
this is not just
Expand
in first place, right?
mendapatkan
It's 26
11
points.
markah.
Evo's Phoenix with 23.
Manakala
Just like
Sem9
you pointed
4.
out, Danny.
Ui,
MDH,
Arena
they're
26,
in third
Evo's
place, but
Phoenix
a 10 points behind Evo's
23
Phoenix.
total.
And the rest of the graph
Dengan
tells the pattern tale
9
of
kill
how
Evo's. Wih,
the discrepancy that we
kill.
saw in game 1.
9
Yeah,
place.
I think especially after seeing this
Kill
game 1,
14
teams are going to have to
Widih.
realize that,
Awal-awal
alright, if we
team
play too
14 ke?
passive during these
Expand
games, we're
dapat
not
3
going to
kill
get
je.
kills, right? It's going to be taken by all the Thai teams because, again, that's their signature play style. So
Sem9
I'm wondering going into this next game.
tak ada
Firstly,
kill.
next game is Kalahari. It's a pretty big map. It's
Anxiety
pretty difficult to get a lot of kills
satu.
on this map. But
Tapi
I'm
tak ada kill.
wondering what's going to be the change going into that next game, because I don't feel like after this game you should just play your standard game going into Kalahari. You're going to have to change things up to try and adapt to what we're probably looking at the leaders of the leaderboard for quite a while.
I think that these guys would stay there for, maybe a couple,
Good, yeah.
a good amount of rounds, right?
Yeah.
And I think it is also pretty scary if you are any other teams and you
I love
look at,
Pro
for
Pro.
example, just E Arena, Evo's Phoenix, or maybe Attack all around to a certain extent. And think to yourself, these guys, it feels like they are leaps and bounds ahead in terms of
Yes.
how they approach the game. Sure, we have a couple of weeks to play this group stage, but can they catch up? Can they adapt to it in time?
Look at these 8 headshots here from E Arena. So they ended the round with 14 kills. Excuse me. 8 of them. Oh my gosh, it came back.
Damage yang
8 of
dimiliki
them being
6,158
headshots, and they did
headshot 8 survival
6,158 damage. I mean, to be able to get 8 headshots out of your 14 kills, that's almost half your kills being 1 shots.
Yeah. And they share the same elimination total kills with Evo's Phoenix as well. The only difference is just placements, honestly.
Bagai ni baru
So
game
E-Arena's
pertama.
just very massive
Kita tengok game
openings.
seterusnya.
We didn't get to see a few of these kills, but we saw the important ones, right? How they took on Evo's Phoenix and how they were just constantly punishing teams that were not aware of their position. MDH, for example, got caught completely off guard despite having the full squad alive.
Yeah, so going into this next game, I really want to see what the changes are going to be, right? Are we going to see, especially in our case, right? Because us two, we normally follow the MSP region, and the general playstyle is this. We have one team just constantly going in the exact same drop points. I'm wondering if we're going to be seeing those changes going into Kalahari. Is it going to be someone going into the blue zone constantly? Like, is it going to be E-Arena, right? That happened during the first game. Is it going to be happening on Kalahari, or is maybe someone going to try and contest them for that point? Because I feel like, especially after that game, I think someone's going to have to stick their foot and be like, hey, we kind of can't let you constantly take the blue zone.
There are teams who love that blue zone, the high tier blue zone, and one of the teams that from MSP is AV Radicals. They are not in this group stage, but they are a team that is very stubborn, absolutely love the blue zones. And it does make them very easy targets to get hunted down. So we will see if that applies for E-Arena. But we, for now, will go take a short breather and we will come back for round number 2 as we head into Kalahari in a bit.
Emote real life, guys. Masam Exit Esport. Maai masam. Woi, dia angkat tu. Macam dari. S-Pen. Boleh macam. Nanti kena buat emote.
The Snapdragon Pro Series is brought to you by Snapdragon Elite Gaming, Monster Energy, and Kachi Shop.
Okay guys, so sekarang next kita mereka akan bermain di map Kalahari Group A dan Group B. Next lagi Bermuda, Group B dan Group C. Korang tengok je, tunggu 3 minit lagi. untuk next game.
Look at my shine with the glow. This is my time with it though. This is my time to be way at the top. Me and my guys gon' pay out the block. I don't look like boss. Time's right, and I know the sea is walking in the limelight. Promise you gon' wanna watch like a sci-fi. My guys are high rises, high time. My crown if you come to my side. I pledge allegiance for lifetime. My squad connected like Wi-Fi. We grind and you see the highlights. This my life. It ain't a game now. Me and you, we ain't the same now. Lions coming out to play now. Opposition out the way now. Out of the way. You wasn't invited. Say you come to play. I dare you to try it. You don't wanna try me. Then step up to my team. Yeah, out of the way. Yeah, yeah. Out of the way. Yeah, yeah. Out of the way. Game now, me and you, we ain't the same now. Lions coming out to play now. Opposition out the way now. Out of the way, you wasn't invited. Say you come to play. I dare you to try it. You don't wanna try me. Then step up to my team. Yeah, out of the way. Yeah, yeah. Out of the way. Yeah, yeah. Out of the way.
Waalaikumsalam Burhan Ahmad. Yang tengok ni tolong share guys. Share dekat kawan-kawan korang guys. Korang tak support ke tim Malaysia? Malaysia korang tak support. Takkan korang punya Fire tak support tim Malaysia guys? Memang aku sebutkan balik tim-tim Malaysia. Antaranya dekat sini Term9 ada, Expand ada, Farang ada, LD Esport, Anxiety ni tak pasti. Halo Oppo F. Lain masam Oppo. Okay guys,
Welcome back to the
nampaknya seperti
Snapdragon
dah nak
Pro
mula dah
Series
guys.
Free Fire Challenge stage, group stage, for season 2. Today is day number 1 and I'm already jumbling out my words because we saw E-Arena getting a devastating booyah in round number 1 with 26 total points. Of course, I'm Husky and I'm joined by Lee to break down the rest of the day for you guys.
Yes. Now, we've just finished up our first game, right? That was Bermuda. So we are going for a map change next. We're going into Kalahari. And just to remind everybody, if you're wondering what's the format today, we've got 2 maps today. We've got 2 maps tomorrow. It's not going to be us alternating between all 4 maps, which I know is it started to become the norm, but Bermuda and Kalahari, I mean, I'm totally fine with this. These are 2 really great maps anyway. But let's just have a quick roundup of what's really happened here, right? So this says round 2,
Semoga
it's actually round
boleh
1.
comeback guys.
E-Arena
Bangkit
getting the first
semula.
booyah of the day, locking
Dari
it in
nombor 4
14
dapat
kills
nombor 1.
side by side
Mantap.
with EVOS during that first round. So EVOS, yes, they weren't able to get the booyah.
Term9
they got
pun
enough
boleh.
points. They basically stole the
Insya
whole lot
Allah.
of these kills, right? Like everyone was just sort of picking up the
Anxiety
pieces,
ada.
thinking like, oh god, who else can we actually shoot?
And E-Arena and EVOS Phoenix combined have wiped out more than half the lobby.
Yeah.
That's how much kills that they were getting. EVOS Phoenix started off the round in one of the most fashionable ways.
Macam
They were the
mana
kill
lah awal-awal
leaders
dia
up
orang dapat
until
kill banyak
that final
apa.
fight.
Yeah, they
Baru
were.
good,
And
baru
the
game
only difference
pertama
is that
dah 14 kill.
E-Arena was the team that got
Korang
the
boleh
booyah,
tengok
not
lah
EVOS
aku.
Phoenix.
Ya,
And
ini
then we
betul-betul
look at
mencari
MDH
enemy.
coming in third, 10 points deficit expand in
Heal.
4th place, and thanks to Cobra being able to survive until the top 3, was able to get enough
Bukan
placement
sekadar
points to at
Carut,
least
tapi
keep
Abang
expand
Carut
afloat.
tak nak pesan satu.
But we are seeing a bit of the
Helmi
Thai
Gaming
style,
pilih
and
team apa?
Yeah.
pure aggression, and we
Macam
also
aku pilih expand.
yeah, unrelenting, right? A lot of these teams were caught off guard from the get-go.
Yeah.
Axis Esports was one of those teams. They didn't get wiped out by a Thailand team, but they did
Nampaknya
get wiped out by
Arena
Dewa
game
United
pertama
from
dia
Indonesia.
mendapat boyah
Yeah, I
je.
think these teams are going to have
Dengan
to try and figure out
14
where
kill.
everyone's going to be dropping, right? Like the most important thing is to figure out where's going to be the safest place to drop and find a place that's also going to complement your play style, because like ultimately the teams are going to try and adapt, but sometimes you kind of have
Tadi
to
macam
fall back to
seperti
what
dah
you're
nak
good
mula
at,
untuk
right? So
game
if you're a
seterusnya
slower
je.
team, you need to try and drop away from the competition, have some time to loot up, focus more on that position, play on the outer edge if you really want to, because we know for a fact there are going to be some bloodhounds in these games looking for those kills. The Thai teams, they're very good at it. But we've only seen one game. Maybe we're going to be seeing some of the other regions pop off during game 2, right? One game isn't a good determining factor of what the competition is like.
Yeah, I've seen. So what I've actually seen during the recent World Series was we tend to get a lot of teams in that late game. So you would
Yeah.
go into phase 5 and you still have like 10, 11 teams left alive, and it's something that we might not be used in MSP. But
Yeah.
before we talk more about that, we do have an interview video with Dewa United. Let's take a look at that and see what the players have to say.
Bang, bila start? Kejap lagi.
Perkenalkan, saya Panji Dwi Pratama, nick in game saya Dewa Kaisren.
Indonesia
Saya dari
guys.
tim Dewa United Esport Regional Indonesia. Saya sebagai leader sekaligus manajer tim Dewa United Esport
Oh, dia
Free Fire.
leader guys.
Nah, jadi yang kita maksimalkan ketika regional final itu agar tim ini lebih konsisten, walaupun sempat
Waalaikumsalam
beberapa
Helmi
kita
Gaming.
susun
Al-
turun
Amin
peringkat
ya rabbal
dan
alamin.
kita kejar lagi meraih top 3 tersebut gitu. Jadi kita benar-benar try hard, prepare, dan kita berniat emang harus meloloskan ESL di season 2 ini gitu. Kita bukan hanya sekedar pengen lolos di top 3 gitu, tapi kita bakal rebut juara itu gitu. Di season 1 hanya komunitas serta tim-tim divisi 2. Sedangkan di ESL Snapdragon season 2 ini ada divisi satunya juga gitu. Yang pasti mempertahankan kompon kita. Kita tidak merubah banyak strategi. Nah, strateginya kita
Robi,
beradaptasi lagi,
diam-diam berisi
belajar
ya.
dari kesalahannya. Jadi
Kita tak pasti
mempelajari
guys,
lawan siapa yang
apakah
akan menghalangi jalan kita
Aspen
itu.
boleh comeback guys.
Apa ya, sebenarnya kita bermain
Semenai boleh comeback. Kita
semi-agresif
tak tahu
gitu.
kan.
Seperti misalkan
Betul
kita
juga
dilawan,
kan, Helmi Gaming
ditabrak atau
berkata.
diganggu rotasi kita bakal bisa lebih agresif dibanding mereka gitu. Sejujurnya kita sudah mempersiapkan itu. Apa yang mereka mau kita akan ikutin.
Aku rasa lagi
gitu.
sikit lagi guys.
Epos Divine
Lepas
ya.
tu
Epos
start lah.
Divine,
Sebab
kenapa?
next
Karena,
game kalah hari pula guys.
drop zone dia
Tim A
di
dan
kalah hari
tim
sama
B.
dengan kita.
Bukan tim
Yang
A,
kedua itu
grup A, grup
dari
B.
tim Flash gitu. Tim Flash itu juga, tapi semua tim menurut aku mesti diwaspadai juga. Kita nggak bisa nganggap remeh, tapi terutama yang pertama kali adalah Epos Divine, Epos Phoenix, sama tim Flash. Untuk itu kita belum coba ke sana ya, karena kita mesti lihat review beberapa tim lagi yang siapa yang dekat dan siapa yang bermain pasif dan agresif. Jadi kita lebih mempersiapkan skill karakter kita masing-masing tuh. Jika kalian mau merebut mil, jangan coba-coba karena ada dewa di situ.
That was a really interesting interview, but it was also a really good insight into how the team generally plays. So just to wrap up, if anyone sort of got lost or maybe only tuned in halfway through that interview. So Dewa described their playstyle as semi-aggressive, but from the way that they described the way that they played, it feels like they're a very reactionary team. They like to protect their compounds, and if someone disturbs their rotations, they said that they'll
Sabar ni,
actually
nak tunggu
try and react to it, right? They
Dia
don't
tengok dia
just
orang turun
leave,
di
they won't
bahagian
sit
mana, guys.
passive. They are a team that wants to
Adakah
react.
masing-masing turun di
They are
tempat yang
not
tiada
hyper
orang
aggressive
ataupun
from what I'm
turun
sort of
tempat yang ada
witnessing.
orang barbar
I
awal
think the
game.
most important thing is that they said one team to look out for
Barbar
them
awal game.
was EVOS Divine, because they share the exact same drop points on Kalahari, which ding ding ding, what is this next map? It's Kalahari, and I'm wondering if we're going to be seeing these two teams drop on top of each other for this game too.
So we just keep an eye out for Mill, because that's what Rain said as well. And I think it's incredibly impressive that he's not only the in-game leader but also the team manager for the squad, right? So there's so much responsibility. But we also saw how they were able to just barely qualify for the group stage, all the way from 10th spot in their finals, having to fight their way up.
Yeah, I like seeing that storyline as well for the team, because it's not a case of them just sitting on top and staying on top, but the team was able to grow and learn and actually be able to adapt to the meta. So all eyes on this team potentially, as that everyone's already dropped in, and oh my goodness, Husky, a lot is already happening. Look at Refinery!
I feel like if you don't tell me that this is a group stage, I would think that it's just a test run or a script, because everyone is just shooting at each other. MDH has already lost. 2 members is down to DNP and Don't Cry, but aside from that, EVO's Phoenix is on Refinery.
There's 3 teams!
I mean, everyone is
nampaknya
frustrated is also on Refinery. Why is everyone a big fan of Refinery all of a sudden?
Awal game,
But EVO's
guys.
Phoenix,
Dengan
seemingly the one
MDH
that's doing fine. MDH somehow still keeping 3 members alive, but they are getting absolutely pressured.
My goodness. What a way to start the day for Kalahari. I mean, we don't normally see 3 teams sort of duking it out in a 3-way for Refinery. So nice way to start, but it's very unfortunate that we already see our first elimination, right? Like, you don't want to be taken out so soon, especially during just game 2, right? It's only game 2, and this is also going to be the final round for Group A versus B.
Oh, nampaknya seorang Oh ya, adakah dia seorang berani untuk melawan 3 player dekat atas tu, guys? Nampaknya sudah berdekatan, guys. Oh, sudah nampak enemy
Phoenix slightly slower start, but
adakah MDH akan berperang dengan EVOS Phoenix?
Cruz is alone again.
I love this. I love how he's just looking for kills, right?
He's on an expedition.
Look at him. If you just look at the way he's running and the way that he's looking, he's actually looking for these kills. He's not hiding.
This is a world champion buff for sure. No one plays like
Yang ni
100%.
I mean, if they need to, they can just revive him, right? Like, the team's just sitting on top of a revival point. So even if they lose him, it's not really that big of a loss.
Yeah.
And I wish... I'm not sure if the other regions sort of utilize this, but I was expecting teams to play like this when revives first became a thing, right? Like, have someone sort of go out there and scout. And then once they found some information where they died...
Ada seorang dan 2
When you
orang.
have someone like God Cruz who can really hold his ground in this manner, well, he just got taken out, but in the situations that he gets to hold his ground, it becomes so valuable for your team, because you are basically winning with a deficit. E-Arena, though, might not be having such a good time. They are facing off against Semnai, who are perched on top of the crane.
Newbie
It's
ni
kind of
berada dalam kemah ni, guys.
a very open spot for EA to be
Adakah
in,
dia tahu
but so
posisi
far
enemy di
Semnai is not really
belakang? Oh, nampaknya
doing much damage yet.
kedua-dua
Shut
kena
up,
tembak,
he's
guys.
just gonna chase forward and try to take up
Peperangan
as much
newbie dan
space
juga
as
set
possible.
up.
Relatively
Oh,
head on, and newbie
nampaknya
just pump some slug shells
newbie
into his
berjaya
body. 2 members of EA
menokkan.
get knocked down.
Big mistake, although they will be able to get at least 1 resurrection up, right? So they've got Shut Up, who's going to be coming in, flying back into that game. They still have, I can't read whose name that is, I think it's like Lim, sitting on top of the crane, so he's sort of playing as the scout for the team, trying to spot where everybody is. But I think after all this, you got to back up, you got to leave. But it looks like for now, Attack, they want to sort of jump into this fight as well. And on the screen, we also see Expand getting a couple of knocks themselves. Axis not really doing so much, but a lot of action so early in Kalahari. This is so un-Kalahari.
This is the kind of
Yang
action
tadi
that
tu
I
barbar
expect
gila.
the last week of the group stage when teams won
Turun-turun
the
ramai
longest slot
enemy.
to go to Jakarta.
Ramai player.
As
Ni
things
guys.
are right now, I think these teams are just
Dia
incredibly
maju
hungry.
terus NGS ni.
We are not getting any breathing space.
Sekarat,
And, you know, you
sekarat.
kind of feel for the players who are getting ran at. Phil God just chasing down
Sekarat.
this crane.
Yang dia betul-betul
Almost
sekarat,
getting
guys.
the knock,
Au,
finally catches
nampaknya
it.
dia
Leaps
knockkan.
out the window. NGX finally getting a couple of actions going. BO also going down. Team Flash out of the picture. NGX with 4 points.
Two
berapa
teams
kill
already
dia dapat?
on. We're only 4 minutes into the
Dua
game.
kill
And
dia
it's
dapat, guys.
Kalahari. This is Kalahari. But again, it's just these Thai teams really flexing, right?
Aku
The
nak
fact
tengok
that they're
expand
looking
dekat
for all
mana.
these kills, that any
Tapi tak
team they
tunjuk
run into,
expand.
they just say like, all right, YOLO, let's go.
Kalau aku dapat
You know,
tahu
don't let them go.
Welcome to SEA, I guess. This is
No,
how...
no. This is not SCA. It's like, welcome to Thailand.
This is actually a Thai league. I think we're in the wrong place.
Oh, you're in the wrong country.
MTH somehow still staying alive. They are getting hunted down by attack all around.
Sometimes you just gotta play the stealth game. Don't get spotted.
Dia
You
seorang
can
je
be
ke?
the one that saves your
Oh,
team. You
nampaknya
bring
dia
them back,
seorang
right?
je,
You've got the
guys.
ability to revive people.
Oh, yang
If
tadi
Nuke
yang
survives this, it would be an absolute miracle.
Oh,
Well, never mind, they
MDH
saw
seperti
him.
dah dilihat,
Yeah, he
nampak
slides out.
sekarat. Oh, nampaknya
Bye-bye.
dinokkan
I
dengan
mean, he's not the
AAA,
last
guys.
person left on the team. They do have one more
Wih,
player left,
guys.
so
Bahaya main seorang-seorang
it's
je,
not all
solo-solo.
bad.
AAA has 7 eliminations, and we are under 6 minutes in.
Enemy pula, enemy
What
pula.
map is this again? Is this
Player
Bermuda?
lain boleh nampak kan, tim
This
lain boleh
Bermuda
I
was
am
nampak.
Sandy.
just surprised that we had 3 teams drop at Kalahari.
Okay, kita tengok mana.
I have not seen
Mana
it ever.
Sem9,
No,
Sem9
I
tu.
haven't either. But then
Ah.
again, we could be from the wrong region as
We
well,
could-
right?
yeah.
Yeah, this is the good introduction
serious ah?
to Thai Free
Expand tak ada.
Fire. But
Where did
Oh, ada expand
Oh,
dekat
there
bahagian
was-
tengah tu, guys.
I think they are
Expand
already
maju
out.
dengan AAA, guys.
When we say that them and Evil's Device share the same drops,
Tengok
but
dekat
Evil's
bahagian
Device
expand
isn't
cepat
playing
tengok.
yet.
yeah, they're not playing
Okay,
in this,
kita
this
lihat,
round.
guys,
We'll see this a
expand.
little bit later on.
Kalau kita tengok
Attack all
expand dekat
around
sini
and
ada
expand
3
coming
orang
to attack.
saja.
And attack all around,
Seorang
they just
lagi aku tak
came
pasti.
from Refinery and they are already
Oh,
prepared
ada
to take on
4-4 ada
expand. This is
berdekatan. Cuma tidak
it's-
nampak.
I mean, I
Nama
wanted
yang
to
kita
ask if
lihat
expand
di
is ready,
sini
but
ada
Jump God
3
somehow
saja.
made it
Dia lawan
onto
dengan
that roof.
AAA, guys.
I was actually
Okay,
going
kita
to ask,
tengok apakah dia
literally,
boleh
is expand ready?
meratakan,
Because
guys,
I'm not quite sure
ataupun
if they
dia
really are.
diratakan.
I don't know if they have vision of
First
attack
ni,
all round yet.
oh,
I think they do
nampaknya
now. At least
ada
they do have that.
2 posisi enemy
The sounds, the direction of roughly where those bullet shots are coming from. Oh, Cobra actually getting one knock there.
Good punish from Cobra. You really
Oh,
need to get rid of
masing-masing
Jump
dah,
God because he is drawing so
mengundurkan
much
diri
attention
dia.
from Expand.
Masing-masing
And he
mengundurkan
was
diri.
enabling the rest of AAA
Expand
to
dekat
just
sana, 4
get these
orang
pot shots
lagi.
off.
AA
But
pun
with
4
Jump God
orang.
down, now you kind of slow down
Tapi dah
AAA.
seorang dah knock.
As Expand, you
Dua-dua.
will be very
Dah mati
delighted
lagi.
with that.
Yeah, I think this is just a good
Dia
call
PUBG ke?
from attack all around. I mean, they could try and go 3 versus 4, but it's just too risky this early on, right? So
Yeah.
just back up, just get the revive, just let Expand sort of do their thing.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, as you can see on the map as well, Nigma, they're right here as well. And we know Nigma, they've run into Expand in the past. They are not afraid to
Expand ni
fight
kena
into
hold
this
ni.
team. But it looks like it's Expand that's just saying like, yo, we need to go.
Dia dapat 2
This is
kill
a
lah
team
ni.
that I think Expand, are
Cobra
very
baik, dapat
aware
2 kill.
of the fact that they,
Hmm.
at least mechanic-wise, Nigma Galaxy are just a bit more crisp. Dewa United finally out Hawkeye getting their last kill. But from what we've seen from NGX is that they will chase you to the ends of the earth. And Expand, they don't
Korang
necessarily
pilih
have
team
the
mana, guys?
best spot to kind of set
Sem9
up
ke,
shop.
ASP
Cobra
ke,
is
EVOS
already
ke.
dangerously low, and Expand they might
Dia
have to just
banyak.
sacrifice too fast to keep the round alive.
Oh, nampaknya
Yeah,
ada
Cobra's
kelihatan.
not looking too healthy.
Posisi
I don't know if he can
Expand
even
itu.
fully heal up as well. I saw his health going up, but it's not fully healed. He's also sitting on top as well, so he's sort of scouting for the team. Roy as well, so they've got 2 spotters to try and check out where Nigma are. So I think Expand they're in a pretty good spot. They're not too threatened. They're going to be able to at least see which position Nigma's going to be coming from. But we also did see that the circle looked like it was going to be a rather centered circle. It's not going to be on the edge of the map, so they've got a lot of time to work with. But I do want to see where the next circle is going to be. Is it going to continue in this like centered trajectory towards Refinery, or are we going to be starting to shift towards the side? As we are seeing a fight here with
Tinggal
Sem9, which
3
they're unable
saja
to get
daripada
the
tim dia.
necessary shots in. Fikri's doing his best. He will take down that
Oh,
glue
dia
wall, but
menggunakan
isn't
sniper.
enough to be able to get that damage in.
Oh,
They need to start
EA
getting
ni, guys.
these knocks because EA are inching
EA
very
dengan
close.
Sem9
Shut up,
itu.
taking Raja down. ZOP
Oh,
will get a
ZOP.
trade back. Unfortunately,
Oh, nampaknya
EA,
ZOP
they just
di
have enough
knock.
numbers. And another wipeout for E-Arena. 5 eliminations
guys.
so far.
Yeah, Sem9
Auto
weren't
and
able to
terus
get enough knocks to really make that engagement worth it. So out of the
EA
picture
mendapatkan
again, they're going to
5
have to
kill.
go back to that thinking board and think, well, let's think about what to do in that next round. But of course, E-Arena, we did see this team do fantastic earlier on, although they're going to run into EVOS now. These are the 2 Goliaths running into each other now. If one of these teams get eliminated, this does open the door for the rest of the competition to potentially steal that booyah away.
And if you are in EVOS's shoes, you definitely want to get that get that wipeout and put yourself in first place. At least having a better chance of getting there. Evo's
Lepas
Phoenix
ni
don't
apa
gonna get a
AB
knockdown
VC
early on, but instantly
AB
you see that
VC
revive. MDH on the other side doing the same.
AT.
EA in danger. They do not have the numbers to contend with Evo's Phoenix, and Morshi from long range gets
Kalau BC expand main lagi.
EA instantly just backs off, run away, trying to
Expand
get those
dengan
revive,
parang.
keep
Dia
this
ada
round
parang
alive.
situ.
Shut Up and August being the last two
Ni
remaining.
tak sabar ni.
Yeah, so it's just going to be these two.
Tapi
I
kalau
think
kita
it was
tengok
just a
kat sini
smart
pun,
decision to say like, hey, we're going to
kita
send this
tengok
one
expand
guy out
guys.
to get the
Macam mana
revive
keadaan
in. Like,
dia
we
kan?
can't just... If we fight here and it goes badly, we're basically out of the picture. So I love the decision to just split, say, all right, we're going to give some bodies away, whatever. As long as we make it to the final circle, that's the most important thing. Now on the screen, we've got Enigma Galaxy here. Now, they're not in the best position. They're sort of on the outer edge of the circle, and they will have to fight their way through if they want to get to a better position. And it's going to be against attack all round. And this team, they've got a really good player
Nampaknya
in
NGS
a fantastic
berlawan dengan
position to
AA,
spot where
guys.
they're coming in. So let's see
Ui,
if they can
tapi
finish
kalau
the
kau
job
tengok
or if
dekat
maybe
AA ni
Enigma
dah
can
ada
wrestle
8
their way
kill
through.
dekat sini.
Enigma is a team that is not shy when it comes to these kind of engagements. They are hardcore aggressive.
peperangan
Look at
berlaku.
Stop. He is running out of the building. Was
Nampaknya
supposed to
NGS
go
stop.
charge
Dia
on.
knockkan.
Gets sprayed
Oh,
up, jump
dia
on
knockkan.
two.
Dia
He
knock
is
sendiri.
challenging this head on with that
Oh,
sniper.
nampaknya
Oh,
dua
gets two
sudah knock
instead
situ.
on the way in. Hey, not in a good spot. And then GX, they're all trying to brave the blue zone, run into the machine that is AAA. Jumper is on the ground, Hoystan going in, trying to look for the finisher. Can they find NGX, who are
seorang
darting
ni
around
dihidupkan,
in
guys.
this building? Caramel finally put to rest. Kiroro finds
nampaknya
that kill,
seorang
but
dah
still,
mati,
he is
guys.
still kicking, and he is getting the work done. NGX still breathing, still alive. Feel gone, not around
NGX
anymore.
tinggal seorang
And Dew is
sahaja.
the only survivor.
Tapi dia orang dah ada 7
that
kill,
was
guys.
such a painful engagement. I thought an attack all round was
guys.
actually going to
Yang udah
potentially
sekarang,
lose that fight
mati
there, but they
dulu
get it.
NGX, guys.
Beautiful grenade, Enigma Galaxy out of the picture. Attack all round. That was such a good recover. We saw their players go down so quickly, and I thought like, oh, that's going to be it. They've got one
lawan
player that's
Phoenix,
too
guys.
far away to get the revives
Reverse
in.
Phoenix.
But the spotter, fantastic job. We're seeing some
Guys,
amazing
dia orang main
grenades
boom
here,
je.
Husky.
And he had
Nyawa
no
dah
vision.
sekarang.
He
Dapat
had
satu
no
kill.
vision, and he was able to take down exact. Rav is also
maju,
low.
maju.
Evil's Phoenix here just to pick up a couple of desserts along the way before they eventually get that booyah already though. On the ground, and Axis, they are retaliating just a bit, but they need those knockdowns, they need those eliminations, and not getting it done.
Oh, God,
Moshi
Cruz.
finally joins the
Kalau kau
fight.
tengok
God
Evo's
Cruz
ni,
is
dia
low,
baru
but
ada 5
down
kill
and
dekat
not
sini.
out. Axis Esports
peperangan.
only left with
Nampaknya
Shahid.
7 kill terus,
Unfortunately,
guys.
they tried to challenge the world champions, but there's a reason
Hancurkan air
why
terus.
Evo's Phoenix won that one.
Mati
And, Axis Esports out in 5th place.
Down to 4 teams here. We've got Evo's Phoenix. We
EA,
have the
oh,
Arena,
EA
although
pun
unfortunately they will lose a player
EA.
there. We've got Attack all round
It's just all
towards
Thai
the...
teams.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
who's
gila,
the other
8 kill,
team?
guys.
It's Expand. Okay, so Expand is also there.
EA.
Although unfortunately,
EA ada
Arena, they've got one
ruangan
player
dia
left,
menyorok
right?
dekat
But shut up, he's just
Liberty
sitting
dia.
in the center. He's going to try and gatekeep if possible.
Kita
Pick up any
tengok,
small
guys.
kills. I mean, this is really the best you can do, right? You don't have too many options.
Kalau kita tengok,
Although he's
aku nampak,
right next to
Expand
where
ada
that
2
next
orang lagi.
circle is going to be.
Expand
And
masih
honestly,
hidup 2 orang
he's
lagi
in
ya.
a pretty good spot to hide.
EA,
He's next to all these like
Expand,
bushes
kalau
and
kita tengok
crates. It'll be pretty
EA,
difficult to spot him out.
Evos,
And
Evos pun ada lagi.
Attack all around will be the first team to make that move.
Evos
Phoenix,
masih
they have
4
a
orang
pretty
lagi,
decent
guys.
spot.
Kalau korang tengok
Get that bird's
EA
eye
set
view.
up tu,
God,
seorang
he's
je
gonna
tinggal.
leap right in and actually got tagged. I
Where's
wonder-
Expand?
dua orang
Are they still on the western side of the map? I think so,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're
Yeah,
craving it. There we go.
I mean, God Cruz, he is
Keempat.
very far deep into the circle. He just made it in there. Shut up is still very much
Kalau
hidden.
aku dapat
Red
lihat
Rhythm
kan,
breaking that glue wall.
keseluruhan
Cobra
dia
not
mesti aku
really
tahu
safe.
berapa
Has to
expand
expand the
tinggal,
second one.
berapa
Extra Roy just
Whoa.
Evos
trying
tinggal.
to provide some
Oh, again.
pot shots, some suppressive fire, but at the end of the day, both of them go down.
Aduh,
Absolutely
hai.
punished by
Alamak,
Evo's Phoenix.
expand dah
Moshi
di...
getting
Weh,
the
expand
knock
lawan
of the
Evos
Axel
kan, weh.
and Malaysian sniper
EA ni
just lost that
selamat dengan
chance.
kedudukan dia.
Look at
Oh,
this
gila,
guy.
dia nyorok macam ni, ngendok kan.
He's
No
like,
way.
I'm
Memang
not
tak
here.
salah lah, dia
Oh,
nak
no,
enemy
oh,
nampak,
no.
enemy nampak. Sudah.
Gets out.
Solo lawan squad.
Gets snuffed out
dah tak boleh
and
apa-apa.
Jonah goes
Mati.
in for the kill.
Yeah. Oh,
Eliminate
Arena actually
malah.
goes down
Mati
before
eliminate,
Expand. Pretty interesting here. So now it's going to be down to Evo's Phoenix. There we go. Expand is down.
Alah,
Can
expand
Evos
dah.
wrap this up?
Gila
Yep, attack all
mati.
round.
Oh,
Not enough
nampaknya
attack
boyang
power
jatuh
that's going to
kepada
take
guys.
them out. And that's going to be our first
Evos
VI here
Phoenix.
for
Macam tadi je nombor 2, kali
Phoenix.
ni dia boyah guys.
It feels
Mantap.
like it's another day for Evo's Phoenix. It's another day in the
Another
office.
day in the off. Look at this offense.
Untuk
Like,
game
look at
kedua
this
menang
comfortable chair.
Evos.
They're like, oh yeah.
I mean, yeah. So
Coffee
already
on the
actually
table.
didn't play on during the World Series, it was get high. So now we get to get a glimpse of
Kita
already
tengok berapa
as
dia
a
punya
player
score
as
dia.
a team.
Score kill dengan
And
place
so
dia.
far, I mean, EVOS Phoenix, what can I say? Just solid performance through and throughout.
Yeah, I mean, they look great. I don't think they really made any mistakes. I love their positioning when it came to that 5th circle. They basically had cover. They were landing all their shots. Was it EVOS that
Go,
was
Free
targeting
Fire.
expand, or was that attack
Bang,
all round?
Kita
I think it was an attack.
Oh,
all
kalau
around.
It was attack all round. So I was wondering, did they focus more on placements?
Sebab
But
dia kan A, B,
I
B,
mean, it was
C,
just a
lepas tu
flawless
A, C.
ending. We didn't see them mess up. They didn't do any silly plays. They just
Yeah.
another day in the office.
I mean, we looked at this round. I am very surprised at how aggressive some of these teams are. I know
Ni
you know,
ulangan
Should
je.
you
Ni
be?
ulangan
I
je
think
kan.
after 2 games, you're gonna
Oh.
be thinking like, oh, this is just normal.
they are speed running the
Nak
rounds.
awal-awal dah ada
That is
kill.
for sure.
It's like
GS
they play the game so fast that the circle has to keep up with
GS
them.
pun power juga.
Honestly, I think that's the case, right? I was telling you that I
DAA.
feel like things are
Tapi
moving
tu
very
Ultimate
fast, but
Oh, ya,
now I kind
awal-awal
of
je.
understand why that's
Ni
so.
mungkin posisi dia silap ni.
It's thanks to these teams who are just, they do not stop.
Yep.
They do not need to take a
Tapi tu lah,
breather.
kalau tak barbar tak dapat
just run
score.
it down.
Yeah, everyone else has to turn their
Tapi
games up to 2
bila
times
barbar
speed. They're
tu
like, oh god, it's too
18
fast, we can't keep up. I
silap
mean, it's
dia.
just 2 games to
Yang ni
start
yang
the
sedap
day.
tadi
We are
lah,
going to
yang
also go for a
daripada
bit
Moga.
of a group shift, but I think it's safe to say that it was
Expect
pretty
6 kill.
expected for the first 2 Booyahs to go
Kalau
to
Phoenix,
potentially
10
the 2
cukup.
strongest teams in the
Itu
tournament,
paling
right?
points.
So we had E-Arena,
Oh,
and then the second one
12
going
kill,
towards
guys.
EVOS Phoenix. But we're going to be saying goodbye to them, I
Lepas tu dia
believe,
dapat
because we
Boyah
are going
pula tu.
for that group change. So
Hmm,
those 2
kita
teams
tengok
are
berapa
in Group
skor dia.
A.
Mungkin
Teams
nak
in
7
Group A are
skor
going
kot.
to go for a break
Okay guys, so
because
ni
now we're
skor
going to be
dia kan.
shifting to
EVOS
B
Phoenix
versus C.
pada
So
game yang kedua ini
technically,
26
if you want to
attack
think about
all
it, the
around
2 weaker
21.
groups. And this is going to be when
Expand
some of these teams
14
really
tau.
need to pick
Tadi
up their
kalau
points
korang
as
tengok
well, right?
expand dia
Because
nombor 4.
already you
Dia
can see
sekarang
here,
game kedua
14
yang
kills
ketiga
going to EVOS Phoenix.
Okay.
12 going to
EA
attack all
Arena.
round. Whereas in the
13,
last round, it was
Galaxy 11,
14-14
MDH.
for
Kalau
EVOS Phoenix and
9,
E-Arena. So essentially all the kills
dia
are going to
place,
the top 2
campur dengan
teams,
kill,
which means you're
So
leaving
total
scraps for
7.
everyone
SE
else.
Sport 6.
And I think if you are any
Anxiety
teams
5,
in Group
First
C
Rider
and you just
Eclipse
watch that first 2 rounds,
2 Dewa
better be
United.
mentally prepared.
Sport
Because I don't
2,
think there
Team
is
Flash
going to
0.
be any space to breathe once you drop onto the map.
Dila
right?
Sofian,
Someone's going to have to hook
Waalaikumsalam.
like a gas pedal to their phone and be like, all right, guys, full speed ahead. Let's go choo-choo. Because this game is seriously going so fast. I actually cannot believe it, Husky.
Yeah, I am so used to having, you know, a lot of
Moga expand boleh kembali lah.
slow start,
Boyah.
right? You loot up, you rotate.
And then now we're seeing like, what,
Expand dapat
5 teams?
satu
Sorry,
mantap.
I think it's 4 teams actually for that round.
Yang
even
penting
towards the last
point
circle,
kan.
they
Macam tu,
don't
total
wait, right? They
No.
keep
Dapat
fighting until someone
booyah.
gets the booyah. I guess
Yes.
that's
Yep.
one way to do it. But we are clearly seeing some front runners. I know it's very early for me to say this, but EVO's Phoenix is one of them. Look at this again. 14 minutes.
6,948
Survival time.
damage
If
yang
to have
dimiliki
the
dengan
entire
headshot
the entire
15.
blue zone close in and end the game is 17 and a half minutes ish. But we're 3 minutes earlier for both game 1 and game 2.
It was so fast. And funny thing as well, right? So EVOS Phoenix, they had 14 kills that round, but they had 15 headshots. So they downed somebody. They couldn't
Yeah.
quite finish them off, but there is a bit of a difference as well when it comes to the damage. So I do remember E-Arena doing 6,100 damage. So this is the second round. EVOS doing 3.9k, almost. Sorry, is it 3? Sorry, 6.9k, almost 7,000 damage. I think it just goes to show how these 2 teams are.
Yeah, and
Where EVOS Phoenix, if they have their game,
Kalau korang
they
dapat
go
kaki
off.
shop tu
They're
dia
the ones doing
sponsor.
most of the firepower.
I mean, EVO's Phoenix have been running it down for 2 games in a row.
Tapi
right?
mantap
And I
gameplay
think
malam
it's
ni.
something that they are very confident in executing.
Ni baru
You know, you send
hari
God
yang
Cruz
pertama guys. Kita
on
tengok
a
hari yang
Christopher
kedua,
Columbus
ketiga macam mana
journey.
guys.
Look, his name is God Cruz. Like, he's allowed to go anywhere that he wants,
Yeah.
and then he just comes back, you know? It's like, oh, here you go, we'll bring you back.
Yeah, it's
Total
either he gets
hadiah
a few
pun dah
points or he
300,000
gets taken out and they just revive him. At the end of the day, EVO's Phoenix
US
are
dollar.
still one of the most formidable teams, and I think there is, without a shadow of doubt, when the Thai fans are watching, they would expect most of their representatives to make it through to the finals.
Yeah, I mean, we... I think it's almost undoubtedly true that this region is just absolutely terrifying. But for now, we're going to have to say goodbye to Group A, right? Because a lot of the big teams are in Group A. They are going to go have a break. They can have dinner. They can sort of do whatever they want. But teams in Group B are going to have to play their second round. So the next 2 games for Group B are going to be against Group C. This will be their debut on the stream as well. And I'm really keen to see what happens in these next 2 matchups, right? So teams in Group C, they had an opportunity to watch teams in Group A and B. And then how does Group B sort of move forward? Are they going to take the knowledge from the A versus B matchup and try and apply it against Group C?
Hopefully that's the case, right? Because I feel like if you've seen enough, you're gonna get traumatized and you will learn something from it. But all of this would not be possible. We would not be able to breathe without our friends at Snapdragon Elite Gaming when winning matters. They've been with us for such a long time, and the fact that we get Season 2 is amazing. But we also have Monster Energy that allows everyone to unleash the beast within them. So check them out at www.monsterenergy.com/gaming. And last but not least, if you guys are a big fan of great deals and game top-ups, visit Kachi Shop at www.kachishop.com for the best gaming deals.
Yeah, they got your back if you ever need to have a little bit of kachi in your games.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it was very. Okay, I'm going to stop now. I feel like we're going to go and jump into a bit of a...
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of kachi for the Free Fire
Kita sedang menunggu game seterusnya
But
guys.
for us to
Sekarang
get to that kachi, we will have
So
to
kita
play out the
tunggu
rest of the group stage. For
game
now,
untuk
go for a short
seterusnya
break. And
macam
when we
mana.
come back, we will bring Group C into the fray as we go back onto Bermuda.
Group B, Group C.
The Snapdragon Pro Series is brought to you by Snapdragon Elite Gaming, Monster Energy, and Kachi Shop.
Sekarang A, B, B, C, A, C.
Tell me who you see when you look straight up like, wait, who us now? What you gonna do when we pull up on you like, ooh, touchdown. You already know what it is when I come through you. Ooh, shut down. Say, ooh, shut down. Say, ooh, what now? Tell me who you see when you look straight up like, wait, who us now? What you gonna do when we pull up on you like, ooh, touchdown. You already know what it is when we come through you. Ooh, shut down. Shut down. Ooh, give me that crown. I need that now, right now. Ooh, don't make a sound. This is my time. You hear the crowd. Hey, we need that rain. Me and my team. Deja vu. This here a dream. We done all seen 100 times over back when we was just teens. Now we going dumb. Told them we the one. They would count us out. Now we counting up the funds. Now without a doubt, they be throwing other ones. Like they was always rapping. Yeah, believe them if you want. Now they show love. Came with it done. It is what it is.
Sekejap.
Say, oh, what now? Tell me who you see when you look straight up like, wait, who us now? What you gonna do when we pull up on you like, ooh, touchdown. You already know what it is when we come through you. Ooh, shut down. Ooh, shut down. Say, oh, what now? Tell me who you see when you look straight up like, wait, who us now? What you gonna do when we pull up on you like, ooh, touchdown. You already know what it is when we come through you. Ooh,
Okay guys, kita bertemu kembali. Abang sokong tim apa? Waalaikumsalam. Sokong tim mana? Expand. Kalau korang tak tahu nak sokong mana, korang sokong Expand boleh, Term9 boleh. Tim yang sokong tim yang Malaysia punya antara dia kita boleh bagi tahu kat sini. Okay, dekat sini Term9 ada anxiety tu tak pasti anxiety. Expand Farang AZ Esport. Yang tu lah. Farang ada. Farang aku rasa lepas ni ada Farang dengan AZ Esport pun. Kita lihat guys, apakah penentuannya. Siapakah yang bakal mendapatkan boyah. Boyah tak penting sebenarnya. Dia mendapatkan poin yang tinggi. Tu poin yang tinggi tu memang penting lah. Sebab korang pun boleh tahu poin poin memang penting untuk mendapatkan skor tinggi. Poin bukan poin, kill kill banyak untuk mendapatkan poin yang banyak.
Dreams come true.
Skor banyak.
Where everything you want can be yours.
Okay, kali ni grup B dan C bermain di dekat map Bermuda.
You're willing to hurt for him. But most of all,
apa yang berlaku?
You're willing to be first for him. Look, I'm going straight to the top.
Okay, sebentar itu kita akan berborak.
You're now watching the Snapdragon Pro Series Free Fire Challenge Group Stage Day number 1. My name is Husky. Alongside with me is Lee, and I feel like my caffeine is kicking in, but also partially because we are witnessing all these explosive actions, and I just do not have enough time to breathe.
You don't have enough time to breathe. I mean, it's got your blood pumping as well. And I think we've had a fantastic day or at least fantastic matches to open the day. It's been very fast-paced, very action-packed. We basically haven't had a moment to sort of just sit down and think like, oh, how's your day been? You know, we don't have that opportunity anymore. But we are going to have to say goodbye to probably some of the biggest teams that have been the ones that set that playstyle, right? But before
okay,
that,
kalau
let's take a look at
ikutkan
the overall
markah
standings after those
keseluruhan.
first two games. Now, before
Ini
anyone
markah
panics,
keseluruhan, betul.
13
Expand
to
tempat
18
ketiga
is Group C.
Term9
These guys
tempat
haven't
ke
played yet. So if you're
7.
cheering for one of these teams and
Anxiety
you're thinking like, oh my
9,
gosh, they're
Farang
0,
belum lagi.
they haven't played yet. Calm
Belum
down. Okay,
memulakan
we'll see them in
perlawanan
just a
lagi
second.
guys. Kita lihat
But
guys.
the top 12, they have played their
Apa dia
games,
ada?
and already we're seeing EVOS Phoenix sitting at the top of the charts. They have a
Team
Booyah,
Snake,
they also got second
AZ
place.
Esport ada.
Both games, they had 14 kills, so that explains
Kita
why
tengok,
they've got
guys.
28 kills to their
Puncak
name.
EVOS,
And then in second place, you
korang
have
boleh tengok
E-Arena, who was the
dia punya
first team to
game
get
dia.
the Booyah
Dia punya
for that
total untuk
tournament,
game
which,
kedua.
yeah, they
Baru
didn't
2
get
game guys.
top 2 during that second game, but I
Total
think they
2
got
game korang boleh
fourth,
tengok
which is still
49.
a very
Manakala
significant
E-Arena
position to be.
39
Then we
mata.
have Expand and Attack all
Expand
around,
25,
and even
Attack all around
MDH
24
quietly
sama
making their
dengan
way to fifth
MDH.
here. So
Nikma
the
Galaxy
middle of the
21,
pack towards the top of the
11,
bracket is
Dewa
pretty
United
close. It's
Esport
just a few
9,
points away.
Anxiety 6.
It's just
Team
breaking into
Flash
top 2. That's the
AZ
biggest
Esport
problem.
6.
And I do hope to see if the Group C teams
First
can kind of shake
Riders
this up a bit,
Eclipse,
because just based
5.
off of 2 rounds, we have 2 clear front runners.
Yes.
And it's a very scary thought, right? Because if you look at EVOS Phoenix and you compare it to First Raider Eclipse, that's
Jangan spam
a 44-point difference off of 2 rounds. That is not normal at all. But of course, we now will have Group C in the fray. Group A gets to take a break and just observe how things will play out. This would be our 12 teams for the next 2 rounds. EVOS Divine, Farang, Heavy, King of Gamers Club, SCSL Fike, and V Gaming Esports.
Yep. Now, here's a bit of an interesting thing, right? So we did have an interview session in that
EVOS
previous
Phoenix,
round.
Thailand, yes,
And Dewa
Thailand.
United, they did mention that for them,
Okay,
EVOS
ini untuk
Divine
Group
is a
B
team
dan
that
Group
they
C,
would keep an eye out, right? Like, this is a team they think is a very
Expand,
big problem. They shared drop
Fa-
points on
Farang.
Kalahari. They basically said like, hey, don't drop into Mill. This is our place, but it could also be EVOS Divine's place. So I'm really curious to see what's going to be the dynamic between these two groups in particular. Like, is the skill gap between these two teams much closer?
Anxiety.
Maybe is it going to be a domination for Group C? Maybe B is the one that's lagging behind, or vice versa. Maybe B is the stronger team and C could be the ones to struggle.
Ni
But
antara
we do have
tim-tim
some
dia.
teams here to watch, Husky.
Yeah, we have Heavy from Vietnam, we have King of Gamers Club, and Attack All Around from Thailand. And of course, for Attack All Around, they are no
Boleh
strangers
menghalang
to any regional
Attack all around
events.
tu.
They were the world champions at one point. So this is a team that I think will get a lot of eyeballs. You know,
Yeah.
we would see KOG kind of debut in this group stage. I do think if what we've seen just now was how Thai teams normally play, I think KOG would also bring that flavor in. Heavy is interesting though, because I think this team is a team that can match those aggression, but to what degree, that is going to be the question.
Yeah, again, it's just seeing how these two groups are going to blend into each other, right? Is it going to be a really strong shot of coffee, or is it maybe just going to be a little milky latte?
Yeah,
is it going to be like a mix between these two teams?
Either espresso or it's going to be a depresso.
But if you know what we're going to think about here, who's your number one option when it comes to caffeine?
It's going to be Monster Energy, because it unleashes the beast within everyone. So check them out at www.monsterenergy.com/gaming and get your daily fixes.
Get your daily fix of energy.
Yes.
Booyah! I mean,
Kita
that's
tunggu
probably
lagi
one of the biggest
Kita
things that
tunggu
really gets
untuk
us
game
pumped.
seterusnya.
But we do want to remind everyone as well at home,
Game
it's not
ketiga.
just Monster they should be thinking about here, but also what's next for these teams. Now, we've got the grand final that's going to be happening in Jakarta.
4
This is
hingga
a
5
quick reminder if
Februari
you missed out on the previous announcement.
2023
This is going to be a
Grand
land final happening on the 4th and 5th of February
Dekat
next
Jakarta,
year. So
guys.
make sure you mark your
Kami
calendars, because this is technically the next stage for the teams, right? Like ultimately the teams, yes, they're trying to go to the grand finals for this, but it's like you kind of want to go to the LAN.
If you can get to the land stage, all you gotta do is make top 12, right? There's no need, well, if you are not worried about aiming for first place, then top 12 would suffice. But again, I've marked that date down a very long time ago. I've cancelled all my plans. I'm not going home for Chinese New Year. I'm going to Jakarta.
You're going to Jakarta. This man's going on holiday again, I swear.
No, you told me that if I travel, I get sick, and I'm currently half sick.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, technically that wasn't me, so I just... Okay, we all have parents. You know how parents are always saying, like, oh yeah, this happens. Yeah, I think I have to agree with my parents. Like, whenever you travel, you just get sick.
It's the first time I got sick while traveling, so
The holiday blues.
it feels like it.
Maybe it's recoil, you know? It's like you have too much fun on holiday, so it's just like your body saying, like, all right, you're done, you're dead, go relax, you know, just get it back.
No, I'll be fine when Jakarta rolls around. I'll be ready to take another vacation, hopefully.
Another vacation costume free fire. I mean, that's a pretty nice vacation.
It is. I mean, it has been. We have won the award
Sekarang kita
for the
tengah
best
tunggu
mobile
game
esports game
seterusnya.
for 2 years in a row. We're gunning for the 3rd year. So if you guys haven't
Sebab dah
voted
dua
for that
game
just yet, do
Yeah.
vote
sudah berjalan.
because we want to go for the
Alright
hat-trick.
guys, sudah
Woo,
masuk ke
speaking
game
of hat
ketiga
tricks,
guys.
it's time to see how these
Okay,
two
kalau
groups
kita
are
tengok
going
dekat
to do. It's Group
expand,
B
ui.
versus C, and we're back
Kali
up to
ni
Bermuda.
ramai turun
Let's see how these teams are going to do.
Di-
Where is everyone
berdekatan
going to be
dengan clock
dropping?
tower,
And
guys.
are we going to be seeing roughly the same pace as we saw for A versus B? A versus B was fast, but is B versus C faster, slower, more strategic? Maybe everyone wants to have
Oh,
the blue zone.
alamak ai, seorang tu turun
Lots
dekat
of
bahagian
questions.
hangah
We know
guys.
E-Arena does
Mana
love that
kalau
blue
korang tengok
zone,
dekat
but is
expand
anyone
tu
gonna
ada
contest
2
them
turun
for
di
it?
clock
I see
tower,
someone
seorang
there.
Yeah, I
dan
see.
seorang
Is that
lagi
a flash?
dia berbeza posisi dia.
Oh, I think it's one team flash in
Dia
there.
Ezel
I
tu
see one
berdekatan
guy
dengan ni
just sort of
AXT.
stuck himself in there.
AXT guys.
We see, Evo's Divine
Okay,
this
ini
time.
Evos,
Evo's Phoenix are taking a break, but Evo's Divine have already engaged in a couple of scuffle against
Yang ni
VE
Evo's
Gaming.
Divine guys.
They've gotten an initial knockdown. One of those aggressive openings, but on the other hand, just like you said, Annie, we have E-Arena this time facing
sekarang-
off
Oh!
against Farang, completely catching them off
Mantap
guard,
dia punya game dia, guys.
the first blood for themselves.
Taktik
picking up
taktik
Jempa.
dia.
Yeah, Jembal, I guess he just didn't get anything at all, so he was just sort of a little target
EA
there.
pun posisi
Easy
weh.
takedown
Ini
and
posisi pun.
E-Arena, I mean, they're free to sort of take that blue
Posisi
zone.
yang
Although
ni
Farang's still
strategi.
there. Are they going to maybe try and ambush?
Ni
We're
Evos
not going to
kan,
take a look at them now, but we've
Telah
got
mendapatkan
Evos
satu
Divine
kill.
here. They've got
Mengetahui
little
posisi
key
enemy
here, as long
berada
as they can
di
try and get that headshot,
apa
but
tu?
they're not seeing it.
They know that there's one guy from V Gaming
I'm
behind just hiding
Oh,
there.
Oh,
What
ada
a
lagi.
yawn.
promote this man.
Kawan
Just
je dapat
promotion.
knock kan.
Just knows where to shoot. I mean, this is. This. I guess we're getting the same style of opening. Oh, Evil's Divine now dropping in the same vicinity.
Oh, ada
as
EA
one of
shut
the
up.
E-Arena members. Shut up is nearby. Farang still getting
Uh-oh,
pressure.
wait.
E-Arena just.
Oh,
Yes!
nampaknya
Oh, that
EA limit
what
di
was a
knockkan.
shot onto limit.
I want to see what's going on. I mean, I just saw one of E Arenas just sort of fly
FRG
into two
Bayet,
players on the
alamak,
side of Evil's Divine. I think he did go
Parang,
down.
ui, dua
Or is that
parang
him?
sudah
Maybe he'll
kena
shut up. They actually jumped
lah,
in there.
guys.
He's going to actually lose that fight, though.
Alamak, ai.
E Arena, 3 players down. They've
EA
got one
shut up.
person left.
Ui,
It's
jai,
Prote,
kena
and
kill juga FRG
might actually be
Bayet,
a
auto
bad
kena
place to
kill
be.
lah, dua awal
The
tu.
Arena kind of biting off more than they could chew.
Maybe getting a little too excited after those first 2 games.
Could be, a bit of that overheat. They've lost 2 members so far.
They're on cooldown. They played so good, they got a cooldown.
Evil's Divine actually paying a visit just now.
Tapi okey lah, game ni je boleh tolong kau. Oh, nampaknya parang jembal dinokkan dengan
That's his
Evos
second
Abad.
life, isn't it? He just came back, he's like,
Abad.
I'm dead again.
Thank you for
Oh,
ABAX.
yeah.
5 eliminations for
Ui,
Evil's
ya, parang habis
Divine.
semua.
Too bad. Also expiring. Not a good start for Farah.
No, it's actually a pretty terrible start. I think we're so used to seeing Farang be one of those teams that
Bahaya juga
either looks
awal-awal
for
ni
kills
kalau
or
jumpa enemy.
focuses more on trying to get that loot.
Lagi-lagi kalau senjata
And
tak
of course, we
complete je.
didn't really see them succeed when it comes to that looting game.
Kalau
We are
senjata
going to shift
complete,
on
kalau
over here to
lawan terus boleh ni.
Anxiety's point of view. They are trying to apply
KSC
some
dengan
pressure, but very
Evos.
interesting. This is Evos
Yeah.
Divine. It's not going to be a very easy fight at
Adakah
all.
dia
And if
akan
anything,
maju
I'm
atau
actually worried that they're just
ataupun
going to be
mengundurkan
baited
diri?
into this.
Anxiety. What do you guys have? It's not going to be an easy fight. Evil's Divine
Oh,
have the
yes,
high ground
anxiety,
beyond
yes.
getting spotted out. But your boy
Oh,
gotta land those
nyawa
shots.
dia
It's not
ditembak.
sufficient to take out Beyond, but Anxiety actually have one member on the flank, so maybe this could be the game changer, but they have to make the decision quick. Yan Bindo unfortunately getting basically cornered. The ice grenade is taking him down. SES outfight surrounding Team Flash. Yan Bind's
Satu
gonna be the
lawan
first
dua.
point of contact.
Uh-oh.
Back exposed, time turner, drop down, buying a bit of time.
Yang dekat
He's got no
kanan
blue
pun ada,
balls
kiri
though,
pun
so he's
ada.
sort of stuck here.
Wait, kita
Oh,
tengok
he's gonna actually
apakah
borrow the
dia
blue
bisa
balls.
melawan.
They try to push for him, but in the end, SES ends up finding Bio instead, who tries to help out his buddy, and now Yanbin is truly stranded.
Oh,
and
dia
none of
tembak
ice
di
grenade.
posisi
Getting
yang lain.
shot
Oh,
angles,
nampaknya
couldn't even
knock.
see.
Ai.
Finally, SES getting that
Dia punya
knockdown.
team dia.
Definitely an elimination secured.
Yeah, actually we're seeing one resurrection already actually. So Flash has brought another player back
Yes,
into this
team
fight.
cuba sedaya
Although
upaya
Yan
untuk
Bin unfortunately will be
knockkan
going
ni
down
guys.
here. Anxiety's still gonna try and chip
Salah
away at
satu
Evos.
player
I mean,
team
so far they're not really
di
chipping into
Evos
this compound. I'm a
Divine.
little bit worried Anxiety's just getting baited in. They're like, they're not fighting back. Maybe they're scared of us. No. They're playing the Venus flytrap strat. It's just like you come in.
Oh, ditembak ke? Oh, okay.
Wait for your prey to show
Nama
up.
dia sekarang.
Shin was able to
Sniper tu.
back up by his
Oh.
buddy. Gotta
Oh.
finish the fight though. SES
Oh,
getting
knock
do this.
ke. Knock
Unfortunately for
orang
the
guys.
day, not
Bloody
able to
Knock
win that
lagi,
fight.
adakah
Two
knock
versus
lagi,
one,
guys?
the corner goes for the dry peak, but he just could not secure the kill. SES backup has arrived. The cavalry now
Uh-oh.
will try to push
Oh.
back.
Oh, no.
Team Flash
Oh,
Shin is dead. Team
gila
Flash is
lah,
out. SES move on.
Oh,
FL
painful.
auto
Flash
kena
needed
kill
some of those lethal
dengan-
shots, but most of them just ended up going into body shots
Kenapa
or
tu?
not landing at all. If they
SES
just got
masih
one of
4
those
orang
knocks,
lagi,
they would
hidup
have had the
kawan dia
numbers
2.
advantage and it could have been a completely different situation. But now SES, they just bring back their players and they
Dia tengok
basically just
mana-
reset back into this game.
Mana
Just very
Oh,
It's
X-Fan
quick
berada
and
di
decisive, but
peak
SES
guys.
Anxiety, they're still
Dengan
picking 3
HEV.
Evos. It never
Weh,
ends
Dewa
up
pun
there.
nak maju ke
They'll
peak
keep
kan.
Evos Divine at bay. This is definitely a good
Kalau
place
korang
for
tengok
Anxiety
Evos
to be
dengan
in, but
AXT
Evos, they
tu,
have an option to kind of cut through bullseye and
Anxiety.
maybe fight their way through E-Arena or just fight through Anxiety.
Dekat-dekat
Another
itu
team
kan.
we should be looking at here is actually in the center. So we're seeing Expand and
AAA
Heavy,
dengan
these two
EA
teams going into a bit of an
AA dengan
engagement.
EA dekat
Although
juga.
it doesn't seem like any players have dropped. So it's just more or less a game of
Ini Heavy
tactical
kan.
peeking, you know, who gets headshot
Weh,
first.
Heavy berdekatan
Maybe
dengan
Expand and
Expand
Heavy
guys.
might be the next, the next skirmish that's gonna happen.
Could be.
Heavy is moving away from
Tak
Expand.
pasti
so
dia akan
both of them will
teruskan
split up.
perlawanan ataupun dia
No
mengundurkan diri kan.
contact just yet.
Alright, they're just bailing. They're like, nah, we're out. Play it safe. And to be fair, like the center of the map is pretty open, so they're not going to be
is.
punished for it. So
Anxiety
unfortunate.
AXT masih
AXT
ada
also
4
started
orang
moving
lagi.
away, so Evil's Divine will be safe just for a while. I mean, I feel like
Tapi
Jaboya
kalau korang
has,
tengok dekat map tu
has
ada
eyes on one of the Evil's
satu
members.
player Evos
I wonder if they're fake backing.
Berada
They're saying
di
like,
luar
alright, if we
zona.
don't show ourselves, they think that we probably run around them.
Could be. I mean, you're also preying on Evil's Divine's instinct to avoid that blue zone, right? You gotta start running in. They are doing just that, but just gonna rendezvous at this corner. ABAX is gonna get shot at.
They got a shop here as well. They can buy some stuff if they want to.
Finally make it into the safe haven in this building, so they have a point to hold out just for a while. Beyond will be the first one to at least make his way out. Find another checkpoint.
Ada enemy
Slowly
ada
pass
player
through
yang
and avoid
baru
anxiety.
dihidupkan ke?
Not gonna lie, I'm really surprised that
Oh,
Evos just
Evos
got out
time
of
kat
their
belakang.
spot free. I was thinking maybe Anxiety were gonna try and pressure
Dia perasan
them
tak?
or pincer them
Dia
in so that
belakang.
they're sort of stuck
Adakah
inside
dia perasan enemy guys?
the outer circle, but
Evos
I think
Evos
they just
lawan
wanted to maybe
AST.
focus more on gatekeeping. Although we
Alah,
can
dia
hear
dia
a
pindahkan
lot of
orang
damage
lain.
being thrown out here by King of Game.
KOG,
Those
Oscar,
did
KB.
go down.
So,
Okay, so Dewa getting that kill.
just good long
Okay,
range
ni
shots.
kalau kita lihat macam
Ooh,
ni,
finally some room to breathe.
Evos
Slower game.
Evos masih
Finally
satu
time for
team.
you to breathe.
It's not gonna last for long though. I mean, Evo's Divine might just end up fighting Anxiety again. They're running into the
Yeah.
same location, just separated by one freeway. The vehicle doesn't make it any better.
I mean, they're in, so the vehicle's just more or less there for an extra wall if you wanted to use it for that. Or maybe some roadkill, but we don't really see too many of those in games. They're pretty rare.
Yeah, they've gotten a bit
Wrong
more
game.
Rare. It's gotten a bit more rare. You know,
Yeah.
there was, I think, like what, there was one season where everyone was actively looking for kills with vehicles.
Yeah,
Wait,
I mean,
Aspen
that was
masih
basically when
belum
teams
mendapatkan
were really
kill,
starting
guys.
to
Kalau
discover
kita
the
lihat kat
niche of
sini.
meta, no? Like, that was the only time where the vehicles were
Tapi
really
menjaga
viable. Other
betul-betul
than that, I
posisi
think
ya,
most
guys.
people are just worried about being blown up in their vehicle.
That is actually
Akan ada peperangan
Oh,
EKS
wow.
Sam dan
It's
juga
actually circle
AST.
at the dam as well.
Northern Circle.
Aku rasa lah.
Interesting.
And look at
Macam
Anxiety.
ada
They are
peperangan tadi.
beelining towards their circle, but there are a couple of teams that they need to contend with. So Evo's Divine is one. We see V Gaming
Weh,
somehow.
V
I
Gaming
think that's the
maju.
respawn, and Van Tan just
Oh
ends
tak,
up
dia nak
in
pergi
the
ke team
middle.
dia. Sebab ada
of
kalau kau
nowhere.
tengok dekat
Right,
korang
right. So
lagi.
we've got a couple of teams being
Binzu,
gatekept here. So
BGM,
Evos are actually running
Binzu
into
tu
E
dia berada di
Arena.
luar
Now, I
zone.
think out of all the teams, I'm really favouring E Arena's
Aku rasa
position
naik
because if you think
kenderaan.
about it, all the teams are coming in from the southern side of the map, right? So anyone stuck towards the bottom section, they're going to have to really compete with everyone else to try and get into that circle. E Arena, though, they just kind of stuck with gatekeeping, or they could, if they want to, just sit down, find a spot, and let everyone else kill each other off. But so let's see what happens, Husky, because I think we're about to see a lot of action here.
The Anxiety have
R05
already taken out
guys.
backs. And Sam 13
Siapa
also
sokong
out. No hope.
R05 Evos?
Bit of work. Jump God. Can he save this though? God Toby actually tries to go for the rush, but ends up getting punished. And now V Gaming shows up, the third party, working absolutely well.
tetapi
Jaboywa
Anxiety.
completely caught unaware, and look how the tables have turned. Anxiety are the ones that are out in the open.
Anxiety ada
And unfortunately, I don't think
orang
there's
ada
any
player
way for them to
Anxiety,
survive. The
guys.
Showma is the third to go. Anxiety down to just one member.
He's outside the circle as well, all alone. I mean, that's the worst place to be if you're the final player of your team. You've got no compounds to work with. You got to make friends with the trees if you want to blend in. It's going to be pretty tough. Because you're kind of hoping that the teams are busy fighting with each other, that you don't get spotted. But look at this. He's going to run right behind one of the teams. And there we go. Konoho getting eliminated by Heavy.
Heavy just doing a great job.
nampaknya
Both
Aspen
Vietnam
berdekatan dengan
teams
Dewa.
capitalizing on that chaos. Dewa, they are down one member. Evos is nearby them, but gotta keep our eyes on V Gaming and Heavies. So far,
Iya tak, V Gaming
there's a
tunggu
couple
4
of
orang.
exchange. Heavy, they will be relying a
Oh.
bit more on
Ui.
that glue wall just to stay
Posisi
out in
yang
the
baik
open
guys
because
dia
they know
dapat.
they have to run
Headshot
straight
balik.
into V Gaming. You
tembak
also
dua kali.
Evos
Oh,
Divine shooting at
mantap.
them, attack all around is
Boleh
also
terus.
doing the same. Heavy getting pressure from 3 different angles.
It's so chaotic, actually. So E Arena are the ones that's just sort of chilling because everyone's trying to
Dapat
make their
satu
way
tembakan.
to a more favorable position. The
Dengan
circle
STS.
is going to go more towards the dam.
Wait,
D-Wave
Aspen
Esports will be
dapatkan
going
kill.
down.
Mantap.
They were fighting with
Tapi kalau kita
Expand, who
lihat
were
tadi
able to
macam
come out
triple
of there
kill.
pretty scot-free. But again, E
Evos.
Arena just
Oh.
focusing here on
V
kills.
Gaming.
And we do have V Gaming here. They're going to try and fight for this
V Gaming
compound.
dibunuh oleh
Heavy
Evos.
is nearby, and Attack All Around are the ones that's going to be gatekeeping that western side of the circle. It's going to be a pretty tough way to get in there because not too many buildings, not too many trees to hide behind. You've got to stock up on glue walls, and look at the glue wall situation for a lot of these teams. You're only looking at 1, 2, none. Uh-oh.
This is we might see a 3-way fight later on at Evos'
Oh,
side, but
yeah,
that's
not
outline we
good.
gotta deal with E Arena first. Fortunately, they are losing members. They're also ticking down thanks to the blue zone. G'day.
Zone yang sakit ke? Zone
Last man
sakit.
alive. The entirety of E Arena is surrounding him. He's gonna
Oh,
try and
gampang
retrieve
untuk
some of
tolong
his
kawan dia.
teammates, bring them back up on their feet. As he was
Oh,
divided on the other hand, will be
gila,
left with
menggunakan
just
shotgun.
Mr. 05 being the last survivor. Can he hold on to the round though? Getting the first initial knockdown, but he does need a bit more. Down to 26 HP.
Can he heal?
Almost clutches it out. But at the end of the day, he might also take out, has to start healing himself. He was divine.
Oh,
not able to
nampaknya
make it in time. As
di
Arena,
knock
on the other
terus.
hand, will be pressured by attack all around.
Everyone's
end terus,
almost
guys.
in prime position to
Tinggal
go into that
seorang
final
lagi
circle.
kan.
The only team that's really struggling here is now E Arena. They don't have a clear way to go in. King of
Oh,
Gamers
ya
is
dia
coming in
tembak
from
lagi
the
bahaya
bridge.
kanan tu.
But they do still have to worry about attack all around. I mean, their positioning, they've got the building. It's an amazing place to be. They've got all these walls that they can really play with. And who is it in that southern eastern side of the map? That is
Masih ada lagi ke?
Expand. Expand, I feel like this is actually going to be a pretty safe entrance into
Dia
the circle
duduk dekat
because the
posisi
wall is on the right side
bukan
of
dalam zone.
attack all round. They don't really have a clear
Saya
shot of
sokong
expand
player
when they come in.
Malaysia.
I mean,
Siapa?
despite
Player Malaysia
Expand
dia.
not getting booyah
Cap,
or
beli
a
mic
lot of
baru
kills,
ke?
they
Tak
have
ada?
very consistent
Nampak
keeping
mic dia
that
okey ke?
match point.
Placement, yeah.
As,
Oh,
it's
mic
a very
ni.
good outlook for this team.
Yang ni
Cobra,
waktu awal-awal
two
tu
knockdowns at
setting
once, no
aja masalah
confirmed
sama lah.
elimination just yet.
Lepas tu aku ada
KOG,
tengok
the
YouTube
pressure,
cara
Roy getting
setting
Osaka.
supaya
As
mic
a
dia sedap.
KOG, they want to make it into the
Aku
circle.
ikut lah.
Okay, Roro steals that one away.
Apa mic dia
It's not
dengar macam
going
mana
to
weh?
be
Aku
an
tak dengar
easy
lagi ni.
entry though. E Arena
Nak dengar
put
sikit lah.
Tay-Tay
Tapi
trying
aku
to
nak fokus
walk
ni
his
lah,
way
tunggu habis
in,
game ni.
gets tagged by the
We are Aspen guys.
rid of
Oh,
KOG
nampaknya
out
Aspen
in
berada
fourth
di
place. E Arena
tempat
out
yang
in third. Now we are down to attack all around
berapa
versus
team?
Expand.
Dua
This is
team
not
lagi?
going to be easy for Expand, but if they can pull this out, it will be a morale booster. Can they do it though?
We
Too
Aspen
fast.
dengar
A couple of days to work with.
Sia
Gonna
tak
try and take
able
that
punya.
low ground, skirt around the corners.
Okay guys, kita lihat guys Aspen lawan AAA guys siapa?
And giving Expand some time
Oh,
to kind of
mantap
plan
lah,
their next
Aspen
move,
dah
but they
ada
don't
6
have
kill.
much time.
Mantap,
The blue zone
Aspen.
has completely, the circle has completely dissipated. Attack all around.
Dekat
taking
Aspen
so
kali
much
ni
space.
boyah guys.
The
Kita
smoke
lihat
screens
guys adakah dia boleh boyah.
Expand
Baling
in
je,
the
baling
round,
bom,
no
baling.
members of AAA are.
Semoga
The tossing
Aspen
grenade,
kali
trying to
ni
flush
boyah
AAA out.
untuk
Roy will lead the
game
charge,
kali
charge
ketiga
buster in
ni dia
hand,
boyah
Blue
guys
Wall laid down as well.
Oh,
First contact
nampaknya
against
nyawa dia
AAA.
sekarat.
Blue Wall
Oh,
down there
nampaknya
also.
kita
Lockdown
lihat
Expand, they are losing
kedua-dua
a lot
team
of ground as
berperang guys.
AAA are
Oh, main
pushing
bom
them
dia.
from all angles. Expand, they need to
Dapatkan
take this fight right now. They need
satu
to
Aspen dah knock.
accept
Oh,
AA's invitation to a
Alamak,
Drew and try to
aku
win
tak
it
nak
out.
fokus mana ni,
Cobra,
tapi kita
can you
lihat
win
dekat
this one?
Aspen
It seems like
bahagian
that's not
kanan ni.
possible. Too fast stacks on the
Oh,
line.
tembakan.
Foki is running
Oh.
in. 24 HP.
Oh
Still
my
survives.
God.
AAA
Nampaknya
completely shuts
Aspen
Expand
gagal
down.
untuk
Gets
kali
the
ni,
booyah
guys.
for themselves.
I thought this was going to be an economy
oh,
game
shit.
because looking at the inventory
Tak
for
ada
this
rezeki
team
lagi
going
ya,
into
guys.
that final circle, it was all on Expand. They were the ones that had all the glue walls. It was literally attack all round. Going on the attack, they didn't have any glue walls. They were utilizing the environment to their advantage. They were also utilizing Expand's own glue walls to try and chase them around. I was a little bit worried because I think we've seen in the past teams that play aggressive
Aduh, aku harapkan
into the
Aspen tadi
defending
dapat
team
sekalian
tend to
boyah.
get punished.
Tapi tak
But
apa,
the
aduh,
way that they
belum
approach that
masanya
end
lagi
game,
guys.
and
Lagi
maybe
satu game
Expand
guys. Kita
were
tengok
not
lagi satu
expecting
game
that
ni
level of
adakah
aggression coming out from
Aspen
attack all
kali ni
round.
aku harap dia
Thinking
boyah.
that, oh
guys.
wait, they're actually coming at us.
Korang pilih team apa guys? Cuba
I
komen.
don't think this is how we're going to want this game
Aku
to
harap
end.
Aspen. Aku
Definitely
nak
not,
Aspen.
right? We saw Expand basically losing space.
Aku suka Aspen
They
sebab
were pushed on the edge of
Cobra
the
tu
circle,
pernah
right?
menjadi
Like they
leader
either
aku
had to go
pada satu
in
ketika dahulu.
or skirt around
Sebelum
the
aku
edge and potentially
terkenal
take
di
lethal damage from that circle, right? Because it hurts,
So aku
especially those
tak
last couple
sangka dia
seconds.
boleh
There's no vision
jadi
of attack
player
all around members, right? That
satu game.
one smoke grenade really concealed them
Yeah.
so well.
Ulangan dia.
Expand just had no
Aku
idea
nak
how
tengok yang
to
ulangan
kind
Aspen
of
tadi
wrestle
yang
back
dah
some
tu.
of these
Mana dia
rules
boleh
for themselves that they initially had, but
kena
because
knock
they were
tadi.
just playing the retreating game, attack all around basically just took over
Lepas tu
all
tadi
these
aku,
free
dia tak
space,
patut kau main
got
bom.
that win for themselves.
Maju
These
dia pakai
1v1s were just
Aku pakai shotgun
deadly.
lagi, tak boleh.
Mm.
I mean, so far all 3 booyahs have gone to a tie team.
Di mana
Yes.
boyah
E
tadi?
Arena,
Tim
Evo
boyah
Phoenix,
tadi
attack all
yang
around.
lawan dengan Aspen tadi.
And
A new team every time.
it's the formula is getting look. Participating in this, avoid some of those utilities from attack all around.
Boyah.
Yes.
E-Arena, EVOS Phoenix, Attack or out, and
A new team every time.
And it's the formula is getting easier to digest. It's just aggression, and most importantly, is how these teams take space.
Yeah, I think it's being able to control where your opponent's moving as well. I think something that we also need to talk about is the way that the Thai teams are approaching the fights. Like you can always see them pushing the enemy against something that they don't want to be leaning against, right?
Okay,
Like pushing them against a circle, they're pushing them against a wall, they're pushing them to an area that doesn't have any protection, right? Like no compounds, just have trees moving around. So it's just the Thai teams, like, they seem so next level, not just in terms of gameplay, but just
Ini
strategy
markah yang tadi tu. Korang boleh tengok round
around. It's
ketiga.
almost like
attack
these
all
teams,
around
they've
nombor
they've
satu.
been there, they've done that,
Eh,
so they
betul,
know how
betul.
to approach everything.
26
They definitely have done it.
mata.
They've won a world championship. You know, we're looking at these,
Boya
these
takkan
teams
je tak
who
kira,
aren't
eh.
just aggressive, but it's very
E
refined,
Arena?
and
Yeah.
it is very
E-
scary
oh.
as well because
Very
they are
clean.
just not mindlessly
Oh,
running
E Arena
into you.
lain.
They
EE.
run into you with a plan,
EE lain.
and it's the plan that you have no idea how to
Expand
deal with.
15
But with that
15
being
mata
said,
sama
you know, it's not too
apa.
bad for E-Arena and Expand. They got 15 points each. Of
Tapi
course,
kalau
Attack
kita
all
tengok
around,
ke sini,
getting that booyah
dia
and 14 kills puts them at
kill
26.
tinggi je kat atas.
EVOS Divine and
Walaupun
SCS
sama
Alpha
kan.
getting 13.
Sama juga dengan EVOS.
This is a
EVOS
slightly more
tempat
mellow round
keempat.
compared to the first two.
Yeah, a
EVOS
little bit more
dengan
balanced.
SES
Not
Alpine tu.
completely balanced, of course, because you've got
Kalau
Attack
korang
all
tengok
around
dekat
getting
situ
14
13
kills,
tau.
but at
Tapi
least we're seeing the
kalau
first
kill 8, kill tinggi
6
je kat
teams
atas.
actually
Macam
getting
tu lah.
a notable number of points. Unlike the
Anxiety
previous rounds
2,
where it was
Farang
like
mak.
26,
kosong. B
27,
Gaming
and
Esport
then like
6.
13, 13, 10, 7, 7, 7. Like it was
6. Dewa.
very top heavy in that
Dewa.
previous round.
United
so the
Esport
teams are kind of
3.
sharing
Team Flash
this little
2.
bit.
Yep.
And I
King
think
of
it just
Gamers
goes to
Club
show how
7.
scary Group A seems after that one
Expand.
game. Like Group B and C,
Aku
it's
nak
not
tengok
so bad.
total yang
And
semua
we
yang
are, and
markah
we
keseluruhan.
do get a slightly
geram,
slower
guys.
game
Meremang,
entry,
baik.
but we also saw how some teams are just a bit more passive, and they
Oh, yang ni kan
they
AAA yang
were
tadi tu
punished. Another game where
6,400
we have a
satu
survival
dengan
time of
headshot
under 15 minutes.
Little bit
9
slower.
survival
Little bit
time
slower,
14
but
47.
I would still consider pretty fast in the grand scheme of things.
I mean, standard Free Fire times, yeah, I think I have to agree. The survival time is very fast. But we will take a look at the damage here. So we had 6.1k for the first game, 6.9k for the second game, and now 6.4.
Aku dah dengar
so
lah.
it
Aku
just
punya mic
seems
ni
like
bagus lah.
these teams
Mic
that
dia
are getting
berguna.
booyahs, it's just
Dia tak
the
ada macam
stats
mic
seem to be
sebelum
more or
ni.
less similar. Like any big difference is
Kan,
either the
Zira kan.
headshots or maybe
Zira
the
ada sini
difference
tak?
in damage. Like some teams are
Dia
more
dah send
precise,
emoji.
other teams are better at stealing kills, and then you have others where it's
Cik
just like
beli mic
brute
baru.
forced.
Tak
Okay,
lah.
everything is
Eh,
ours, you know.
ya, yang ni
We'll
mic
do all the
baru.
damage, we'll get all the kills ourselves.
Dengan
We
benda
don't
ni
need help.
kalian sekali jadi
Certainly, they
streamer.
do not need help at this point of time.
Dah
And I think,
selalu.
you know, when we look at the
Assalamualaikum,
overall standings, at
guys.
least in a bit, we're going to see
Kita kalau cakap macam ni
that
pun
the
orang
Thai
dah boleh
teams are
dengar.
going to start making their way to the top.
Tapi
And
dah.
you know, normally
They're all
I
migrating north.
Dia nak
They
lebih
were-
kepada
It's too
jangan
cold
hello
down
hello.
the bottom of the bracket.
personally
Tarik ke
am not a big
30.
fan of those top heavy
Hello, hello.
top
Nampaknya.
heavy leagues, but in this case, I think
Yo,
it's an
yo.
inevitability that
Tak
we
tidur
are
ke?
going to see a slightly top heavy group stage, but thankfully there are plenty more.
InsyaAllah
days to go.
besok
This is just
petang kita
day
akan buat
one, and
custom
we're
room.
not done just yet. We just
Berhadiah.
reached the halfway point. But
Besok korang
before we
cuti kan?
continue with more
Jumaat
Free Fire
sepatutnya
games, we will
Jumaat
take a short
tadi
break
tu
and we will
petang tadi
return
aku buat
to
tadi.
Kalahari.
Jumaat, Sabtu, Ahad kan. Lepas
The
insyaAllah
Snapdragon
Sabtu
Pro Series
esok
is brought to you
petang.
by
Petang Sabtu
Snapdragon
on
Elite
kita
Gaming,
buat live daripada
Monster
pukul 3
and Kachisha.
ke pasar 4.5 tak boleh jumpa 4.56 tak pasti lah. Nanti mesti ke upgrade bilik gaming. Tak boleh lagi sebab bilik ni aku kongsi dengan abang aku. Tunggu abang aku yang nombor 1 kahwin. Sebab kalau dia kahwin, dia beli rumah sendiri, aku akan dapat bilik ni. Dan abang aku yang kongsi bilik tu, dia guna bilik abang aku yang kahwin tu. Faham kan? Saya jiran mesin spam seed. Tak apa. Dia bukan spam, kau spam benda sama. Dia kalau spam buat borak tu lain. Orang lain yang tak komen tak lah. Yang ni flashback. Okay, kita kena tunggu lagi guys. So mana-mana korang yang tengah tengok ni nak rehat-rehat, korang boleh rehat-rehat dulu guys. Sebab kita kena tunggu lagi 4 minit. Sebab sekarang game keempat guys. Kalahari Grup B dan Grup C. Masih yang sama lagi kita tengok perlawanan dia guys. Kenapa? Kau nampak sebab belakang ni menunggu kan? Kan sebelum ni warna putih. Aku setting. Sekejap ni. Kan aku ambil benda ni kan. Sebelum ni warna putih. Ada putih, ada hijau, Tapi aku nampak dia lebih lawa kepada warna ungu sebab tak apa. Tapi ungu ni lagi terang. Tapi lebih kepada biru. Tidak tahu. Macam masam. Korang yang tengah tengok ni, korang team mana? Pilih team mana guys? Korang dah like belum guys? Yang baru masuk pastikan like. Sebab ni tahu macam, yes betul. Macam lah. Tapi yang ni ESL Season 2. Korang boleh tengok dekat sini je tulis. Mana dekat mana? Dekat sini tak nampak. Dekat tajuk aku kan. Tajuk aku ada tulis Season 2. Purple memang selalu lawa tu kan. Orang aku tengok kat TikTok tu pakai purple dengan biru. Purple, biru, purple. Memang nice lah colour dia.
To the place where
dreams
come true.
Order true lagu.
Where everything
So,
you want can be
jom
yours.
kita rap. Mari kita bersama kita satu je.
You're willing to work for them. You're willing to hurt for them. But most of all, you're willing to be first for them.
Mari kita bersama kita bersatu bersama.
I'm going straight to the top. I don't know how it stop. Like it or not. I got some goals that I'm hitting. You hear what I'm spitting? It's hot.
Masam.
Whole lot of passion and pain. The road to success is insane.
Apa ni?
Stay out my lane.
But purple spend time. Aku memang target expand. Sebelum ni dia team lain kan. Dia bukan expand. Kebanyakan player-player tournament ni dia tukar-tukar. Macam team ni untuk sementara, lepas tu team ni macam AKO, lepas tu tukar sebenarnya ke tadi ketiga. Okay, kita tunggu game yang keempat, kelima dan keenam. Kita belum tahu lagi guys markah keseluruhan untuk hari ini. Ya, aku tak tahu lah. Expand kalau kita tengok dekat situ dia dah top 3 Ada peningkatan lah. Nanti kalau besok tak ada event, insya-Allah aku akan upload aku pergi mengundi dekat kampung. Sebab video dia aku dah ada dah.
Yeah, I'm the best. I never stress. I know what's next. I'm who they test. Like we playing chess. But I'm unimpressed. So now let me flex. Yeah, I'ma work through the struggle and hurt. Cause I know my worth. And I gotta be first. Yeah, I gotta be first. They don't know what's gotten into me. How'd I turn pain into energy? Through all the struggle and hurt, remember my worth, and that's why I gotta be first.
We've just touched the halfway point for day number 1 of the Snapdragon Pro Series Free Fire Challenge Group Stage for Season 2. My name is Husky, and alongside me is Danley. We are going to head back into Kalahari to conclude Group B's involvement in day number 1. But we also have Group C in the fray, and so far it's still a pretty fast game of Free Fire.
Yeah, it's pretty fast. It's definitely a little bit more mellow, right? It's not so top heavy where you're just seeing these top 2 teams taking all the kills. Although we could see a case that maybe just one team sort of takes everything, which we're kind of there. We're halfway, right? Because it's 2 games in the set. So we'll have to see if that happens. But Kalahari, it poses its own problems for these teams. But very quickly, let's just go over the overall standings here. So E-Arena, they have pushed their way up into first place alongside Attack All Round. These 2 teams are going to be leading the leaderboard. EVOS Phoenix going to be pushed down to 3rd place. Now keep in mind, EVOS Phoenix, they have only played 2 games, whereas E-Arena and Attack All Round, these teams, they have played 3 games so far. So they've got 1 more round to go. And then they're going to lock in their points for the rest of today. Expand is in Group B,
Yeah,
right?
they are.
Yeah. So this is also going to be their last game to at least solidify their position on the leaderboard. And I'm wondering, is it possible for these 3 teams I listed, not EVOS Phoenix because they're not playing, are they maybe going to be able to stay on top of EVOS Phoenix?
Probably for now, right? Because EVOS Phoenix, when they come back, I think that they would.
I think they'll
pair
go
it
back to
up.
first. Yeah.
It's pretty worrying when you look at the dynamics of all 3 groups. You know, you have Group B as the neutralizer, you have Group C as kind of the open book, but Group A is very, very EVOS Phoenix / Big
Yep.
Maga Galaxy heavy. So when they come back into the fray, I think Group C might be facing a big challenge.
I'm scared they'll be cannon fodder. You know, it's like Group C.
Okay guys, kita kuis. Thank you Zira. Semoga dimurahkan rezeki, panjang umur, dipermudahkan segala urusan. Wish, ya Allah. Thank you Zira.
I would not be surprised.
Tapi aku tak paksa Zira. Terima kasih banyak-banyak. Semoga dimurahkan rezeki selalu. Wih, Zira antara orang yang selalu support Zira.
You know, take them out early when they're not fully equipped, when they haven't got, they're literally just like killing everyone with everyone else's.
Okay, aku rasa lagi beberapa minit lagi untuk game keempat guys.
Expands helmet.
Yeah,
It's like pieces of everybody else. You know, like,
kita tunggu lah guys. Game keempat ni siapakah?
Again, you know, it's the final game here for Group B. That's going to be the second game of the day here for Group C. I'm wondering if we're just not seeing the full potential Group C as well, right? Because again, it's only their first game. Maybe Kalahari is where we see the teams fully warmed up and ready to go.
Dah ada. Oh, macam mana boleh ada? Macam mana boleh ada? Itu kita tak ada.
They have 2 more rounds after.
Look, Group B are like hot already. They've always finished all their games.
Group C, they still have some time. So I think, you know,
kalau aku like.
Judging by how they face off against Group B, when we come to the conclusion of the
banyak macam-macam ada. Kau spam lah seorang. Sebab yang lain ni je tengok
We have a very solid grip over Group C as the team.
Kalau tak borak tak
did play just now, it didn't seem like they were putting up much of a fight.
Komen lah sikit guys, mana tengah tengok. Komen sikit-sikit je. Main hack kan weh. Siapa aja main hack. Saya belajar sendiri at YouTube.
I like to call it the great circle of life, right? Where you get this one group, let's just go in a circle here. So you got Group A that does better against Group B.
Adakah Espan bakal memenangi untuk game keempat kali ini guys? Oh okay guys, kita sudah masuk ke dalam gamenya. Okay, kalau kita tengok dekat sini, masing-masing berada di posisi yang agak jauh sikit. Nak pergi mana? AXT berdekatan dengan AA. Kalau kita tengok Espan dia turun secara berasingan.
Our question of will they drop the same place as Deva?
Not this time.
Not this time. We get a circle that is towards the
awal-awal perang. FRG baik. Parang berlawan dengan Dewa guys. Oh my god. Aduh, parang awal lagi.
Too bad getting it in, trying to go for the initial elimination. Actually gets it.
Pantai.
Farhan
tinggal 2 orang saja lagi guys. Apa gambar dia rosak? Gambar. Ngelak-ngelak. Oh my god.
But unfortunately, Dewa United is still around.
Kenapa ni?
Apa yang berlaku kan?
Oh my god. Farhan knock lagi seorang guys. Tinggal FRG Spade. Tinggal seorang.
Yeah.
He's
got the revive in, so Rain's coming in, but can they get that finish off? They will. So Farang, they'll win this. Spade doing
kalau
it
boleh
for the
beli
team.
nyawa, tolong member. Terus dapat tolong member. Dengan 4 kill mantap sekali. Awal-awal terus dapat 4 kill. Saya boleh spam, mantap sekali.
I love the ambush actually. I think that was a brilliant play.
Just at the vending machine.
AST masih kosong kill, tinggal 2 orang sahaja guys.
Such a
unlikely place to get ambushed.
But I feel like it's a modern day problem, right? Like like in the real world, there's a chance that these kind of events might occur.
Someone's gonna steal your pocket money when you go up to the vending machine. It's like, you wanted a drink? Too bad.
Too bad. Now it's my drink. Unfortunately for Anxiety, there's no cigar this time. 3 members down. Attack all around, completely destroyed.
Heavy ditembak di bahagian kanan.
Will be facing up against
dengan
Arena.
EA kan?
They did get an initial elimination, but they don't
Heavy
need a
EA.
bit more than
EA
one a
sudah
day.
knock di situ.
We now actually
boom.
chipping in that final shot, and Heavy might just hand E Arena their
nampak
very
kawan-kawan.
first 2 super.
Nampaknya kawan-kawan dia pun maju. Nampaknya Heavy akan berlawan dengan EA guys.
But let's see what happens. I mean,
Apa
E-Arena,
kau
they
laku?
are a very formidable
EA
team.
tinggal
So
tunjuk
far, no
orang
one's
saja.
really been heavily punished.
Heavy masih
It
4
might
orang.
actually be
Oh,
Heavy's been punished here
nampaknya.
as well. They got clear shots on one of the
Tembakan
players. They
dapat
don't quite
knock
get
satu,
him down, but everyone's still looking very healthy here on
syaratkan.
E-Arena. Can Heavy get this knockdown? Limit is basically by himself.
This is not going to be easy for Limit though. He's going to try
Oh,
to challenge this one,
okay.
but unfortunately, it's not going to work out. Budai getting an easy knockdown. Orgus also surrounded. Buffalo and Tom XC going in for the finisher. The last
posisi
one
agak
member
lain.
for E-Arena slipped away into the
Oh,
shadow.
patutlah.
So
Dia
E-Arena are
posisi
still
jauh.
in the game.
Was he on a revival point pro today?
Inilah seorang
I
ni.
think so.
Kalau kita
He
tengok
was
dekat
pretty
bahagian
far
map
from
tu.
the team.
I think
Tak
he
ada,
is.
Might be. We'll take a
Tunggu
peek,
kawan dia lah
hopefully,
untuk
and see where
hidupkan
he is.
yang
But his
lain.
team did go down. I mean, ultimately, this has been the story for some of these teams, right? Like, they either do terribly in the fight, someone slinks away, and then all of a sudden, everyone comes flying from the sky.
I mean, Heavy, some of the players on Heavy have been around for a very, very long time. And Budai is one of them. He's been with Heavy for quite a while. Scepter,
Bio.
Tino, just from a long range in downtown, taking down Bio. Easy cleanup.
Easy kill, easy win.
Very easy.
Very easy.
Can you,
Especially,
I feel like, you know, now that we have the revival system, it's very hard for me to imagine how did we kind of went through the era of no revival and no vending machine back then, right?
well, people definitely played much slower.
Topa.
Right? Like, it was much
Mana
slower.
Sopa?
People were very cautious when
Oh,
it came to
Amirul
aggressive
Sopa.
plays. And
Mantap.
then we also saw
Halo,
like
halo
the rise
Amirul.
and fall of aggression, where teams like they
Jom,
try to play
borak-borak.
aggressive, but then you fumble the ball and it's
Komennya
like, oh,
kosong.
okay.
Borak je apa-apa.
Okay.
Tapi jangan
At least
sesuatu benda
you
yang
got a
merepek.
fallback as well, as
Borak
long as
sampai
someone's
je.
able to get out of there.
Okay, tengok VGM ke?
The game is extended a bit more, I guess. What that?
Oh,
kills
dia tembak.
everybody.
Oh, dia
Just
knock
everyone,
satu.
you know, shut up,
Oh.
getting a good kill onto
VGM dengan EA guys.
Bantanz. And for
Oh,
E-Arena,
patutlah satu.
this is a team that has
orang
revived the
dia
entire
datang tadi.
squad.
EA
Everyone has
4.
been revived once, and they are
Oh,
still
dua-dua,
taking over
eh.
Santa Catarina.
Dekat kapal 2, dekat luar
And they
2.
actually forced V Gaming to
Waalaikumsalam,
completely
Wai.
Abandoned.
abandon this
Jangan
vacate
cuba,
this
stop
spot.
guys. Korang
This
komen
spot's
lah apa-apa. Borak
ours.
dulu.
We are the pirates now. Let's go to Neverland.
Sebab kalau
it's
korang
just
nak dengar
free
VI
reign for
pun,
them now.
ada setengah orang yang tidak faham.
Yes.
Dia
VGM,
ambil
where do they
posisi
push
bahagian
up on?
tinggi.
I don't
Very
think
Evos,
split up.
I
apa?
don't think
Evos.
BGM are pushing at
Kita
all.
tengok
It just
tadi,
seems like
Evos
this team
dapat
in
2 kill
general tends to just play
Aku
slow.
tak tahu
Like
dia
they're not
knockkan ke.
reactive.
Alah,
They're a bit more
map
of a
tadi aku
passive
nak
team
tengok.
that only fights if they have to.
Macam mana keadaan dia aku
Generally,
tak tahu.
teams from the Vietnam region are slower and more macro focused. Though,
Yeah.
barring Heavy, I think Heavy is one of the more aggressive ones.
Expand apa khabar?
Uh,
Expand.
I
aside
think-
from that, everyone
yeah.
else is.
Oh, dia punya peti pun dah
just a bit
tukar kan?
slower.
I
Peti
do
kepada
agree. I think
bentuk
Heavy
yang
has
ada macam
adopted
bola,
the
Abang
a
main
bit
sekali
more
ke
of that
tak?
Thai
Kita
play
hanya
style. Like they
macam
know when to be
caster lah.
aggressive.
Caster
They know
ataupun
when to
cakap
sort of
cakap
pull
kan.
back.
The
Tapi kita
aggressive-
Malaysia
being
punya
aggressive used to
Melayu,
just
bahasa
be an
Melayu.
optional thing,
Oh,
but I think
expand
right
dia
now,
berada
like,
di
having-
posisi
knowing
tepi
how to
tepi
be
zone
aggressive
Manakala
effectively is-
FRG,
Picking
oh
your battle.
mantap
It's such a
FRG kalau korang tengok
plus
situ
point.
dihidupkan
when you have
semula
this revival system. It makes life
masih 4
so much
orang
harder for
lagi
enemies
berada
and just
dekat
long range. It's a good seeker.
kawasan
Seeking
refi
senses
apa refi apa
from downtown. Team Flash not having a good time at all.
Santa
Now,
Catarina.
the fact that they got tagged means that they can't really run in that direction.
Kita tengok
I believe it was
enemy yang
from
berdekatan.
KOG.
Kalau kita
What
tengok
was
ke
from
situ
K- oh, you mean
uh,
tag?
Yeah, the tag. I
Flishin,
believe that
FL,
the seeking senses was
FL,
from KOG.
FL tu
Yeah, I mean,
dia ni lah.
I don't think they really care.
Dia ada
though, it's just
seorang
one
ada,
person.
It's a
seorang
ridiculous
luar
range.
ada, dekat seorang dalam pun ada.
Ridiculous range cripples you, completely debilitating
Evos
to
berdekatan
fight
dengan
while
dia
you're
orang
under
tu.
that debuff. It slows you down. You don't fire as fast.
Aku dah jadi macam sokong
It's
semua
a
pula.
very annoying debuff to
Yeah.
have.
Tapi lebih kepada expand lah.
Alright, so we are looking at a bit of a slower game this time, right?
Apa
First
rule
Kalahari
live
game, we had
abang,
everyone
jangan
just sort of
mencarut,
drop like
jangan
flies.
spam.
With 11 teams left, what a surprise.
Right.
Everyone's brewing. You know, they're making some wine.
Borak-borak
Wine's not
biasa
here,
boleh
but
lah.
Everyone's making some
Kalau
wine.
macam
They're gonna see
contoh,
who makes the best wine. They're gonna bubble it up a
apa,
little bit.
kalau
let it
sekali
mature.
Aku
And,
tak perasan tu
What?
sekali je lah
the
komen, jangan
arena
spam
is
sekali.
gonna run right
Faham
into
kan?
Heavy.
Macam
I'm
tu,
actually a
abang,
little bit worried here. I don't
abang
think
tak main
Heavy
ke? Lepas tu aku
mechanically
tak
is on the
jawab.
same level as
Lepas tu
EA.
cakap,
I
Heavy
mean,
abang,
Heavy
abang
was
tak
caught
main
off
ke?
guard.
Dah,
Limit
jangan
got
spam sekali.
sniped.
Abang tak main, abang tak main.
That caught Heavy completely with their
Okay, kita
pants down.
teruskan
Not
dengan
ready for
game
this. Shut up
ni.
is
Oh,
here for
EA
that.
lawan dengan
What
Heavy
a
guys.
slam dunk.
Oh,
As
nampak
the times
ni,
are
knock
despite a
seorang
bit
tadi tu.
of time, but EA, they
Oh,
have
belum. Oh, nampaknya
Heavy completely
EA knock
surrounded. Shut up
seorang.
will give
Just
his
up
life
his
up for this,
knock.
but it is a trade
Oh.
nonetheless. Orgus will kind of tap in. And the shut up will be be brought back up heavy, only down to Buffalo. Unfortunately, the rest of his team is down. Buffalo himself is getting rushed. And look
Dekat
at
sana
this
ada guys.
double shot,
EA
double.
knock.
There's an
Heavy
eagle in hand,
bunuh
though, the
EA
revolver.
seorang.
At least getting a
Nama
kill
dia
for
EA
himself,
apa
but
tadi?
Buffalo needs
Limit.
to get out of this. Not much blue walls to work with, and 3
Weh,
angry
kejar
members
seorang
of
guys.
EA running after him.
Nampaknya
He will have a
heavy
bit of
seorang.
solace,
Dia
at least
kejar
for now, but
3
he
orang
prefers
guys.
to fight.
Solo.
He is surrounded from all angles, and
Mati.
heavy will
Dah
drop.
berakhir.
They will get the punish at least. So yes, they may have lost limit in the process, but at least they
Taruh,
managed to get
kenapa
that
tak
clear
tengok
shot
dekat
that were able
ESL
to take
Malaysia
down
bahasa
that
Melayu?
team entirely. And it looks
Ada
like the
ke?
tackle around on the other side of the map, they are heavily pressuring into
Ada
more
bahasa Melayu punya?
VG. 3 players are currently down, and there we go. VG Gaming, V Gaming just taken out.
Just one grenade launcher. AAA.
Kalau ada, jom kita tengok. Ya Allah, ada rupanya. Astagfirullah. Oh, tapi yang ni ESL Malaysia lah.
BGM. Pertempuran yang agak sengit. Tinggal satu pemain dan airnya kecundang juga di tangga yang ke-10.
Oh ya, sedar tak sedar, expect tinggal seorang je. Dia excel je.
Wow.
Dan dia excel sekarang ini akan berada di revival point
Ya, aku tanya.
untuk menghidupkan rakannya semula.
Sempat hidupkan sebenarnya. Tiada gangguan untuk mereka di kawasan itu. Dan kita lihat di sini. Apa yang berlaku di kawasan Common Post. Ada peperangan pasukan SCS dan juga pasukan Anxiety. Adakah Anxiety diratakan ataupun tidak? Kerana kita lihat pendudukan SCS agak selesa di atas ini.
Okey. Kita dapat lihat SCS masih lagi berjaga-jaga di kawasan Command Post.
Tapi yang ni
itu
ESL
dia.
Malaysia
Semua
guys.
pemain berpasukan expand sudah
Yang
pun kembali.
Aku
Tapi
kena
agak jauh
live
juga
balik tu bukan
untuk mereka
ESL
terbang
ni.
ke bawah. Dan mereka perlu berhati-hati kat mana mereka terbang.
Tak pasti lah. Aku rasa tak boleh lah. Kita kena live dekat ESL.
Pond, but it seems like it's going to be on a pretty
Snapdragon
interesting
Pro Series.
flat
Suara
area,
Abiat, yes.
right? It's not on a hill, but you don't really have that many
Oh, boleh.
compounds to work with. It's kind of scattered.
Yeah, I just saw expand.
Boleh ke? Boleh, boleh.
I think
Okay, jom kita dengar suara Abiat. So, kita boleh tahu kan. Ini
I mean,
macam ni
while
kita
we
tak faham
have this
sangat.
15 seconds of space, I just want
Sampai
to
tu
say
kita
that
boleh
SSL
tahu
fight,
lah
never
bahasa
mind,
Melayu lah.
Bara.
Okay. So,
Oh,
boleh. Tu dah tanya dah. Kita dah tanya. Let's go.
They just have that nade propped up. Kevin
Mana
knows
dia
this.
akan
Good
macam?
duo preemptively.
Boleh, kita kena skip.
Di saat ini apa yang berlaku, adakah SCS terus melayan ataupun beredar saja?
Suara Abiat.
Lihat Farah
Sekali.
masih lagi ada. Selain daripada expand, kali ini nampaknya
Oh, ni pun
Indian
Snapdragon
Farah
sama
sudah pun
je.
bermula SCS
Cuma
walaupun
beza dia
tiga
tulis ESL
orang
Malaysia.
pemain, tapi mereka mengawal cantik kawasan ini. EA limit baru saja turun EVOS. Mereka seorang pemain sudah dijatuhkan, pantas dinaikkan semua. Tu dia. Berapa banyak wall telah pun dinaikkan.
Oh.
Apex ada lagi 15
Peram
wall yang boleh digunakan.
Yap, dan kita lihat sini EVOS. Apa yang berlaku? Juga menunggu saja kehadiran pasukan EA. Sekiranya EA lalai, berjaya juga EVOS menguasai kawasan ini. Tetapi apakah daya, EVOS kehilangan 2 pemain dan 2 lawan 2 kali ini. AAA, nampaknya Indonesia dan juga Thailand bertempur. Apa yang berlaku kali ini? Kiroro sudah matikan EVOS. Dia tidak perasan dari belakang. Dan kita lihat di sini tinggal 1 pemain saja pasukan AAA. Di manakah pasukan pemain itu kali ini? AAA.
Sebenarnya banyak lagi tau pasukan. Ada 9 lagi pasukan dalam bulatan yang kecil ini. Volky berada di bahagian luar. Sekarang ini hanya mampu untuk menyembuhkan nyawa Sam 13. Matanya masih lagi belum berganjak daripada kedudukan Volky. Dia tahu masih lagi seorang, tapi expand. Dah mendekati Farang.
Dah dibenarkan,
Bedil.
kita tengok.
Pasukan Flash Bio berjaya untuk dijatuhkan sebentar tadi.
Abang tanya siapa?
Expand
Tak. Oh, yang
sekarang
tu
ni kembali
orang yang
dengan
suruh aku
4
buat ni
orang
lah.
pemain, tapi lihat seperti yang dia katakan. Kawasan pasukan Thailand
Live
memang
ni.
akan dapat belatan sebab apa mereka dah jaga awal
Yang ni
kawasan
bukan
tersebut.
copyright Zira.
Sekarang
Aku
ni Jack
disuruh.
Boya saja pemain yang tinggal yang terakhir untuk Anxiety.
Dia minta, dia
Farang
minta.
ada 6
Mana kena Abiat Abang Wan?
Ya, ada harapan untuk pasukan
Farang.
Farang kali ini. Dan kita
Tak
lihat
sama.
apa yang berlaku. Dia sedang mematikan pasukan
Masam.
Flash di hadapan mereka. Dan Flash memberi tekanan kuat pada Farang. Ice Wall telah dibuka oleh pasukan Farang kali ini. Pasukan Flash. Yabin sudah mematikan. Menunggu saja kehadiran enemy ataupun pihak lawan yang sedang masuk.
Kalau korang tengok dekat bahagian lah Team Flash
Farang
Flash
terus
aku tahu
melulu
sikit lah
masuk.
kan. Team Flash ni
memberi tekanan
kosong
kepada
ke?
Farang. Satu persatu pasukan Farang berjaya dijatuhkan.
Bagaimana dengan ni
Tiga
guys,
pemain
S-Pen?
saja
Aku tak
lagi.
tahu S-Pen.
Banyak
Aduh,
sekali
tolong
lagi buka.
S-Pen lah.
Pecah juga akhirnya.
Ni
dan
S-Pen
kita
last game
KOG
guys. Farang ada lagi guys.
Okey, KOG sebenarnya
Adakah
juga
Farang
begitu
kali ini
kuat
akan
kepada
bertahan
pasukan
guys?
Flash.
Kita tak pasti.
Nampaknya mereka juga terperangkap pasukan Farang sedang
Oh,
cantik
guys,
kawasan
dengan
ini.
dua satu.
Tapi
Dua
SES
dihancurkan
wah,
guys.
begitu mudah. Ada 3 orang.
Wait, ada
Mereka
S-Pen.
menembak
Alamak,
jatuh satu
ai.
di miss satu. Banyak
Kompra
pemain
kena knock kan,
terakhir sudah tidak mampu untuk melakukan apa. Expand pula. Hanya tinggal Roy dan juga di Excel. Maaf. Tidak. Expand pun sudah dijatuhkan. Kali ini dia hanya mampu untuk melakukan tangga ke-6. Dan Farang hanya tinggal bayat di tangan ke-5. Bersahabat di sini.
Yap. Kita lihat di sini kebangkitan semula SES. 13 mata untuk mereka. Adakah mereka terus menambahkan mata
EA lagi satu Boya?
EA penambahan Boya di situ agak lain
Oh
sikit.
ya EA guys. Oh mati dibunuh dengan EA guys. EA limit.
Mereka telah boya sebentar tadi. Akhirnya
Tinggal 2 tim ke?
Keempat di saat ini di game yang keempat mereka.
SES dengan
Apa yang berlaku? SES cuba nambahkan lagi poin mereka.
SES betul tak saya cakap?
dengan EA lah guys. Oh tinggal 2 ni lah.
Mereka
Masuk S-Pen dah dah.
Pikiran tembakan race
Dia
tadi.
hapuskan, dia
Oi,
hapuskan.
cantik diganggu oleh pasukan Flash. Sekarang ini lihat pada SES Saudara Esports.
Ada lah FL tu lah. FL dekat ujung tu.
Pergerakan sudah pun dikesan. Pasukan Flash juga masuk dan nampak ada parti kat sini tapi kawasan berbeza. Satu Skyler yang baik menjatuhkan semula. Dan limit sekarang diberikan tekanan.
Habis,
Flash disingkirkan terlebih dahulu.
Orang eliminate
FL.
Flash.
EA Arena sedang melayan pasukan SES dan kita balingan bom bertubi-tubi di situ. Nampaknya limit memberi tekanan kuat pada SES.
Syaraf dijatuhkan.
Limit guys.
Dijatuhkan. Hanya tinggal 2 orang pemain saja untuk pasukan EA. Ini seorang.
Nampaknya SES.
Sedar tak sedar. Bulatan masih besar tapi pasukan SES Alpine berganas sekarang ini.
Mantap.
Wow, dengan banyak mata penyingkiran.
Nolak.
Akhirnya mereka
Tapi
dengan langkah
kapal
kanan
Ya.
dan menidakkan EA Boya yang kedua.
Wow.
Tapi tu lah guys,
Dia cuba
S-Pen tak
mendapat yang
dapat.
kedua,
Aduh
tapi
hai.
gagal
Next
untuk
game tak ada
mereka.
S-Pen lah.
Kali ini memang SES memang begitu.
Tapi kita tak pasti apakah yang akan
konsisten.
terjadi pada hari yang lain.
Wow, SES Alpine.
Kita tengok macam mana pada masa-masa yang lain. Masa
sebentar
nanti.
tadi walaupun
Tidur elok.
bedil
Bye bye nak
nampak
tidur.
banyak,
Alright.
blue
Ambil
melter
kepak.
sebentar tadi tapi mereka berjaya untuk
Tu Abiek.
strategi yang kemas dan berjaya untuk mendapatkan
Mana cakap Abiek? Tu
Boya
Abiek.
yang pertama
Habis macam bangwan.
untuk
Masam.
pasukan
Tu S-Pen dah mati awal lah.
Malaysia sendiri.
Ya.
Last aku tengok tadi Cobra.
Kalinya boya untuk pasukan
Tadi 3 kali Thailand kan?
3 kali Thailand dan kali ini pertama kali untuk pasukan Indonesia.
Yang menang
iaitu
tadi Indonesia.
Pasukan SES. Wow, saya baru nampak corak mana. Dan kita lihat tadi ini adalah grouping yang pertama mereka, betul tak? So baru nampak taring mereka di kalah hari, bukan di Bermuda sebenarnya. Dan agak memuaskan dan kill yang begitu banyak untuk mereka kali ini.
Ya, sangat-sangat banyak. Tapi Farang tadi pun tak kurang hebatnya.
Ya, betul.
Ada banyak juga mata penyingkiran yang mereka dapat dan kita akan lihat highlight pertarungan yang berlaku sebentar tadi. Awal-awal
Ni yang tadi
EA
tu.
dah nak dekat rata.
Ya.
Tapi entah macam mana hidup sampai hujung.
Ya, betul. Diorang dah tahu dah apa nasib diorang apabila drop spot mereka digegar. So kita lihat sini AA membuat comeback, berjaya menjatuhkan Heavy dan rata terus Heavy di tangan mereka.
Ya, tadi sebab tadi Heavy cuba untuk mereka diri tapi pantas saja mereka ke depan dan SES anxiety. Mereka ingat mereka dah parking cantik, tak ada orang nak datang. Tapi sedang begitu ramai parti dekat sini. Dan Evos Diva jugalah pasukan yang berjaya untuk meratakan.
Aku nak tengok S-Pen. Dia sebab tak banyak tunjuk kat S-Pen.
Siapa sangka AAA mampu untuk dijatuhkan dan di sini ada penggunaan Skyler yang tepat.
Ya.
Gambar suara je, muka tak sama.
Dan dia sudah pun
sama.
bersedia dengan snipe-nya.
Tak, mungkin kalau guna mic ni suara je jadi sama kot. Bagi aku tak. Sebab aku pernah jumpa Abid daripada depan.
Pasukan EA Arena dan SES Alpine. Mereka sedikit gembira.
Yap, kalau wow, inilah dia round standing kita yang
ini apa? Round 4 standing. Oh, ini yang markah yang tadi kan. Aduh, S-Pen guys. Tapi tak apa, Farang Farang comeback guys. Orang boleh tengok nombor 4 tu Farang dengan 12
mata. Walaupun mereka kecundang awal ikut tu.
Tidaklah begitu awal
S-Pen
tapi
aduh.
mata
Dia tak dapat
yang
kill
baik
lah.
untuk
Dia dapat
mereka.
place dia markah.
Farang akhirnya naik dengan 12 mata. EVOS Divan 11, Flash 10. Yang lain agak
EVOS, EVOS
Agak
nombor
pelik
5 baik.
juga pada pasukan expand di page
Dengan
yang kedua.
memiliki
Selalunya di page yang pertama
kill.
untuk round standing kita,
Mana pula
kali
kira
ini
macam
di
ni?
page yang kedua.
Kill
Walaupun
8.
mereka
Oh,
terciduk
kita
awal.
buat 8
Actually,
siapa 3
terciduk
11.
lambat. Tapi
Dia
di
bukan
page yang
12.
kedua.
Kalau 12 mungkin
Sebenarnya
jika
kill tak
atas.
banyak kot.
agak awal kerana ada banyak pasukan sebenarnya lagi, tapi kita je tak sedar.
Tak perasan, laju.
Kerana terlampau laju
Ya.
pertarungan yang berlaku sebentar tadi.
Macam awal-awal game je dah ramai ni. Banyak team dah
Kali ini
kena end.
yang orang kata
Expand tu lah, expand drop terus tu.
menjulang harapan untuk skuad MSP adalah pasukan Farang. Akhirnya mungkin
Aku tengok tadi tempat dia turun tadi, masing-masing macam pecah kan. Tapi tak boleh salahkan lah. Dah strategi.
Walaupun biasanya
Strategi je.
refinery, kali ini mereka tukar
Ikut pada
dan lawan
cara
awal
dia
itu
ni.
menghadiahkan mereka beberapa mata.
Ya.
Ush,
Wow.
bapak damage dia guys.
Memang menarik.
8785.
Yes, damage mereka 8,785.
Headshot 9. Ini game keempat
Headshot
ke eh.
9.
SESL fine.
tertinggi untuk di saat ini.
Gila,
Nombor 2
gila
tertinggi
dah,
lah.
guys.
Yang sebelum ni iaitu
8000 damage.
Phoenix. Dan kita lihat di sini macam biasa survival time 14 minit.
Ni mesti dapat tembak. Lepas tu orang tu hidup tembak. Orang tu hidup tembak. Orang tu dihidupkan kan.
Kagum ya.
Korang pun boleh tengok dia
Sesal
punya.
fine memang dengan 29 mata. Hari ini belum lagi kita melihat mana-mana pasukan yang dapat 30 mata.
Ya.
29 mata adalah poin yang tertinggi dan itulah dia boleh saya katakan pertarungan yang baik yang mana itu pertemuan di antara B dan juga C. Kali ini juara dunia kita bakal kita bangunkan semula. Kita akan melihat pertempuran di antara grup A dan juga grup C. Sudah ketar-ketir anda di sini ya.
Saya dah terketar-ketir dah.
Adakah
Diorang
EVOS,
rehat tadi,
dua-dua
saya rasa
EVOS
lagi
akan berlawan guys?
ketar-ketir. Diorang dah susun-susun
EVOS
sebab
Divine
kita lihat
dan juga
di map
EVOS
yang sama kita akan
yang lain
berjumpa
satu tu.
juga. So seperti yang
Mantap.
game yang pertama di map Bermuda dan Kalahari, mereka akan berjumpa di map pertama Bermuda dan Kalahari. Strategi mereka lagi strong sebenarnya untuk pasukan World Cup kita, saya rasa.
Pergi ke klinik mencari manik-manik. Anda dah panik, kita tambah panik lagi. Dengan pertempuran yang seterusnya.
Betul.
Hey,
Power awak punya pantun
power. saya curi sebenarnya pantun sebab saya ada dengar sebelum ni. Tapi memangnya sangat-sangat menyeramkan. Tapi sekarang ini kita cuba untuk menghubungi pasukan Farang untuk adakah kita dapat untuk bersama dengan mereka untuk pertandingan. Kerana kan dalam tak saya Farang biasanya tak guna bayit. Hari ini mereka menggunakan pemain tersebut. Adakah
Jembal.
Adakah mereka ada nak melakukan pertukaran pemain ke, ataupun ini baru hari pertama jadi mereka nak tengok dahulu orang kata kedudukan pasukan-pasukan lain.
Yap, betul. Kita menunggu sahaja pasukan Farang. Kita lihat siapakah yang cuba kita interview kali ini. Saya pun tak sabar nak interview ni. Saya nak tanyalah. Kenapa mereka sebegini?
Sila, saya buka ruang.
Tapi kalau awak cakap tadi, kalau awak cakap diorang duduk di refinery tadi, memang betul mereka ada di refinery, tetapi lambat sedikit.
Betul.
Track mereka tu tak dikacau oleh pasukan lain. Agak selesa, tetapi bulatan tu tarik dekat bawah tu yang menyebabkan diorang ada risiko sebenarnya.
Ternyata ini adalah satu risiko yang besar untuk mereka.
Betul.
Tapi kita masih lagi menunggu adakah kita dapat menghubungi pasukan untuk kita temu bual sebentar saja lagi.
Yap, masih lagi menunggu panggilan daripada pasukan Farang. Kita lihat siapakah yang menjawab soalan-soalan kita kali ini. Adakah Bayit, Jembal, siapa lagi? Saya pun lupa dah pasukan Farang punya player. Maybe pemain-pemain yang lain lah sebenarnya itu
Yap. Dan pada masa yang sama kita sekali lagi, bagi saya bukanlah mengejutkan, tapi macam yang dah kita bincangkan, memang pasukan daripada Thailand dan juga Indonesia yang akan mendominasi.
InsyaAllah ada rezeki besok petang.
Saya teringin sangat nak tengok
petang besok kita akan buat custom rumah dia. InsyaAllah.
Scream dorang, apa yang dorang bagi, apa yang dorang baca-baca ke, ada apa orang cakap didedahkan sebenarnya untuk pasukan tu. Sebab konsisten sebenarnya.
Okay. Nampaknya kita akan berehat sebentar sebelum perlawanan kita seterusnya bakal mula. Teruskan menonton dan jangan
ke mana-mana.
Okay. Dia tunjuk apa pula ni? Let's go, kita lihat guys. Oh, Kita kena tunggu 4 minit lagi kan. So mana yang nak pergi tandas boleh pergi tandas, mana minum, mana yang makan. Kau pakai jersey mana tahu. Alah, aku tak nak sebut nama tim dia, tapi mesti kau tahu jersey apa kan. Sebelum ni aku guide apa? Sebelum aku guide suka good. Dia clue dia tu je. Aku tak boleh sebut. Sebab tim tu sudah tidak terlibat dengan input ini. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Assalamualaikum, hello guys. Tengok pun tahu. Tapi tu lah, sokong tim lain tak lah. Aku tak ada baju tu. Kalau ada aku dah beli. Bukan ada aku dah beli, ada aku dah pakai. Kali ni game seterusnya ni S-Pen aku rasa tak ada S-Pen. Lepas ni kan AC. Lebih kurang lah macam tu. Aku tak boleh sebut. Aku bukan tak boleh sebut, tak nak sebut lah. Kau baca komen aku yakan je lah. Kau komen aku yakan. Okay, kita tunggu guys untuk seterusnya guys. Apakah seterusnya seterusnya ni lain pula. Ni Farang aku rasa. AC. Baiklah. 1 minit lagi macam kejap Are you serious? Tadi macam tengok 3 minit. Ada event tak agak aku 12? Kita tunggu guys. Apakah ada event? Tapi insyaAllah kita tunggunya. Lagi 2 game lagi. AC. Kita lihat guys AC. Group A dan C. Masak Maggi tak? Masak lah. Okay, boleh. Let's go lah. Masak pastikan letak cili supaya keenakannya terasa di jiwa. Cili tak cili, telur lepas tak telur. Kalau nak tak sayur-sayur sikit kan letak lah. Lepas tu kuah jangan lebih, jangan terlalu sikit, nanti tak sedap lah. Pandai-pandai kan. Aku tahu kadang perempuan mesti tahu masak kan. Zira je komen guys. Korang tak ada komen. Cuba komen sekali. Komen hi ke hello ke. Komen sikit guys. Komen hi ke hello guys. Sikit-sikit je. Sebab lebih-lebih siapa nak layan. Okay guys, 12 saat lagi guys. Kita tunggu. Ya. Wah, Maggi kosong je. Faham? Maggi macam tu je dah. Yang penting boleh makan kan. Dia kalau paling malas macam aku lah. Waktu aku sekolah rendah, aku makan Maggi tu hancur-hancur. Lepas tu letak serbuk dia, makan macam tu. Sedap.
Group A. Sorry.
Jadi
Group
macam
A dan
mami.
Group C sebenarnya. Kita
Tapi tak tahu
kembali
elok
semula.
tak.
Kita bawa Group A tu, iaitu daripada World Cup player kita. untuk game yang ketiga mereka.
Seram.
Saya dah debor awal. Awak buat pantun awak tu lagi saya rasa debor.
Apa dia punya pantun yang senang je. Pergi ke klinik mencari manik-manik. Anda dah panik, kita tambah lagi panik.
Panik. Sebab kita lihat corak mainan mereka untuk pasukan World Cup memang kau-kau. Dan kita tak lupa juga pasukan Farang kita. Dan jom kita lihat overall standing kita, siapakah di space sebelah. Iaitu
expand
Arena
tempat
masih
keempat
lagi di tempat yang pertama ikut tu 74 mata.
Ya, aku rasa tempat keempat ni dah okey ya guys.
Dan tak lupa juga
sedikit beza 4 mata dengan Evo Phoenix guys.
Dengan pasukan di nombor 2 tu sebenarnya The Expand. Agak sakit sebenarnya.
Tapi ini markah keseluruhan.
Masih lagi
kalau korang tengok yang markah yang sikit-sikit tu dia belum lagi. Mungkin dia daripada tim group C kan. Dia belum lagi lawan.
MDH 24 sama pula tu. Nikma Galaxy 21 dan Team Flash. Walaupun mereka agak bermain secara lain sedikit, tetapi mereka di page sebelah kali ini betul.
Ya, dan
function lah tukar-tukar place, tukar tempat.
Tapi sekurang-kurangnya saya boleh katakan dapat top 12 pun cukup. Sudah
top 12 betul.
Performance Farang nampak sama seperti Exis. Mereka tercedok game pertama, tapi game kedua mereka bangkit. Cuma tidaklah begitu tinggi bangkitnya. Sam9 sekarang ini juga.
Oh my god, it's Ryan. Assalamualaikum and welcome back to my channel. Okay, kita ready guys untuk game seterusnya.
Ada 2 pasukan daripada Malaysia.
Grup C ada tim Malaysia tak? Grup C. Di sini grup C kalau kita tengok Farang.
Yang kelima
kau tahu aku Farang.
Itu grup A, Aziz, Phoenix.
Farang. Farang dengan apa
FRE, First Riders, Eclipse dan MD.
Aku rasa Farang kot. Grup A ada Sam9
berjumpa dengan grup C kali ni.
Sam9 lagi.
Iaitu Divine,
Aziz ESport tak pasti.
KOG, SCS dan V Gaming.
V Gaming Esport. Kita lihat apakah yang akan berlaku. Okay, kita lihat di sini guys. Team to watch. Tapi kalau kita tengok team to watch,
tapi Sam9.
Ya.
Aku rasa dia akan fokus dekat tim-tim ni je kot.
Tak bermaksud power.
Ya, betul.
Nimba Galaxy power.
Galaxy power. Masih lagi ada energy lagi di situ. Dan kita lihat di sini adakah Sam9 boleh carry lagi gameplay mereka ataupun point mereka untuk
kita tengok apakah yang akan berlaku.
Selesa untuk akan datang.
Yap. Jadi kita tunggu dan lihat saja 2.
Lepas ni ada lagi satu game lagi.
Terakhir ini adakah EVOS Phoenix sekali lagi mengepalai dan mengetuai kedudukan sekarang.
Jangan aku nak kuatkan
cabar sikit. Dah jatuh pula. Tak ada begitu jauh sangat. Kalau mereka dapat satu lagi buaya, terus akan melonjak ke diri mereka. Tapi saya yakin ada pasukan yang mampu untuk berikan tekanan kepada mereka.
Ya, saya rasa jugalah sebab mereka telah membuat strategi untuk berlawan di grup A dan juga C ini. Mesti punya. Kalau takkan ada punya strategi ini. Dan kita lihat adakah pasukan World Cup kita boleh konsisten ataupun tidak. Dan kita fokus terus pada Farang.
Awak sebut pasukan World Cup kan, saya teringat
dunia je.
Awak sebut World Cup kan. Saya macam
World Cup kan.
Tiba penyanyi.
WS.
World Series.
Saya lupa dah.
World Series. Apakah yang berlaku dengan World Series? Apa yang berlaku World Series? Ulang.
Sekiranya mereka boyah dekat sini, poin yang seperti EVOS tadi selesa, tetapi apakan daya. Kita tengok apakan daya lah untuk pasukan mereka sebenarnya.
Dan bukan selalu kita nampak Bayit bermain dan mereka berjaya untuk menang dengan Dewa tadi di awal-awal. Mungkin itulah menjadi satu lonjakan momentum kepada mereka.
Ya, betul. Tetapi saya rasa harapkan energi mereka seperti yang kita lihat ataupun sejarah-sejarah mereka bawa untuk game
apakah
kita
yang berlaku
ini.
guys?
Kerana kita perlukan banyak tim pasukan kita.
Korang mesti nak diamond kan. Kalau diamond on je. Kalau tak diamond tak ada lah tengok.
Jadi sekurang-kurangnya kalau kita
kalau hari-hari macam ni kan, letih apa
SP ada 5 kata saya. Kalau dapat 3 masuk.
So, komen ID siapa dapat apa ni ID dapat
dah
masuk tournament.
Dah rasa selesa sebenarnya betul.
Yep. Tapi saya ingin ingatkan kepada semua yang sedang menonton yang mana Grand Final kita akan berlangsung di Jakarta.
Grand Final akan berada di
Februari
berlangsung di
2023.
Jakarta
Grand Final
pada
ini
4 hingga 5
pastinya kita akan
Februari.
melihat pasukan yang terbaik dan terkuat bakal bertemu.
Apakah yang
Tapi saya rasa
berlaku?
pasti ini, kalau tak ada apa-apa peningkatan daripada region Brazil seperti Vietnam ataupun MSP, berkemungkinan besar ini akan menjadi milik Thailand ataupun Indonesia saja.
Alamak sayang.
Zira
sekali,
nak
tetapi
demam,
mereka
ah?
ada peluang sekiranya mereka tak dapat top 6.
Awak nak demam?
Untuk di
Makan
Liga
Maggi?
kita, mereka ada lagi untuk
Oh, Zira nak
untuk
demam.
saingan yang seterusnya di
Oh,
orang cakap,
Zira nak demam lah. Sorry guys aku.
di challenge
Sebab
yang
ya,
lain saja, gaming
sebab
rasanya,
apa ni,
untuk
aku punya phone
mendapatkan
kat sana,
pergi
masam
ke
je.
Jakarta sebenarnya Ikuto. Kita
Aku
perlukan
sekejap.
12 tim untuk ke
Aku
Jakarta.
nampak Zira nak demam.
12 pasukan yang mana kita akan ambil
Diamond,
6 terlebih
attack
dahulu
Zira,
dan
Ya.
6 lagi setelah
Join lah custom room esok. InsyaAllah kita akan buat custom room esok. Kita akan buat, kita test custom room menggunakan
pertama 30
apa orang kata, account drone. Sebab account drone aku dah boleh. So nanti kita akan try lah live bukan demam diamond.
Ya.
Tak nampak lah.
Bersiap sedia
Tengok tulisan kecil.
hendakkan 30,000
Kita
USD
try
itu
kuda.
sebenarnya.
Apakah
Banyak lah.
bisa?
Banyak dekat. Tapi
Kalau kau masuk
ikutkan,
aku kasi.
yang paling
Kalau
banyak
kau function lah dekat ni,
63,000
apa ni?
USD itu.
Dekat
Itu yang
moderator.
paling banyak sebenarnya. Kalau
Kalau
saya
tak
dapat tu,
function tak ada
banyak
lah.
benda boleh buat.
Sebelum ni sepatutnya kasih tapi tak kasih. Tahu dah.
Ajennya.
Kau kena main, kau kena function moderator.
Kita juga ingin
InsyaAllah
mengucapkan ribuan terima
kasih.
kasih kepada penaja kita.
Ya.
Tak lain dan tak bukan Snapdragon.
InsyaAllah besok
Elite
pukul
Gaming
4
kerana
kau pasti 4.56.
menaja Snapdragon Pro Series
Waalaikumsalam Muhammad Akil Faris.
Ya,
Macam
dan
ni
tak
lah
lupa
guys.
juga Master
Komen lah apa-apa
Energy.
dulu.
Itulah dia sebenarnya.
Korang komen
Yang
apa-apa
penting.
dulu.
Unleash the beast sebenarnya.
Boleh borak-borak
Dan
sikit.
banyak-banyak information korang boleh check it out www.masterenergy.com.
Yap, dan tidak lupakan juga kalau anda ingin mendapatkan
Sekejap kan minum air.
menarik, in-game yang menarik, anda boleh pergi ke Kachi Shop untuk mendapatkan grade D dan juga game top up di www.kachishop.com untuk mendapatkan kesemua maklumat lanjut dan juga deals-deals tawaran-tawaran yang menarik yang disediakan.
Betul.
Saya tak sabar untuk melihat game di bahagian bermuda. Kali ini expand berehat. Jadi kita letakkan harapan kita kepada pasukan yang berbeza.
Yap.
Seperti Farang, seperti Axis dan pastinya Sam9. Tidak lupakan juga Anxiety. Tapi Anxiety pun dah berehat, kata silap saya.
Betul. Expand dah berehat, tetapi dia berdebar-debar rasanya untuk melihat kedudukan poin sebenarnya. Mesti di tengah melihat sekarang ni sekiranya pasukan-pasukan yang saingan-saingan mereka yang nak mengejar poin tu di tangga keempat, harap-harap orang cakap ada masalah sebenarnya. Diorang hendak mengekalkan poin tu. Tetapi ada dua lagi game kita bukan daripada
Esok insyaAllah boleh join sebab nak beli nombor
grup A
baru.
dan juga grup C.
Beli nombor
diorang
baru.
pun nakkan
Wah
cakap
nak
apa,
main pan-pan je, tak nak
sesuatu
diamond
sebenarnya
pun.
kali ini. Sekiranya pasukan-pasukan yang bawa mereka
Alim
gagal,
Naufal,
harapanlah
waalaikumsalam.
tak ada gangguan untuk pasukan expand berada di tempat yang keempat.
Aku tak sabar ni guys. Untuk penentuan hari pertama ini guys. Aku akan buat live macam ni 3 hari ya.
Sekarang ini Farang dengan
Tapi kalau boleh, aku ada masa lebih, aku akan teruskan. Aku akan buat.
belum lagi sampai ke muka surat pertama kerana
Ya.
jauh arena meninggalkan pasukan-pasukan lain dengan
Untuk kali
konsistensi
ni,
mereka.
Ni je lah aku buat.
1-2 hampir sama dengan EVOS Phoenix.
Yap, hampir sama, tetapi kali ini kita hampir saja pergi ke game yang kelima kita, iaitu grup A dan juga grup C. Pertempuran yang agak sengit, lagi-lagi di Bermuda. Kelahiran player-player Free Fire di situ. Inilah dia, rasanya mereka dah lali dengan map tu. Saya tak tahulah siapa yang kuat sekarang ni. Even kalau player World Series kita yang juara tu ataupun player-player yang boleh dominate. Kerana kita
Lain aku tiba-tiba slow,
map tu
risau.
memang macam cakap biasa, random. Bukan macam map yang lain yang diorang tak biasa sebenarnya. Itu yang kita patutkan.
Bermuda sebenarnya map yang boleh dikatakan tua dan nampaknya pemain-pemain kita sudah pemula turun. Jadi kita ingin
Okey,
lihat kali
dah
ini
nak mula
nampaknya
game.
tidak ada Blue Zone Hunter. Jadi kita ayo terbang ke perlawanan kita yang kedua akhir di Bermuda.
Ya, Blue Zone
Okey,
Hunter
jom kita
buat
tengok,
kata
guys.
Ikuto tadi, betul.
Apakah?
Tetapi tiada pemain pun di Blue Zone Hunter.
Okey,
Tetapi
Sam9
apakah
ada,
daya, di Sentosa ada 3 pasukan, iaitu MDH,
Kuat
KOG
sekali.
dan juga Sam9 kali ini. Agak terikat untuk pasukan Sam9. Adakah
Sekejap,
dia boleh mengekahkan kedudukannya ataupun tidak. Dan kita lihat dia menghantar satu pemain saja berada di tengah-tengah sentosa dan cuba melayan pasukan KOG dan juga MDM tadi. Sebenarnya Kuto.
Mampukah Raja melarikan diri kerana sekarang ini dikepung rapat dengan MDA dan juga KOG. Manakala kita nampak bagaimana EVOS Phoenix memang akan turun di kawasan Big. Farang pula berada di shipyard tapi Heavy
Combo untuk pertama.
Yap, tetapi penggan daya Heavy nampaknya
KOG
diintai rapat oleh pasukan VGM sebenarnya. Dan kita lihat di sini KOG
mana Farang
sudah bersiap sedia. Adakah dia bersiap sedia ataupun tidak? Rasanya diorang bermain secara pasif ni, bermain di tepi-tepi sungai, tepi-tepi laut dan tepi air. Dan kita di sini apa yang berlaku pada EVOS? Phoenix berjaya mendapatkan satu mata di saat ini.
Yap. Awal first rider sudah pun dijatuhkan dan EVOS Phoenix. Pada masa yang sama VGM tidak jauh daripada mereka.
Ya. Dan kita lihat di sini ada pemain VGN berada di atas bukit itu. Cuma menghantar satu pemain saja sebenarnya.
Itu EVOS Divine, sorry.
Oh, sorry. EVOS Divine sebenarnya. Dan kita lihat di sini EVOS Divine cuba meratakan satu pasukan, satu pemain daripada VGM. Tapi dua pemain lagi cuba datang. Dan adakah VGM berjaya diratakan ataupun tidak kali ini?
Oh, mereka dah kejar habis. Tapi VGM berjaya untuk mendapatkannya. Namun begitu Abax sudah pun menunggu sebentar tadi dan Abax.
Tapi boleh hidupkan.
Apa yang akan membiarkan saja seorang pemain dijatuhkan. Tapi EVOS Divine sekarang ini sudah pun dikepung oleh beberapa orang pemain. Bingsu sekarang ini kembali mengepung Abax. Dan nampak seorang pemain saja di bahagian bawah. Lontaran tak kena. Tapi tembakan tersebut mengena Ventan.
Sedih.
Tak berjaya untuk melakukan apa-apa. Lihat bagaimana masih lagi mereka bertarung dan hanya menunjukkan diri. Hanya nak membazirkan masa saja, tapi sayangnya Ventan dapat Apex sebentar tadi dan turun semula Mr. O5. Oi!
EVOS ada dua.
Wow.
Baru
macam
turun.
EVOS Divine dengan EVOS.
Dan kita lihat di sini MDH nampaknya memperoleh 4 mata. Rasanya dia baru saja menjatuhkan pasukan KOG di kawasan Sentosa sebentar tadi. Dan kita lihat VGM cuba push pasukan EVOS Divine di kawasan ini. Beyond keseorangan saja di situ. Tinggal Sam saja di sana di jambatan ini dan terus beredar kerana risiko itu sangat tinggi.
Yap, ini mungkin ramai tak tahu ini adalah EVOS Divine bukan EVOS Phoenix.
Sorry.
Tapi buat masa sekarang Sam 13 berjaya untuk melarikan diri dan VGM menang perlawanan ini dengan semua pemainnya sudah pun bangkit semula. Ban mereka semula kerana ada seperti biasalah ada
kejar
satu vending machine tapi terlanggar dia ketepuk kepala dia penyek kat situ.
Yap, tapi sayang sekali EVOS Divine satu pemain mereka telah beredar jauh dan kita fokus terus di kawasan ini. Farang dan juga Heavy. Nampaknya apa yang berlaku pada pasukan Farang, adakah dia perasan pasukan Heavy di kawasan ini?
Farang ada.
Dan kita lihat
Heavy ada.
Cuba matikan speed di atas itu tetapi tiada lagi engagement sedikit pun yang berlaku di kawasan ini. Tetapi apa yang kita lihat agaknya Heavy
nampak jembal
tercungap-cungap untuk melayan pasukan
jembal nampak dia orang
Farang di kawasan ini. Saya pun tidak tahu apa yang berlaku pada pasukan Heavy sebenarnya. Dia satu pasukan di luar kawasan.
Jembal seorang.
Dan sekarang ini kita akan melihat bagaimana jembal dalam bahaya. Adakah bakal dijatuhkan oleh Heavy? Mereka sedang turun jembal memulihkan nyawanya. Tapi lihat mana Wong tidak mampu untuk menahan jembal. Tak boleh nak lari mana. Telah pun dikepung. Kiri, kanan semua menamkar. Lihat bagaimana speed. Juga dijatuhkan. Tubet pantas menghidupkan semula jembal.
Ya, dan kita lihat sini Farhan terus beredar saja nak mengambil risiko yang agak tinggi. Nampaknya Heavy sudah memperoleh 3 mata di saat ini di minit yang kelima. Masih lagi 11 pasukan yang berada di dalam map kita. Apa yang berlaku kali ini? Adakah Farang terus beredar? Dan kita lihat Tubet yang keseorangan saja di kawasan ini. Heavy terus menggunakan launcher pad cuba mengepung pasukan Farang. Tubet keseorangan saja cuba mendapatkan launcher pad tetapi cuba defense sedikit demi sedikit. Adakah berjaya survive? Ya, berjaya beredar di kawasan sangat genting sebentar tadi. Inilah dia Farang terus
ada lagi kawan dia
mendapatkan kedudukan yang lebih sesuai.
Ya, tapi
Heavy main
Blue
luar
Zone ini
zone.
memang dah sedap untuk pasukan Heavy kerana mereka akan
Tak
mendapatkan
salah.
senjata penting.
Tapi
Dan
strategi
boleh dikatakan 75% senjata mereka sudah pun disiap sedia. Tapi lihat SES.
Gemini
Memang,
berada di 6.
Kita boleh nampak sekarang ini Axis sudah dikejar oleh pasukan EVOS Phoenix. Axis rata. Sebab itulah rupanya
Engine
EVOS
mati.
lambat masuk bulatan kerana mereka nak kejar Axis sebentar tadi.
Yap, itu adalah strategi mereka untuk di game yang kelima kali ini apa yang berlaku. Dan kita lihat si
Main luar
MBH
zone tu
bertempur
strategi.
dengan Negma. Dan kita lihat di sini SES baru saja disebut sebentar tadi dan apa yang berlaku. Pasukan yang berada di kawasan factory ini cuba memberi tekanan pasukan pada pasukan SES. Dua pemain SES berjaya dijatuhkan. Tinggal dua pemain saja lagi. Berjaya survive. Jojo berjaya diangkatkan semula. Carl cuba push pasukan SES. Satu pemain SES
Kau tengok ni
dijatuhkan.
dekat mana
Jump
bang?
shot diberikan.
Dekat ESL
Tempat
Malaysia.
kepala. Apa yang berlaku kali ini? SES.
Nak tengok mana-mana
Tinggal
pun
keseorangan
boleh. ESL
saja di
Malaysia je,
situ.
nak
Adakah
tengok
boleh
boleh.
mematahkan
Boleh
ataupun
dekat
tidak?
YouTube ESL
Kali
Malaysia.
ini. Dan itulah dia.
Habislah.
Hampir-hampir
Jadi,
dihabiskan.
ESL,
Wow, raja.
apa ni?
Walaupun mereka mendapatkan boya sebentar tadi,
Yes,
akhirnya mereka di tangga yang ke-10 di game kali ini.
Wow, dan
Snapdragon
tadi mereka boleh dikatakan juga buya
Snapdragon
dengan bergaya.
Yeah.
Kerana punya mata yang agak tinggi. Tapi First Rider kali ini menewaskan. Tapi kali ini kita ada pertarungan dan Nigma Galaxy juga.
Snapdragon Pro Series ESL.
MBS out of mind telah pun dilanggar nampaknya, di knockdown dengan kenderaan. Tapi Caramel ada bersiap sedia dengan menggunakan launcher. Tapi itu ada bulatan MDH diratakan oleh Nigma Galaxy.
Nigma Galaxy
Wow,
guys.
memang begitu mantap untuk pasukan Nigma Galaxy. Tetapi mereka berada lagi di luar bulatan. Apa yang berlaku, mereka masih melooting untuk mencukupkan barang keperluan mereka. Dan kita lihat di sini, adakah Nigma Galaxy memasuki kawasan yang berada betul-betul dengan enemy untuk pasukan mereka. Dan kita lihat apa yang berlaku pasukan VGM dan juga Heavy kali ini. Heavy terus beredar. Mereka ditouch dari belakang. Apa yang berlaku? Adakah VGM terus memberi tekanan kuat? Satu pemain Heavy berjaya dijatuhkan.
Heavy knock.
Hingga 3
Satu.
pemain saja
Kalau
lagi.
kita tengok
Mereka
tadi macam dua.
dikepung rapat oleh pasukan Heavy kali ini.
Walaupun Heavy mereka mempunyai Blue Zone punya senjata, tapi nampaknya tidak cukup
VGM lawan
hebat.
Heavy, guys.
Ventan sempat lagi bersembunyi dalam bulatan ini.
landmine.
Ventan.
Gila, perangkat yang baik guys.
Ada perangkap mine yang telah pun diletakkan sebentar tadi.
Tapi adakah dia dapat
bakal
mengalahkan ke?
menjatuhkan
Mantap
Heavy.
siap VGM.
Walaupun nampaknya sekarang habis semua senjata Heavy.
VGM
Walaupun dia nak gerak jauh tadi, dia nak sempat beredar tadi Heavy, tetapi di follow rapat oleh pasukan VGM. Tetapi apa yang daya, Heavy kecundang juga di tangga yang ke-8. Heavy VGM
Korang boleh
terus
ambil skill main
mengkolek
dia, guys.
poin-poin yang berada di dalam map
Macam
kita kali
korang
ini. Apa yang
tengah
berlaku?
isi nyawa
Dia cuba
darah
flank
kedua
dan
kan.
dia berjumpa dengan EVOS.
Ada landmine tu pasang.
Kali
Landmine
ini
tu lepas tu
ikut
undur
tapi
sendiri.
EVOS baru saja
Nanti
turun di
enemy
kawasan
tu
itu.
maju, pum, auto
Dan
kena terus.
buat masa sekarang, two
Dia
back
memang fighter.
pula akan mendapatkan senjata.
Kalau
yang
kita tengok
lebih
Farang
baik.
masih,
dah paling
belum
cantik,
ada
tampil cantik
skill
dalam pasukan
lagi.
Sam 9. Cuma kalau EVOS Phoenix turun kat sini, Farang kena
Kalau kita tengok
ukur
dekat
dengan
situ,
Phoenix yang
EVOS
mana
dengan VGM
bukanlah
tu
sesuatu
berdekatan
yang
guys.
dimahukan
Adakah
oleh
mereka akan berperang guys? Ni guys,
pasukan ataupun penonton
dekat hangar.
Malaysia.
Ya, dan kita lihat di sini pasukan EVOS Divines akan berjumpa dengan VGM. VGM memperoleh 8 mata point kita kali ini. Dan apa yang kita lihat? Adakah Divine terus beredar? Mereka agak berjauhan antara satu sama lain. Adakah mereka akan dijatuhkan satu persatu oleh VGM? Kita lihat Boy Tai. Terus mengambil risiko untuk memasuki bulatan kesakitan di sini. Apa yang kita lihat kali ini? Mereka cuba kepung kawasan ini dan kita lihat adakah Divine boleh bertahan ataupun tidak.
Ini Divine seorang telah dijatuhkan, bulatan tidak memihak pada mereka. Beyond pantas jatuhkan VGM 8-9 mata penyingkiran
VGM nampak
sekarang
EVOS.
ini.
Kita lihat kan EVOS lawan VGM, siapa yang bantai?
Tembakan
Nampaknya
cantik.
VGM membantai EVOS.
Dimenangi oleh Pinsu dan terus saja
Auto and
dijatuhkan,
terus
tidak
baik.
berikan peluang. Tapi seorang lagi
11
daripada
kill
pasukan
by
EVOS
VGM.
Divine berjaya untuk melarikan diri. Dan pastinya
12
VGM, oh
kill, guys.
tidak, Bander snipe daripada jarak yang jauh.
EVOS time kena.
Wow, memang tidak boleh apa-apa untuk pasukan Divine sebentar tadi. Mereka terikat dengan pasukan VGM sebenarnya. Dikejar rapat, habis-habisan VGM mengejarnya dan kita lihat 12 mata untuk mereka. Apa yang berlaku? Adakah VGM akan mendapatkan boya?
Ya, ni
dan
EVOS
Farang
Phoenix
berada
dia
di Sniper
EVPX.
Tower itu.
Tapi ada dua orang parking
Farang
bukan beza.
Oh, Farang
Phoenix
Bayek tu.
naik,
Dua orang
Koshi
tu.
dapat
Auto
Bayek.
kena bom.
Buka
Oh.
bumbu.
Weh, nasib.
Watakunsi sebentar saja lagi. Nasib baik. Wall sempat dibuka tapi pantas. Blue Melter ini akan mencairkan semua yang ada. Dan sekarang kita
Maju
boleh lihat
seorang.
oleh pasukan Farang sudah tidak punya jalan keluar.
Apa yang
Jebal
berlaku? Oh.
dijatuhkan. Bayek dijatuhkan. Dua orang pasukan
Aduh,
Farang
FRG.
hilang begitu saja. Dan
Tiga
satu lagi
orang lah.
pasukan Spade yang sudah berkemah di kawasan ini juga telah pun dikesan. Mereka tahu Joanna di bahagian bawah. Begitu berani, mereka tak takut pun kat sini habis.
Ya, betul. Walaupun seorang
Spade dah
saja di
jatuh.
atas. Memang
Farang
Farang apakan
ni
daya.
seorang lah.
Tinggal satu pemain saja untuk pasukan Farang. Mereka tidak boleh buat apa-apa. Mereka terikat saja dan beri tekanan kuat. Too bad. Sedikit demi sedikit nyawa mereka telah dihiris. Apa yang berlaku tekanan kuat daripada pasukan Farang. Adakah dia akan dihabiskan? Ya, di tangga yang ke-6 sebentar tadi.
Enigma Galaxy pula berjaya menjumpai seorang dan itu dia. Serangan balas EVOS Phoenix pada pasukan Enigma Galaxy. God Cruise kehilangan nyawa yang agak besar. 4 lawan 3.
Pandai dia
Tapi
main
lihat
bom,
di kawasan berbeza ada serangan
Oh,
dilakukan.
Naik terus kena, baik. Naik terus
Daripada EVOS Phoenix dapat satu. Satu lagi Grey cuba untuk dilontarkan. Enigma Galaxy stop boleh jatuhkan. Ada gangguan di pasukan berbeza. Enigma Galaxy mereka ada 4 orang tetapi mereka pula
Dua
yang
orang lagi dekat tower
dijatuhkan. God Cruise akan ke depan. Dapatkan lagi 1 mata. 9 mata penyingkiran untuk pasukan EVOS Phoenix.
Yap, EVOS Phoenix terus membara. Dan kita dah fokus pada pasukan Sam9 kita. Dengan
Sam9
BGM
guys,
kali ini.
Sam9 lawan
Flash
BGM
squad di
guys.
belakang berlaku di sini. Apa
Oh,
yang kita
mantap.
lihat? Biru berjaya dijatuhkan. Tinggal 2 pemain saja BGM. Tinggal 1 pemain saja lagi. Adakah Sam9 berjaya dijatuhkan ataupun tidak? Dan kita lihat sini. Boy, Tai.
Macam Sam9
Counter
boleh
yang
bantai.
menarik oleh pasukan BGM.
datang
Tinggal
lagi.
1 by 1 di sini. Apa
satu
yang
lawan
berlaku?
satu, guys.
Zen.
Oh.
Sedikit saja jam
Sam9.
diberikan. Back 7.
Oh.
Itulah dia. Hampir-hampir berjaya dijatuhkan. Ya.
Mantap, Sam9
BJ.
guys.
Berjaya dijatuhkan di tangga yang ke-5 oleh pasukan Sam9.
Tapi sekarang ini pasukan Sam9 sudah terluka kerana hanya tinggal 2 orang pemain. Di kedudukan yang berbeza, lihat bagaimana pasukan First Rider menentangkan
Ini
Enigma
Enigma
Galaxy. Dan satu lagi mata penyingkiran berjaya untuk diambil oleh EVOS Phoenix pada jarak yang jauh. EVOS Phoenix, mereka yang kena serang tapi First Rider mereka masih lagi terselamat.
Ada EVOS, ada
Namanya
EVOS
kita
dekat
lihat
sana.
sini.
Yang ni EVOS
Enigma
sini.
Galaxy tinggal 2 pemain saja. Diberi tekanan kuat oleh pasukan First Rider di situ. Apa yang berlaku First Rider? Tinggal 1 pemain saja lagi. Dia pun terikat juga. Dia kena third party sebenarnya oleh EVOS sebenarnya di belakang ni ikut tu.
Yap, tapi yang paling penting adalah pasukan Sam9
Oh,
masih
jatuh.
lagi ada
Oh,
dan
kena end
Lozi
terus. Sebab dia terjatuh, dia
saja
tersilap ke?
mendapatkan mata tersebut.
Kesilapan
Ya,
berlaku,
dan kita lihat sini.
auto.
Macam mana
Sam9,
mereka nak naik?
Sam9.
Betul.
Sam9
Advantage
nampaknya
buat
2
pasukan
orang
Sam9
saja guys.
tadi. Cuba curi kill di sini dan kita
Kena
lihat
tembak.
apa yang berlaku pada Sam9. Susah sebenarnya.
2
Open
lawan 2
field
lawan
dia
3.
berkatakan. Dan kita lihat dia
So
mengharapkan
total 7 orang guys.
pokok saja sekarang ni dan ice wall yang
Kita
begitu
tak tahu
banyak
siapa
untuk
yang
memasuki
bakal
perbuatan yang
mendapatkan
seterusnya. Apa yang
keboyahan,
berlaku, kita lihat di sini NGX. Apa yang kita lihat tinggal hampir-hampir tinggal 1 pemain. Tapi dia turun
dia
ke bawah.
silap turun.
Hampir-hampir
Turun dekat
kehilangan
atas
pasukan
dua
mereka
je.
di map kita. Dan tinggal apa yang kita lihat ni EVOS Phoenix cuba menguasai map kita kali ini.
Wow, satu tembakan Barretta kalau tak silap saya sebentar
Barretta
tadi.
tu
Raja
tembus
dah
dua
bengkok
guys.
Zen OP. Dia berapa ramai semua
Tiga seorang lagi.
datang.
Oh,
Berfaham.
Sam9 gagal lah guys.
Pasnya Sam9 Raja tak mampu untuk bertahan dan lagi satu.
EVOS
Lagi
Phoenix,
satu boya. Berjaya untuk diambil oleh pasukan EVOS Phoenix yang mengganas dalam game
guys.
ini.
Seram baik.
Wow. 3 kali keluar skrin muka orang. So, memang layaklah mereka mendapatkan boya 3 game. Bukan 3 kali, 2 kali.
Ya lagi nanti tunjuk
Dua
lah markah
kali.
lagi.
Yang first tu mereka hampir-hampir saja. Dan kali ini
Expand aku tak pasti
mereka
dia
cuba
akan turun atau dia
mendapatkan
naik.
boya straight untuk hari ini saja
Expand,
untuk pasukan Phoenix.
Dengan apa ni?
27 mata total adalah satu nilai
Apa
yang
dia?
besar.
Besar.
Tapi sekurang-kurangnya Sam9 akhirnya ada pasukan daripada Malaysia yang mampu untuk memberikan satu kelebihan. Tapi saya suka lihat bagaimana pasukan EVOS Phoenix mereka serang sniper tower pasukan Farang. Lihat bagaimana mereka susun dengan balingan bom, dengan balingan glue melter. Juga tak boleh buat apa-apa.
Korang dekat sana hujan ke? Sam9 Malaysia, yes.
Farang sebentar tadi. Dan mereka juga ada
Sam9
snipe
Malaysia.
yang mereka tembakan mereka tepat
Ya.
ke
Dekat
pasukan
dalam
Farang dan
list
pasukan Farang
senarai
tak
ni
buat apa-apa.
sebenarnya
Mereka
Malaysia.
tak buat apa-apa.
Cuma
Dan
yang aku tak
pasukan-
pasti anxiety.
Pasukan EVOS tu mengambil kesempatan
Anxiety
yang
tu aku
gede.
tak
Diorang
pasti
nak
Malaysia
mengambil
ke tak.
risiko cuba
Yang ni memang
merapatkan
tulis
antara peperangan
MSP,
itu. Diorang cuba
Malaysia
KS dari belakang
player.
saja. Dan kita lihat di sini heavy.
Malaysia
Sayang
player.
sekali mereka
MSP
dikejar
kan
rapat
tengok
oleh
Malaysia pun.
pasukan
Tapi MS tu
VGM.
dah tahu Malaysia dah.
Tapi VGM terus
Exit
membara
eSport,
di
Farang,
saat-saat
Advan,
minit
Anxiety
tadi.
ni tak pasti sebab aku tengok nama dia
Tapi di
pelik-pelik
sini
nama
kita
dia.
taktik bahagian VGM.
Tomai, Kanco,
Mereka berjaya untuk menjatuhkan ramai
J-Boy,
pasukan, tapi
Wah,
dekat sini Farang
Hokai,
strategi mereka.
Basic,
Saya rasa
Got
strategi ni
to
mereka pernah buat
buy.
sebelum ni, tapi kali ni gagal.
Ya,
Sebenarnya ni
betul.
aku tahu
Tapi sayang sekali
Ashura,
untuk pasukan
Fikri,
Farang.
Iman ada,
Mereka dah kawal
Newbie
rapat
ada, Raja
seketul
ada,
sebenarnya.
ZOP.
Dengan dua tadi strategi yang
Kalau
agak
macam
mantap untuk
Advan
pasukan
pula,
Farang, tetapi sayang
Tupers,
sekali. Dan kita
Cobra,
lihat
The
agak
Ezel,
mantap
Atroy,
untuk pasukan
Syah,
Sam 9 berjaya
Farang,
menatukan
Tubet,
pasukan
Bayet aku
VGM
kenal,
di
pernah
clock tower
aku
ini.
pernah join
Walaupun
dia
one
juga
by one
juga.
dia tinggal.
Ya, kejutan juga, tapi
Jembal,
ini sebenarnya mencederakan
Just
banyak
Bu,
juga
Pet
pemain-pemain
pun
pasukan
aku
Sam
kenal
9.
juga.
Ya,
Walaupun mereka menang,
SD
tapi
Sport,
itulah
Flame,
tipis sahaja.
Neptune,
betul.
Aziz
Sangat-
Vegeta,
sangat
itu
tipis
yang aku
sebenarnya.
kenal.
Dan kita lihat
Yang
mereka
lain
cuba
tak-
mendapatkan Boya, tapi akhirnya Sam 9 gagal dan Boya di tangan
Tak hujan je,
pasukan
tak hujan lah. Aku
EVOS
hujan tadi lah.
Phoenix
Bau
di game
hujan.
yang
Bukan bau hujan.
kali
Kali
ini.
ke 3-2.
EVOS Phoenix
Tadi solat Jumaat
jarak
hujan.
lagi dan,
Ni ke?
saya
Oh, yang
boleh
ni markan
katakan
tadi.
sebentar saja
EVOS
lagi
Phoenix
kita
korang boleh
akan
tengok 27.
lihat
Aku rasa dia lah.
mana mata
Dia top
masing-masing
1 lah.
naik
Tapi tak
semula.
tahu lagi
Tapi
sampai ke
nampaknya
final.
Sam 9 boleh katakan dia mengambil tempat expense dah tadi.
Kita tengok lah. Uish.
Walaupun
Sam 9
nombor
je.
2 tapi
Mana Farang?
ada banyak mata penyikiran.
Sebab
Farang
mata
9.
penyikiran, betul. Sebab mata penyikiran tu yang penting setiap game sebenarnya. Kalau mereka banyak sedikit mata tu, diorang dah dapat. Dan kita lihat tadi, kalau awak tengok Nikmat Galaxy memang banyak kill dan VGM dari tadi
Newbie
seperti
ada,
on
newbie
fire.
ada.
Mereka
Kalau kau-
setiap kawasan
kalau kau
mereka
tengok
mendapat
tadi ada
kill
nama
di situ dan
newbie.
mereka layak mendapatkan second place di sini.
wow, itulah dia satu pertempuran yang
EVOS Divine apa? EVOS Divine berlawan dengan EVOS Phoenix apa?
siapa-siapa
Korang
je
boleh
EVOS
tengok
Phoenix
jauh
menang.
lebih berbeza baik.
Tapi kalau awak tengok Ikuto, saya dah nampak dah strategi mereka sebenarnya.
Apa tu?
Apabila mereka ada close combat, dia nampak ada peperangan antara pemain-pemain lain, diorang tak ambil action pun. Kalau awak perhatikan, diorang
8,000
cuma
damage korang boleh
mendapatkan
tengok.
kill
Tadi
dari
pun lebih
belakang
kurang
saja.
8,000
Dan kita lihat
juga
di
kan?
sini, damage mereka 8,800, 11. So damage yang banyak tetapi headshot yang sikit.
Ya.
Tidak seperti yang tadi. Dan kita lihat server time mereka 14. Itu macam biasalah. Tetapi kalau awak tengok tadi, setiap kali saya tengok diorang tak nak buat engage. Bila confident je diorang ada engagement. Kalau tidak, kalau ada ramai sangat peperangan di situ, dia akan menjadi third party. Kalau awak perhatikan betul-betul antara peperangan di atas clock tower tu, pasukan First Rider dan juga pasukan apa pun saya tidak pasti. Diorang dekat belakang cuba KS je. Itu yang bijak juga pasukan EVOS Phoenix sebenarnya.
Ya, EVOS Phoenix dengan strategi mereka. Sebentar tadi mereka kejar Axis jatuh. Mereka kejar Farang jatuh. Dan Nigma cuba nak langgar mereka. Nigma pun jatuh. Walaupun Nigma tu pun adalah boleh dikatakan salah satu pasukan yang kuat.
Ya.
Tapi EVOS Phoenix lebih ganas. Tapi buat
Geram saya rasa geram. Saya nak sangat resepi. Resepi tu penting.
Resepi untuk kebolehan. Adakah Sukagut akan mengeluarkan satu tim daripada Sukagut untuk masuk tournament macam ni
Sebentar
ke?
lagi kita akan melihat map terakhir kita
Tapi tak pasti.
Ya.
Ada
Sukagut pun dah tak nampak lah Sukagut dah. Suka-suka je lah.
Kerana sehingga sekarang memang ya kita dah tengok EVOS Phoenix kalah, tapi itu pun
Tipis.
je.
Kalah tipis. Orang nak orang cakap menang tipis, tapi ni kalah tipis. Agak sakit jugalah ayat tu sebenarnya Ikuto. Dan saya rasa confident mereka memang tak ada hal lah untuk hari ni diorang dah prepare dah. Dah sangat-sangat prepare. Kalau awak tengok memang sangat smooth dan relax je diorang main.
Kami juara dunia.
Ya.
Depan ni guys, last game guys.
Dan
Game terakhir depan ni. Kalau
Dari
ada
awal lagi dia
kau
buktikan.
join.
Anda langgar, anda mati.
Aku busy lah.
Mungkin orang
Sebab
lain
aku
orang lain
kalau
bukannya
aku tengok kalau ada
hormat
tim-tim
sangat
ni je
sampai
kena
takut.
banyakkan
Tak.
latihan kan.
datang.
So kalau macam aku
Kami akan
ni
tunjuk
aku
kenapa kerja
nak
dunia
buat
dan
konten,
terbukti
nak buat
beberapa
live.
kali sebentar
Tu macam
tadi
tak ada masa
satu
kat situ.
kemenangan yang hebat. Tapi bagi saya yang paling mengejutkan adalah VGM boleh menang.
Lepas tu kalau-
dengan heavy.
lepas tu kau tengok lah
Tadi
sekarang.
sedangkan
Nak buat live
heavy
payah.
ada,
Aduh, macam mana
senjata
ni ha?
daripada Blue Zone
Live
tadi,
bukan internet, lag.
macam mana pun kedudukan
Masalah game je lepas update ni.
dan melakukan serangan terlebih dahulu berbanding dengan pasukan heavy.
Saya rasa Heavy ada
harap-harap
kesilapan
okey lah.
sedikit sebab diorang pergi lari. Diorang
Diorang
lari
pergi
atas
lari
bukit
kan?
dan apabila dia lari tu diorang terpaksa
Tak nak terbuka.
open lah. Itu yang tak boleh buat apa tu sebenarnya kali ini.
Ya, jadi kita akan bersama dengan pasukan Sam9 dan mari kita dengar apa kata mereka.
Ya.
Game seterusnya kita belum tahu lagi.
Kita nak tengok Sam Night.
Hai
Baik,
Amir
apa khabar,
Lukafa
Sam
comeback.
Raja.
Ni Semenai guys.
Tak dengar.
Tu
Tak dengar.
POV ada.
Dengar.
Okey.
Khabar baik.
Okey, khabar baik. Okey, Raja nak tanya satu soalan je lah. Maaf, dua soalan. Soalan yang pertama, apa perasaan dapat lawan dengan juara dunia Evolve Phoenix seperti tadi? Rasa gugup ke ataupun sedar-sedar? Alamak, terciduk.
Tak tahu sangat sebab tak tahu lah lawan siapa. Siapa yang ada bantai lah. Kalau
Sebab ada bantai je guys. Tak boleh tidur.
Okey, nak tanya sekarang soalan kita. Mungkin Abi nak tanya?
Dia kata
Saya nak tanya kenapa
kalau ada siapa-siapa depan dia
presentasi
bantai dia.
Sam Night agak
Dia tak tahu
kurang
itu
sikit
kumpulan
untuk
mana.
game kita untuk hari ini.
Itu lah. Baru lagi kot. Sebab
Baru lagi ya.
Baru
Apa ni?
lagi orang Kedah.
Baru
Orang
kan?
Pening.
Ni orang mana ni? Orang utara mana ni?
Penang.
Oh, Penang. Okey, nampaknya kita akan berehat dulu. Kita nak bagi Sam berehat sebelum perlawanan kita seterusnya.
Kau
Terima kasih pasukan
komen
Sam.
Zira dia berlambat.
Terima kasih.
Zira
Lama
tidur.
sangat. Kita kena bagi masa diorang rehat.
Betul.
Dan kita terus saja akan berehat. Jadi teruskan menonton dan jangan
ke mana-mana.
Jangan ke nama-nama. Mana yang nak berak. Mana yang kita tandas. Mana yang minum. Okay guys, untuk next ni lagi 2 minit ni kita akan tengok group A dan C masih sama lagi di map Kalahari guys. Next ni map Kalahari sama juga. Kita tengok penentuan dia guys. Aku tak tahu lah guys untuk hari ni punya penentuan macam mana Tapi korang dah tengok kan group A, group B, group C. Dia akan berterusan juga Esok ada lagi, lusa lagi pun ada. Esok, lusa ada. So aku rasa aku buat 3 hari kot buat macam ni. Tapi aku akan tengok sebab aku nak kalau aku buat aku tak dapat nak live dengan korang. So tak apa. Aku dah ada aircon drone So aku nak cuba untuk macam ni je. Aircon drone ni buat macam ni apa? Korang boleh tengok kena nama-nama aku. Tak. Oh sebelah je Penang. Orang utara. Siapa? Aku ke? Mas, siapa menang bang? Belum tahu lagi. Tapi kalau markah tertinggi Evolve Phoenix. Evolve Divine pun sedih bro. Expand dia pun dah drop expand tadi. Ni aku tak tahu kalau campur dengan markah yang ni pula kan. Ni korang boleh tengok dekat bahagian tu, bermuda siapa menang, Kalahari siapa menang, bermuda siapa menang. Korang boleh tengok Kalahari, bermuda siapa menang. Kalau kita tengok dekat tu Evolve 2 kali. Tapi tak tulis Evolve mana kan. Tapi yang tadi tu Evolve lain. Evolve apa? Tapi Evolve yang Thailand. Semenai tadi Semenai je dapat kalahkan Evolve je. Tak dapat menang. Ni Taki boleh tengok last game ni. Last game je kejap lagi. Lagi 25 minit ni last game. Tengok ni sekali. Jom kita tengok siapa penentuan untuk game hari ni. Kita tengok siapa markah tertinggi dan markah paling terendah untuk hari ni punya. Evolve Phoenix. Evolve Phoenix tu bukan kaleng-kaleng tu.
Assalamualaikum dan selamat kembali ke Snapdragon Pro Series Free Fire bersama saya Ikuto dan juga Abi yang mana ini adalah game terakhir.
Ya, di game terakhir di Kalahari sebentar lagi antara grup A dan juga grup C Ikuto. Masih lagi hangat diperkatakan. Memang hangat. Tak confirm.
Tak boleh nak buat apa.
Tak boleh buat apa dah.
Tak Evolve Phoenix, E-Arena. Okay, E-Arena dah tidur.
Abi macam mana suara dia boleh kuat
Betul. Sangat betul.
Sebab mic dia
Galaxy.
dekat.
Dan apa-apa pun kita tengok overall standing adakah?
Ni guys. Ni markah keseluruhan EVOS Phoenix. Tapi kalau korang tengok dekat sini, Aspen masih tempat keempat Tapi next game ni tak tahu lah. Kalau dia campur dengan markah seterusnya ni, aku tak pasti lah. Sebab EVOS Divine je ada peluang lagi. Kalau je dapat 15 markah, automatik 16 ke 15 ke, automatik atas Aspen.
Betul tu. Ini menyebabkan
Farang korang boleh tengok, Sem9 korang boleh tengok top 10 dengan top 13.
Kita lihat tak semestinya korang dah rehat.
Mana tadi
Korang
siapa
dah
tanya?
selesa sebenarnya ada pasukan
Sem9
lain
kan?
sedang
Sem9.
memperhatikan
Tu
mereka
tengok.
semua. Dan lagi-lagi pasukan expand seperti yang lepas ada yang berlaku
nombor 10.
Dan di World Series kita
EVOS Divine jadi EVOS 2 lah.
pasukan
EVOS
mereka
Divine dengan
sentiasa
EVOS Phoenix.
diburu last game tu.
Expand,
Diburu rapat oleh
expand.
banyak tim. Saya rasa agak
Expand
pelik
nombor 4
sedikit
lah.
tetapi expand
45
berjaga-jaga
total.
saya nak katakan.
Tapi bukan nak kata apa, boleh nampak.
Kita tak pasti lagi lah apa apa ni penentuan terakhir untuk hari ni. Game hari ni, last game lah. Last game lah.
Betul. Ini yang menyebabkan kita kena bekerja keras sikit dan mencari resepi-resepi yang tidak nampak lagi sebenarnya. Banyak resepi-resepi gameplay yang kita perlukan dan banyak lagi cakap scrim yang kita kena tahu sebenarnya. Kita perlukan seperti mereka. Latihan yang cukup. Betul.
Yo Miji. Miji loro telu papat 5 6 7 8 9 10.
Ya.
Iat sansa ulew cipat cusut. Iat sansa ulew cipat cusut. Iat sansa ulew cipat cusut. Cus 9 se 10. Sansa ulew cipat cusut. Wih, agak keselipan Kengantukan ke.
Cukuplah, tersenyumlah sedikit untuk wakil-wakil dari Malaysia atau fans-fans dari Malaysia. Saya harap di game yang terakhir ni mendapatkan boya tu sebenarnya bukan senang.
Pasti bukan senang kerana ada EVOS Phoenix
yang
sedang menjaga kawasan tersebut. Jadi tak pun
apa lagu sama je menyanyi begitu.
Yap, di game yang terakhir kita,
okay,
di
guys,
game yang
terakhir,
ke-6 di kalah hari. Inilah
okay,
dia.
guys, jom kita tengok posisi EVOS. EVOS ada 2
Farang.
Sem9.
Mana EVOS dia satu?
Wow, begitu bersebelahan saja di blue zone.
Oh,
mereka
EVOS
niat
berbeza
yang sama
tempat dia.
mengejar blue zone
Atas
di
dengan
situ,
tengah tu.
Tapi kita lihat Circle sudah
Farang
mengecil.
mana?
Sudah nampak di
AS dah dapat
kita
satu
apa
kill
yang kita
awal-awal.
lihat kali ni. Farang adakah berjaya mendapatkan kiri situ nampaknya.
Sial lah newbie kena ni. No.
Mula mendapatkan kill.
Alah mak newbie.
Oh tengok EVOS Phoenix pun datang.
Kena end awal game mai.
Jadi nampaknya mungkin salah mungkin silap sikit tak ada Sem9 sebentar tadi.
Oh mantap, newbie dihidupkan semula.
Dia sedang mengintai. Dan pada masa yang sama BGM mereka mungkin akan mendapatkan
Farang dihidup semula.
Tapi itu dia.
Aziz. Wih, Aziz berlawan dengan BGM guys. SES berlawan dengan
seorang saja untuk ganggu.
Yap, ini adalah
belakang.
corak mereka yang sama seperti sebelum ini untuk pasukan
betul belakang.
Dan kita lihat apa yang berlaku.
Farang.
SES.
Apakah Farang? Oh, nampaknya Farang di knock.
Itu rancak diperkatakan di blue zone kita kali ini. Tapi mereka menghantar
aku tak tahu aku nak
player
sokong yang mana
saja.
ni. Aku
Dan
ucap keselamatan.
KS satu persatu pihak lawan yang sedang bertempur.
Tidur loket kalau ngantuk point. Tidur lah. Okey. Terima kasih Zira teman. Okay, ESL ni sehari juga sampai final.
Sekarang mereka dalam bahaya.
Senang abang rasa last game boleh buka boya. Tak pasti lagi lah. Kalau tengok pada game dia macam mana dia orang lebih kepada strategi.
Senjata yang lebih baik.
Yap.
Dia macam ambil posisi kan punya strategi. Kalau macam EVOS Divine memang langgar. Tapi dia pun ada strategi juga dalam.
Dia curi saja. Memang betul tepat timing dia datang sebenarnya.
EVOS Divine pula EVOS.
Akan diratakan.
Ini.
Sayang sekali.
Waalaikumsalam Mafia.
Tinggal seorang
ada Mafia. Dah makan dah? Bukan. Aku cakap kau lah. Kalau ngantuk tidur lah. Tak, aku kena habiskan ni dulu. Habiskan ni dulu, tidur secukup-cukupnya. Dan jangan lupa bangun subuh, solat. Lepas tu exercise, senaman. Tapi kalau senam, main game. Haha, main game Free Fire. Buat konten lah, konten. Esok ada event aku 12 tak pasti dah kita fokus. Nampaknya Farang jaya bayat tinggal seorang Tak tahu lah dia boleh selamatkan kawan dia ke tak. Sebab
mereka
hilang tadi
yang
VA.
ke-12 dan kita lihat di sini.
Kalau kau nampak tadi kan.
Riders dah
Wih,
hampir-hampir
parang
saja.
kan.
Mereka berada di atas. Dan Heavy menunggu je peluang untuk menjatuhkan pihak lawan.
Heavy dapat dakol
Wih,
dan
parang
alamak,
aku tak tahu dia boleh selamat ke tak.
Raiders mungkin
Dah
mengetahui
tinggal
yang
seorang je.
mungkin ada orang lain kat sini kerana Heavy itulah yang memberi kegangguan.
Mimpi yang
Zack
indah
melarikan diri.
kan.
Tapi
Wih,
ke manakah
tarik-tarik
arah
macam.
tujunya?
Ya. Dan
Abang,
dari
kalau
segi KOG
sebenarnya dapat
telah
5
menguasai
mata
kawasan
boleh
ini
pecut
dengan
EVOS
sempurna.
kalau mati awal.
Kita lihat apa yang berlaku, masih lagi membuat
InsyaAllah
dukungan
boleh.
di situ. Dan apa yang kita lihat, nampaknya Divine pun berada di kawasan ini. Mereka menunggu saja kehadiran. Masih lagi 10 pasukan
Yang ni mungkin
yang
juga guna
berada di dalam
strategi baru EVOS
map
Divine ni.
kita. Kalau awak
Sebab
perhatikan,
macam sebelum ni je barbar sikit kan. Yang ni
minit yang keempat dah
dia lepak-lepak
hilang
dulu,
dua
siapa
pasukan.
datang je bantai.
Dan
Kalau MDH ni aku tak tahu sebab dia punya gameplay je random.
Ya, seperti tadi. Memang sakit lah ini kena. Kalau kita ikutkan, ini adalah kawasan Farang. Tetapi Farang tiada di kawasan ini. Tetapi apa yang berlaku, adakah Farang masih lagi di dalam map kita ataupun tidak?
FR Tekal,
pasukan mereka telah diambush oleh pasukan First Rider di kawasan
NGX,
Desab ini.
NGX
Sudah berganti orang. Apa yang berlaku kali ini? Farang masih lagi kesorangan di situ. Dan kita lihat Heavy cuba push pasukan First Rider. Tinggal satu pemain saja First Rider di sini. Apa yang kita
bawa.
lihat? Adakah menjadi ratakan?
No.
Tidak ada lagi pasukan First Rider sebenarnya di mana? Sempat lari
Ada.
kita di berdua di atas sana.
Seorang. Sudah.
mereka
Sudah.
tadi nak
Sudah.
juga.
Sudah.
Tapi,
Sekarang
ini,
dua orang.
adakah mereka sedang
tinggal
ada bayat?
berapa orang? Dua orang
Kalau
dah.
Bayek boleh cuba mencuri kill di situ. Rasanya sempat sebenarnya, tetapi Bayek
Oh
tahu.
my god.
Orang cakap dia punya
Tinggal
tak,
Souza.
tak nak mengambil risiko. Dia tahu
Gagal.
kelemahan dia kat situ kerana dia keseorangan saja.
Tapi
Dia
ada
tak nak
kawan
mengambil
dia
risiko kerana
Buffalo.
Masih awal
Itu
lagi.
dia.
Ni ah.
Tapi tidak perasan masih lagi tidak perasan kali ini.
Ni heavy.
Hai, memang bayat sebentar tadi dekat belakang kotak tu. Hai, Mambang Tanah.
Ni dia cakap
Mambang
pasal tim Farang tu.
Mambang, janganlah datang dekat.
Ya kan
Player
Farang baik
harapan
kalau kau
untuk
tengok
pasukan
dia
Farang
duduk ke
kali
bawah
ini.
tu kan.
Sekiranya dia
Kalau ada buka drone ni.
Kita tengok guys.
habis ni sebenarnya. Kalau
Dekat member
dia
turun bantai
switch weapon je pun
Baik.
habis.
Betul-betul betafakur. Dia kata sebab apa? Dia tahu dia keluar kantut. So tak apalah dia AFK kat situ. Dia diam saja. Sam 9 pula ada jalan yang agak baik betul dengan Axis yang mana sudah pun hidup ke semua rakan-rakannya semua.
Ya, betul. Harapan kita untuk negara kita oleh pasukan Farang saja di saat ini. MDH rasanya di refinery ini cuba menguasai dengan selesa. Dan kita lihat Nikmah Galaxy sedikit demi sedikit cuba merapatkan antara MDH dan
Jangan
juga
live kita padam tu dah.
pasukan EVOS Divine begitu dekat dikatakan.
Tapi itu dah semua pemain hidup main yang baik.
Ni highlight kita sebentar tadi.
Ya, betul-betul nyorok.
Betul.
Saja. Tak perlu buat apa-apa. Santai. Sebab memang
Santai.
kita nampak tadi dia ada peluang nak
Hai, sorry ya kan tiba-tiba line yang buat hal. Padahal hijau. Mungkin sebab hujan tadi kot.
ataupun dia nak dapat lebih
Abang kita sambung guys
placement.
NGS nampaknya dia maju guys. Dekat
Ya,
MDH
yang kita lihat di
MDH
sini,
pula.
Nikmah Galaxy
NGX
cuba
dia maju dekat
mengacau
MDH.
MDH.
yang
akan
seorang ni kan
advantage
duduk kat
untuk
atasnya.
pasukan Nikmah Galaxy iaitu
Ui,
Yu
ada
dan
launcher
Stock.
weh.
Kali ini
Wih, berani
rapat
yang
dengan
nak maju.
MDH kali ini apa yang
Dia ada
berlaku?
3 orang situ kan.
Adakah berjaya menjatuhkan satu player daripada MDH?
Oi, tak kena.
Alamak guys. Gagal dia nak maju sebab ada launcher
Dia
tu kan.
launcher dinding tersebut. Menyentuh dapatkan seorang pemain daripada Nikmah Galaxy sebentar tadi. Tapi backup daripada atas. Ini cantik. Diu sudah pun turun.
Sempat tolong kawan dia.
Betul.
Ui, rata.
Akhirnya rata. Walaupun mereka menguasai kawasan ini,
MDH
diorang cuba
rata ke dengan NGX.
diorang cuba membuat seperti game
Tak apa
sebelum
kan,
ini
buat
tetapi tidak
kasut-kasut.
berjaya untuk pasukan MDH
Gajah
kali
sikit
ini.
pun
Dan kita
tak
lihat
mau.
Nikmah Galaxy
Macam
dah menguasai kawasan ini dengan sempurna.
yang ni ha bayat kalau kau tengok daripada awal sampai sekarang dia duduk macam tu.
Roh-roh mayat.
Untuk menjaga posisi. Sebab dia dah dapat 3 lah.
Rasanya masih lagi ada semangat.
Jatuhkan ram baru nak naik. Tapi 2 orang pemain daripada pasukan Axis telah pun dijatuhkan hanya tinggal Neptune Dan juga Zack sahaja buat masa sekarang.
Yap, tetapi mereka agak sakit berada di luar bulatan kesakitan kali ini. So apa yang berlaku kali ini, mereka terpaksa bertahan dan menggunakan medkit yang begitu banyak untuk pasukan Aziz. Dan kita lihat Farang masih lagi di situ. Ini menyebabkan advantage mendapatkan placement yang sesuai. Dan kita lihat apa yang berlaku pada Sam9. Kalau sekiranya Sam9 tak menggunakan orang cakap teknik yang ada untuk mengawal bulatan itu, mereka ada advantage untuk
Bayar stay je
antara
stay duduk kat
pasukan
kawasan rumah tu kan.
NGX
bukan
dan
rumah,
juga
dia macam
GOG
ada kapal
side.
selam tu. Just stay kat situ. Waalaikumsalam Draco. Where are you going? Ui.
Enigma kena kepala Fikri sebab tadi. Neptune menghidupkan Ralph semula. Tapi
Ui,
lihat
Sam9 duduk atas tu.
nampaknya mengetahui ada orang.
Sorry
Tapi
kan
Phoenix
sebab
terdapat
tiba-tiba
seorang
nge-lag
dan
sikit
lepaskan King of Gamers.
tadi.
Mereka ingin
Dia dah
mencari yang
macam
kedua.
tanda-tanda dark
Apakah
and
yang
light
bakal
kan.
dilakukan, tak sempat buat apa-apa, dijatuhkan begitu saja.
Bayat mana
Dia
tadi?
cuba untuk bangkit dan
Dia ada
gol.
lagi
Dia
kat kawasan
charge
tu.
buster. Mampukah JLX melakukan
KOG Knight.
sesuatu?
Kali ni aku nak
Max 7-7.
tengok team Expand macam mana.
Siap sedia.
Sebab sebelum ni Expand dah
Cantik
kalah.
sekarang ni. Kawasannya ditutup Neptune.
Kali ni punya kita
Bangkit
tengok
tapi
macam
jatuh
dekat sebelum
semula.
ni
Knight
MCP
7-7
ya,
hanya mampu
MCP
untuk
ya.
bertahan, tapi pasti
Yang ni
hanya untuk
ESL.
seketika tembakan dilakukan. Dan Evos Phoenix 6
Evo
mata
Phoenix
penyingkiran.
baik apa?
Evo Phoenix membara hampir-hampir membara dulu punya
Gila.
point system mereka, point
Yang
mereka.
ni
Dan kita
kalau
lihat
korang
di sini,
tengok dekat Evo Phoenix ni
cara
kan,
corak
dia main
mereka
kau-kau weh.
tidak terburu-buru untuk masuki bulatan yang
Tak
seterusnya.
tahu
Apa
macam
yang
mana dia
berlaku
punya
pada
strategi
pasukan Sam9 kali ni. Mereka
Memang power
terikat
sangat.
dengan pasukan NGX.
Dekat atas tu apa? Sam9 lawan dengan apa?
Adakah pasukan Sam9 boleh bertahan di atas bukit itu kerana
Oh,
diberikan
dia berlawan dengan
BTP,
zona
walaupun
guys.
NGX
Tak lah.
kesorangan, mereka sempat memberi tekanan kepada pasukan yang lain.
Yup, tapi
Sam9 berlawan dengan zona. Tak lah.
hanya tinggal seorang pemain sahaja. Sam9 ada lagi
Eh,
keempat-empat pemain.
Zona belum gerak lagi.
Tapi
Tapi je.
yang dikatakan inilah peluang
Masam.
terbaik untuk
Waalaikumsalam ni
Sam9.
FBI.
Dia ada tanah
Nampak komen
tinggi.
nampak.
Mereka
Yang penting tak membalik.
untuk
Mantul.
dapatkan kemenangan.
Yap, advantage untuk pasukan Sam9 sebenarnya, tetapi sekiranya mereka tidak
Baik dah turun.
menguasai kawasan itu, tidak menggunakan
NGX
secukupnya,
tinggal seorang
mereka
lagi
akan
tu.
gagal untuk pasukan Sam9 dan Aziz.
Oh, Farang dah
dengan
keluar.
dua pemain saja,
Ah,
iaitu Raf
Bayat.
dan juga Zack.
Bayat dia dah turun
Mereka
tu.
sedar ada
Tapi kat
pemain
tempat
atau
ni dia
pasukan
tak
yang
ada
sedang berperang.
tahu lah. Tak
Apa
pasti
yang
lah ada
berlaku,
pertolongan
kenapa
ataupun tidak.
mereka
Sebab
tidak
kalau kita tengok store ada
mencuri kill
situ.
saja di situ.
Alamak,
Ni
tu
grup B bukan kan? Grup A dan C.
mungkin akan
Je
disatukan.
mula A lawan B, lepas tu A lawan B, lepas tu B lawan C, B lawan C, lepas tu A dan
Sekarang ini
C.
berada di belakang Zack sebenarnya.
A dan C dua kali.
Tapi
Yang ni
dah
game
1-1
kedua lah, A dan C.
Malaysia lawan Malaysia.
A B, A B,
Lihat bagaimana
B C, B
heavy.
C, A C, A
Bayat
C.
dijatuhkan oleh Zack dengan shotgun.
Gila tepat
heavy,
mat.
heavy dikeluarkan oleh pasukan Evos Phoenix.
Ya,
Tinggal berapa
dan
orang?
kita lihat sini,
9.
NGX cuba
Tak, mana
memblock
Farang tadi?
Sam9 ni. Sam9 ni menyebabkan mereka terasa
Kau kena bantai.
sukar
Alah,
untuk
baru nak tengok
mendapatkan perjalanan yang sempurna kerana
Tapi
mereka
kalau kita
berada
tengok
di
Farang tadi
cerong-cerong
dapat
bukit
mempertahankan
itu. Ini
lah.
menyebabkan rasa sukar.
Oh,
Tapi
Sam9 dah
mereka
turun.
memperolehi 4 pemain
Ui.
di saat ini dan
Ui.
Aziz diganggu rapat oleh Sam9. Apa yang
Aziz,
berlaku?
nampaknya
Adakah
Aziz dibantai dan
Sam9
Sam9 ramai-ramai.
masih lagi menggocek.
Dia tak tembak
Tinggal
ke?
Zack saja di kawasan ini. Apa yang kita lihat? Adakah pemain Aziz diperasan oleh pasukan lain sebenarnya?
Evos Phoenix lagi satu. Tapi Evos Phoenix tinggal 2 saja. Jadi ini peluang yang baik
Yap.
untuk Sam9.
Kita tengok apa yang
Adakah
berlaku.
kali ini akhirnya ada
Kali
harapan
ni kita tengok siapa yang
untuk
boyak.
kontingen
Kalau kita tengok
Malaysia.
ui,
Ya.
Ada 2
gila.
pasukan Malaysia.
Apa tu?
Exit dan juga
Evos
Sam9.
Phoenix
Evos
ada lagi kan?
sudah pun kekurangan
Sam9, Sam9 masih 4 orang lagi je.
terkena.
Adakah peluang Sam9
Dan
untuk
sekarang
mendapatkan
ni saya boleh
boyak?
katakan Axis
Kena keroyok,
hanya menjadi
baik?
placement saja buat
Keroyok,
masa
weh.
sekarang. Tapi
Zone
lihat
pun kecil.
begitu
Orang pun
banyak
tengok
wall yang
orang
telah
ada
pun
tujuh.
dinaikkan sebentar tadi. Joanna
Oh, ui, aku rasa Sam9 guys. Kalau boleh tu.
tiba Axis
Kita tengok guys, Sam9 lawan dengan Evo guys.
Tapi ya saya faham.
God.
Di nombor itu agak pelik. Moshi
Okay.
berjaya untuk dijatuhkan oleh
Nampaknya
Yuki.
macam ada peluang Sam9 ni.
Joanna
Lagi
sekarang
seorang ni.
Satu
Evos
lawan
Phoenix lagi seorang,
2
Evos
orang
Phoenix lagi
pemain.
seorang.
Mampukah beliau menang?
Yes, mantap lah. Dia menang guys. Mantap yang tadi dia tunjuk ni.
Akhirnya
Yo,
Sam9
mantap. Siapa kata tadi?
berjaya
Sam9
untuk
boyak.
melakukan sesuatu yang expand gagal. Mereka berjaya untuk mendapatkan buya.
Akhirnya Boya di tangan Malaysia
Betul,
di game yang terakhir kali ini.
Miskin.
Nampaknya memberi kita
Semenang
tersenyum
comeback weh.
akhir-akhirnya kali ini gitu. Wow.
Skor-skorannya ada satu
Are you serious?
pada pasukan Malaysia.
Ya.
Wih, Semenang comeback lah guys.
Saya juga untuk mereka
4 orang stay sampai last. Evos
Betul.
Phoenix tinggal 2
Diorang
orang.
berjumpa
Kena bantai.
dengan pasukan
Itu aku fikir dia tengok tadi Evos
minit
aku
yang
fikir yang dia
terakhir.
tunjuk tadi Semenang.
Saya pun tak sangka
Rupanya
mereka
Evos Phoenix
boleh
dia tunjuk
menghabiskan
tadi.
dan mendapatkan
Kena
boyak.
bantai dengan
Tapi
Semenang.
Evo
Gila,
Phoenix time
gila
tu
dah.
mereka
Takim.
memperoleh 2
Saya kata
pemain
boyak
saja
mantap
advantage
Atakim.
untuk pasukan
Betul
Semenang.
dia.
Satu advantage yang besar.
Gila tak
untuk
sangka
pasukan
Atakim
Same
dari
Mata
Malaysia
dua
kan.
orang
Dia
main
punya
Evos Phoenix.
Farang.
Farang lompat turun.
Farang.
Itu memang pilihan
Itulah.
terbaik. Kalau mereka turun sebelum
Farang
mereka
dari
jatuhkan,
Malaysia.
mungkin sedikit bahaya.
Ya.
Semenang.
Mereka
Farang
melemahkan
Semenang.
terminal Evos Phoenix sebelum mereka turun, memberikan
Expand.
satu
Lagi dua
kelebihan
ni.
kepada pasukan tersebut.
Tapi mula kita
Ya,
tengok tadi
betul
macam
tu. Memang-
expand nak
memang
comeback tapi
saya
tak dapat.
pun
Tapi
terkejut.
Semenang kali ni ada peluang lah untuk
happy
boyak
dan
di last game.
saya harap mereka anjakkanlah dorong punya point tu ke page
Memang
sebelah.
nice lah.
Saya tak tahu
Last
berapa kira orang dapat. Jom kita tengok.
Namun sebelum itu inilah dia highlight yang dapat kita lihat. Yo,
Ni
Dia
video
tahu.
ulangan.
Betul.
dekat kawasan tersebut.
Ada player Semenang Zira. Yang seorang tu asing Yang seorang yang mana?
Sangat berangsangkan kedudukan
Semenang juga?
mereka. Sangat-sangat cantik dan kita tak
seorang.
nampak sebenarnya.
Oh, yang seorang kamera dia.
dikeluarkan
Oh, yang ni kamera kumpulan, yang ni kamera muka.
menunjukkan yang mana
Mungkin
mereka
ya,
mampu
mungkin
berdakwah,
asing lah,
tapi
betul.
Evos Phoenix
Dia tak dapat duduk sekali
lawan
kan.
hari ni dua
Dia
kali
ni rumah
pula,
sendiri,
dua kali tempat
satu
kedua.
rumah satu tim macam tu lah. Mungkin.
Saya.
Okey kan kalau kita tengok dekat sini
Tak
Semenang
jauh pun.
21
Betul. Dan kita lihat
mata.
di sini round standing yang ke-6 kita.
Mantap
Senai.
baik 21 mata baik.
mata buat mereka boleh lagi.
Evos
boleh
Phoenix
lagi untuk
dikalahkan
hari esok.
dengan Semenang.
Evos
Korang
Phoenix
boleh tengok kan.
18 mata. Nampaknya ada gangguan untuk pasukan mereka. Ini menyebabkan adanya cabaran.
Kalau korang tengok
untuk
dekat situ dia
pasukan
tak
Phoenix.
kira
Ini yang
sekali
kita nak
dengan
tengok
boyah
sebenarnya, betul.
Boyah tu
Memang
lain.
saya nak tengok.
Tapi
Dia
sekarang
kira
ni
place
Evos
dengan
jauh
kill.
ke depan. Tadi dia
Yeah.
nombor 1, dia tambah lagi, dia top up lagi
18.
18. Bukan 10 ke 5 ke. Top up lagi 18 dan saya boleh katakan Farang
Tapi kita tak tengok lagi.
berhasil
Sekejap lagi
menangkan
kita
mereka.
tengok.
Tunggu lama pun dapatlah.
Kita
Adalah
tengok
mata.
ni guys, markah
7 mata.
kesemuanya.
Dapat tunggu lama lagi tinggi daripada yang lain.
Ya, betul tu. Itu yang sangat penting untuk pasukan-pasukan negara kita.
Aku
Tapi
tengok ni
tahniah untuk
sebab
pasukan
aku
negara
nak
kita.
tahu
Di hari
siapa
yang
menang
pertama,
hadiah duit tu.
pencapaian yang agak memuaskan
Kau tahu kan
untuk,
duit dia berapa?
pasukan negara kita. Ini yang kita nak selama
Tadi
ni.
awal-awal tadi
Harap
dah
di hari
tunjuk lah.
esok
Tempat pertama
mereka
berapa 3
menanjakkan
setiap
poin mereka yang
akan
begitu
dapat.
jauh
Semua orang akan
seperti
dapat.
Piala,
Aku tengok macam
World Cup Series kita.
sampai
World
nombor
Series.
12
World
ke 12 ke
Series.
16.
World Cup. Saya piala je.
14.
Awak tahu je dia sebut.
Setiap tu akan dapat.
Aduh.
Walaupun
hai.
Tapi strategi
Kalah
juga
macam mana.
kita akan melihat
Tapi
bukan
lagi
penuh
tinggi mata,
betul.
lagi banyak peluang hadiah.
dan
Okey guys, so
Semenang,
kalau kita tengok dekat sini damage dia biasa je lah.
Damage yang paling rendah, headshot paling sikit,
Gila lah,
survival.
seram baik Semenang. Seram
yang
baik.
yang biasa.
Aku pun tak
Biasa,
sangka
betul
Semenang
tu.
kan.
So,
Sebab kalau
ini yang paling
kalau
sikit
tengok daripada
bola
awal
yang
game
agak
sampai
tipis
sekarang,
sebenarnya.
Yap.
Memang
dia
sangat
punya
tipis.
game dia,
Bukan
cara
seperti
dia main dia.
pasukan
Asyik kalah
Phoenix yang agak
kalah.
selesa,
Tengok dia
gila
comeback
dan
baik.
boyak.
Damage
8,000
4,623.
dan 14
Headshot
kill
6.
bawa pulang. Memang
Tapi
energy
dia punya
mereka yang
strategi
begitu
lah kan.
mantap. Dan
Strategi
kali
ambil
ini,
apa ni
di
tempat tu.
game yang terakhir
Tempat tu
mereka
nice lah.
rasanya dah penat sedikit.
Gila
Maybe,
lah baik.
uh,
Tapi
mereka
elok lah
lose
Semenang
sedikit.
kan sebab daripada
Apa
Malaysia
kita
lah.
tadi, perjalanan
Dia
mereka
dapat
untuk
boyang
memasuki
untuk hari
pelatihan
ni
seterusnya
Malaysia punya.
dikawal rapat oleh pasukan lain. Tidak boleh buat apa-apa. Dan
Aku tadi
Senai
ingatkan
advantage
Expand boleh
untuk
comeback.
mereka. Inilah
Tapi dia
pasukan
4
Senai.
game je dapat main.
Satu kemenangan yang
Tapi tak
penting
sangka
mereka.
pula
Dan inilah
Semenang
dia
boleh.
overall
Ya.
standing untuk pertarungan kita hari ini.
Okey guys, so kita
lihat.
tengok markah keseluruhan.
Oi.
Nampaknya Expand turun
Farang
7.
kalah betul lah hari ini lah. Hari ini.
Gila lah
Farang
Semenang
betul-betul
turun. Wih, Semenang naik 5
dapatlah
baik.
top 12.
Evos Phoenix
Dapatlah.
94. Bapak tinggi
Betul.
baik.
Senai.
Semenang 5 okey lah.
Nampaknya lain sedikit.
Expand lah
Senai
turun
telah
45.
memejut
Tapi
pasukan
kita tak tahu esok.
Expand.
Kita tengok esok guys.
Walaupun dengan satu mata tapi tetap pecutan yang baik.
Yap, beza satu mata betul.
Farang
betul,
tetap,
memang pecutan yang baik. Memang
sebelah
follow
lah.
rapat dia semua. Ada 3
Anxiety
pasukan,
tu
empat pasukan.
Tapi
5.
tak tahu
Tak,
anxiety
saya
tu
rasa
di
kan
mana.
skor
Sekarang
1,
kita
2,
rapat.
3 tu dah jauh sangat lah.
itu dah tak boleh buat apa-apa ikut tu.
Tapi kalau kita
Tiga
tengok
tak boleh buat
Evo's
apa-apa
Divine
dah.
dengan Evo's
Yang boleh
Phoenix
tu 4,
jauh
5, 6,
beza
7,
gila.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 sampai ke hujung
Mantap.
tu.
Tu orang
Boleh
gila.
lagi. Tapi
Semnai.
1, 2, 3 tu dah dalam liga berbeza.
Antara
Yang
Semnai
ketiga-tiga
Aspen
je
ni
daripada Thailand.
dapat top
betul
1
tu.
2 3.
Saya harap
Bagus.
Aspen cuba menganjakkan
Thailand
dorang
akhir-akhir
punya
weh kau
point
ni
kali
baik.
ni
Thailand Evo's
untuk
Phoenix tu
mengeluarkan
baik.
top 6 kali
1,
ni.
2, 3, 4 Thailand.
Ya.
1, 2,
menguasai,
3, 4
tapi
Thailand guys.
ada juga Malaysia. Alhamdulillah di PSG kita.
Nombor 5 lah.
Keempat.
5 dan juga nombor 7.
Nombor 5 dengan 7 Malaysia.
Ini hanyalah menunjukkan mungkin ini boleh saya katakan sedikit bayangan apa yang berlaku di Grand Final.
Ya, betul.
Dah lah
apa yang saya
pernah
harapkan
menang.
hari ini adalah
Kalau dia menang
semua
lagi
pasukan
aku
boleh
tak tahu
belajar
cakap apa.
dengan apa yang ditunjukkan. Sebab
Betul.
apa?
Korang bayangkan
Bila
dengan
kita main
kehebatan
sama-sama,
korang main game, korang boleh
dapat
dapat
rasa
duit yang banyak.
cara
Oh,
permainan mereka,
gila-gila.
dapat rasa firepower mereka.
Hanya main game je. Main game dengan
Betul. Ini adalah hari yang
strategi
pertama
korang kan.
untuk
Lepas tu
challenger
korang
kita.
dapat duit banyak.
Saya
Gila
harap
nak
hari yang
mampu.
kedua improve sedikit untuk pasukan-pasukan Malaysia kita. Dan jom kita interview pasukan Semnai kali ini.
Interview guys. Ni guys.
Ya, itu dia sudah pun set sedia. Jadi, apa khabar
belakang
Semnai
newbie.
setelah berjaya untuk mendapatkan booyah kejutan untuk game yang terakhir?
Alhamdulillah makin baik. Makin baik.
Okey, jadi saya nak tanya lah, untuk tempat pertama, kedua, ketiga dan juga keempat
Dah
untuk
lah,
overall standing dipegang oleh pasukan Thailand.
Ya,
Agaknya apa yang membezakan
Takif tadi cakap, Takif
Malaysia
Riskin tadi
dengan
kata
pasukan
betul
Thailand?
baik. Gila aku pun tak sangka kan.
Mungkin dari segi kematangan orang dan juga pengalaman.
Pengalaman. Baik, jadi Semnai berjaya untuk mengunci satu booyah, melonjakkan diri ke tangga yang kelima. Adakah anda boleh katakan anda selesa ataupun banyak lagi yang perlu dirintangi sebelum selesa?
Banyak lagi.
Banyak.
Sebab mungkin hari pertama kan sesi
Korang tak tengok bola ke?
semua tim.
Jadi
Siapa lawan siapa? Portugal lawan
adakah kesemua
Argentina.
pasukan dah
Tak tahulah.
ada chop drop spot ataupun hari
Tanya
ni
dia.
kita langgar je mana-mana?
Hari ni kita langgar je mana-mana.
Oh.
Adakah hari ini korang push mengejar point kill ataupun esok korang akan membuat strategi placement?
Tengok kepada
Situasi.
keadaan. Sebab sekarang pun seterusnya pun ramai ni kan pelawat. So
Bangga belakang.
Baiklah, jadi terima kasih Sem9 dan semoga dapat berehat untuk game pada hari esok. Semoga berjaya.
Esok ada lagi
Good luck.
So korang jangan lupa esok guys, pukul 7.
Wow.
Kita buat lagi.
Itulah dia.
Sehingga pukul
pasukan
macam ni kita
Sem9
tengok lah.
sebentar
Sampai
tadi
bila
nampak
pengakhiran je.
santai.
Yeah, santai.
Aku kena live lagi sampai pengakhiran dia guys.
Game yang mereka
Sampai live ni
awal,
habis.
Tapi
Yeah.
Buya
Dan-
itu
dan
menunjukkan
sleep.
mereka mampu.
I don't want to
baru
sleep.
nampak energi mereka
Tengah
forward
tengok.
untuk esok pula. So
I don't want to
keyakinan
sleep
mereka
because I
untuk
want
esok
to
ada lagi
watching
sebenarnya. Dorang mampu sebenarnya.
football.
Kalau ikutkan
I want
kalau
to
dorang
see
berada
who
di bawah,
will win.
energi pun low. Kalau dia berada dapat boya sekali, why not? Boleh buat untuk esok.
Orang lain pun akan mula naik semangat.
Yes. Betul tu.
Betul.
Nampak macam tu, dia orang pun macam, oh boleh ni.
Boleh.
Kalau tu boleh, kita pun boleh.
Yes.
Macam orang kata, jika kau
Tengok ah,
fikirkan
Sem9.
kau boleh.
Aku kan.
Kan?
Ngam tu, ngam tu.
Ngam.
Main naik apa?
Betul, kalau
Mesti
boleh,
lah expand boleh
insyaAllah
juga.
Malaysia boleh.
Boleh. InsyaAllah Malaysia boleh. So saya harap
Kena
pasukan-pasukan
cari
Malaysia
posisi yang
teruskan
mantap.
bangkit, teruskan buka mata. Buat kata Zain tadi dia cakap masih tidak matang tu pasukan kita. Cubalah mendapatkan resepi yang ingredient yang sedap kali ini.
Ya.
Yo.
Dan sekarang ini kita akan melihat terlebih dahulu kita punya jadual perlawanan kita yang akan berlangsung pada hari esok. Seperti biasa, kalau
Okay guys,
hari
besok
ini
guys, macam
bergunakan
biasa
hari
guys.
Ya.
Esok Purgatory Alpine.
Tapi tetap
untuk
sama juga A lawan B, A lawan B,
kemudian
B lawan C, B lawan C, lepas tu A lawan C, A C.
kemudian
Dia
AC
tetap sama
dua kali
perlawanan dia.
yang terakhir.
Ya.
Kita akan melihatlah bagaimana persembahan mereka di
Tengok kat mana
yang
baik
seterusnya.
football.
Dan beberapa
Buat
kali
tengok
hari
yang
itu
ulangan
adalah
je.
boleh katakan match
Oh,
fixing.
mak
Kita
aku
sempat
dia ada
tak
beli
Alpine,
satu
katakan map baru
apa
ini
ni?
akan memberikan
Siaran
impak. Tapi
bayar.
yang dikatakan semua orang baru nak kenal.
Ya.
Aku tak tahu
Betul.
lah kat siaran
Esok pun
mana.
sebenarnya boleh dikatakan baru nak kenal.
Hmm.
Sebab
Tapi yang tu
esok
berbayar
pun adalah
punya
map
lah.
yang baru yang kita tak tahu. Jadi
Ya.
mungkin hari yang ketiga tu
Baru
baru nampak kedudukan.
Baru nampak. Baru yang bawah tu melonjak, yang atas tu berjaga-jaga, yang tengah tu teruskan naik
Lain buat hal lah, lain
sedikit
aku, lain kau.
untuk mengekalkan dan mengejar prize pool yang begitu besar.
Ya, persoalannya adakah mereka mampu untuk mengekalkan kedudukan mereka?
Yeah.
Itu akan menjadi persoalan yang hanya mampu untuk dijawabkan pada esok hari. Seperti biasa kami ingin mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada penaja kita. Tak lain
InsyaAllah
adalah
lepas ni
bukan
kalau ada kod redeem
Snapdragon.
dalam live ni
Gaming
aku akan
telah
kasih kod redeem lah.
Snapdragon
Alangkah
Pro Series
indahnya
when we
hidup
matters.
ini.
Ya, dan tak lupa juga
sambil buat
Master
live
Energy
tidak nak.
dan juga tagline mereka iaitu Unleash the Beast. Dan juga jangan lupa layari masterenergy.com/gaming.
Yap, dan pastinya untuk mendapatkan semua orang kata deals yang menarik, semua tawaran yang menarik, pastikan anda pergi ke kachishop.com untuk mendapatkan pelbagai game top up dan juga tawaran-tawaran menarik yang disediakan. Baiklah, nampaknya kita sudah sampai ke
penghujung rancangan.
Nak melabuhkan tirai kita.
Ya, betul.
Tapi sebelum itu, kita harus ingatkan kepada semua yang sedang menonton yang mana
Dah dapat kat room dah apa?
akan terbang ke Jakarta
yeah.
pada
Tengok,
4 ke 5
GM terus
Februari
balas.
untuk grand final.
Kat room dah dapat, diamond dah dapat. Apa ni? Aku dah dapat buka account drone.
Ataupun yang sebaliknya.
Sebab tahu kata nanti aku akan try.
Saksikan pertarungan yang bakal berlaku di Jakarta untuk grand final kita, yang mana pemenang akan bawa pulang wang tunai sehingga 63,000 USD. Memangnya bukan nilai yang kecil. Walaupun peringkat challenger dulu, bukan challenger final pun sudah 30,000, 63,000 itu pasti mahu dimiliki oleh semua pasukan.
63,000. Kereta rumah semua boleh. Handphone baru pun boleh. Handphone dah ada dah.
Yap, jadi nampaknya kita terpaksa melaburkan tirai kita untuk hari ini. Pada hari esok, pastinya perlawanan yang lebih menarik bakal berlangsung. Sampai di sini saja.
Lama lagi bulan 2. Apa yang ni habis
pada esok hari.
Bye-bye.
Ya, belum ni pemenang. Dapat duit top up diamond ladder. Quack. Top up diamond dari simpan lah. Diamond Garena dah kasih kan. Adakah aku insan yang engkau cinta? Adakah sampai hatiku yang semua jawabannya ada padamu. Menunggumu kasihku. Okay guys, so main sambil berdiri. Main apa tu? Dapat duit top up diamond ladder. Dapat duit top up diamond ladder. Main sambil berdiri. Mana lagi? Okay guys, aku tak faham Azira. Okay guys, so dah penghujung dah guys. Sebab yang ni aja untuk ucapan terima kasih je sebenarnya video ni. So sebenarnya aku dah boleh end live dah. Assalamualaikum, kenal saya lagi Akif Funny Channel. Kenal tapi jarang nampak ah. Okay guys, so berakhirlah sudah live untuk hari ni guys. So guys, kita berjumpa di esok hari guys. Jangan lupa pada pukul 7.40 malam. Jangan lupa guys kita akan buat live lagi macam hari ni. Kita tengok siapa pula yang bakal membara pada esok hari guys. So kita jumpa pada next video. Assalamualaikum. Bye bye. Kalau ada konten kita akan buat konten untuk esok hari. Okay, bye bye. Masa tak sampai. Okay, yang tadi tu jadi aku macam loading sikit kalau tak, sebab tu kalau kau nak cakap kau kena cakap habis. Macam aku tengah borak pasal lain. Time tu kau cakap pasal yang tadi punya aku dah tak ingat. Okay, assalamualaikum. Bye bye. Okay. Bye bye. Alright, bye bye. Bye bye.